live? Boo. Beautiful. We don't need no fucking stinking music. We don't need it, man.
We got us.
We got us.
Yeah.
We were just discussing referees letting guys get choked unconscious.
Someone needs to educate that dude from this previous weekend.
Yeah, I think some guys have never been choked out. I think that's one thing. Even if you you don't have a martial arts background, you can be a referee. You're aware of that, right?
You can be.
Yes, you could be a referee. All you have to do is understand what's going on. You take like referee classes, and you learn. You can start out taking referee classes as a complete, total novice.
I think you should have. I think as a ref, you should have at least been choked out once and been knocked out once. I mean, Herb Dean had a pro fight. I think one.
Oh, he had several pro
Yeah,
fights.
he had a couple.
Yeah, and Herb Dean rolls all the time. Herb Dean's a real martial artist.
So is Mario
Yamasaki. He's a black belt.
Yeah.
So is John McCarthy. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
All those guys that we think. So is Josh, who's in jail right now. Josh
No, he got
Rogan.
out. He's
Josh
out.
is out.
He's
Yeah,
out.
he's out.
Pretty sure he's out.
Yeah, he is.
Josh is a very high-level brown belt. He knows his
Even
shit.
if you're a
Very good
one-stripe white belt, you know what the hell's going on.
A little bit.
What
You
are you
know a
doing?
little bit.
Especially on a rear naked choke.
Yeah.
It's not like it was a darce or something kind
Right.
of hidden you can't see.
Well, he was face up too. It was a rear naked face up. So it wasn't like, like sometimes guys get choked out and the guy's on top of them and they have their back and they got him belly down and you can't see the guy's face. But when the guy's face up and you're looking at his eyes behind his head,
Yeah.
I mean,
What are you doing?
yeah, he was out for a couple seconds. Sometimes people just don't make good decisions. They err. It's not that they're bad people. It's just it doesn't work. And in that case, look, if I fuck up, it's not good because a bunch of people are listening. They want the show to be smooth and entertaining. But if I fuck up, it's not that big a deal. No one's getting hurt.
Right.
If this guy fucks up, someone's going to get choked to sleep, that wouldn't get choked to sleep, or someone's going to get beaten a few extra times.
Which can make the huge difference.
The beatings for sure. I mean,
Well, good thing it was in a joint manipulation
Yes.
submission, because then you're talking about someone's arm being broken instead of just getting choked out.
Well, in that situation, though, don't you let the guy fight out of it? Like, I let a guy fight out of a full arm bar, because the way I would feel is that if his arm pops, that's on him. And guys have gotten their arms popped in one fight before. John Jones got his fucking arm popped against Vitor.
True.
If you watch
Did
that
it really?
fight, yes, he
Oh, yeah.
did. Fuck yeah, he did.
That was indeed.
He got his arm completely hyperextended.
Yeah, by then
The
Vitor had his
capsule
whole body.
popped. Dude, it was bad. There's probably well, if we play the video, they'll probably do. There might be a picture of it. You can find an image of it, but at full extension, it was completely hyperextended the other way. And John's elbow was fucked up for a long time after that, because I remember he had to coach the Ultimate Fighter, and that's one of the things they said. Well, this is good anyway because he can't really train right now because his elbow's fucked up from the Vitor fight. So he went tapped.
It's probably the closest he's been to losing, huh?
Pretty, yeah.
Besides the decision with
that was
Alexander,
the closest.
but that's definitely the closest.
Yeah,
Most trouble he's been in.
For sure. That was a bad spot. Vitor's nasty, dude. A lot of people are taking him for granted versus Weidman because the whole TRT thing. I don't fucking buy it, man. I don't buy it.
He looks good in his pictures.
He looks way better than he used to.
Yeah.
There was a period after he got off TRT where he deflated.
When we saw him at those weigh-ins, he looked like a straight welterweight.
Yeah, but he looks a lot thicker now.
Yeah, he looks way better.
So I know he's been doing a lot of. They say that the way you have to jumpstart your system, one of the big ways, you do a lot of compound exercises like cleans and presses.
Because it forces your body to produce testosterone and estrogen.
No.
Definitely testosterone, yeah.
Yeah, big things. Like he was doing Zercher squats, which is where you it's almost like you do you put your hands together and make your arms like you're curling. And you put the bar, you hang it from your arms and you do your squats like
They're
that.
tough,
So you're
man, on your core.
Yes, very
Yeah.
Done
hard.
it.
Yeah, I
It's a
do them
beast.
too.
So he's doing all that kind of crazy shit.
I don't.
So I'm hoping this is how it this is one.
But this gives you an
example
idea how
of it here.
strong Jones is. He's just so weird strong.
He's ridiculously strong.
Right.
But Vitor caught it at a perfect spot. He might have been able to win the fight if he didn't let up on it. But I think he let up on it when it popped
Look
and
at that.
hyperextended.
It was crazy.
He said he let up on it, and I believe him.
And then he
It's
got
kind of
submitted.
instinctive. Yep, he got Kimura'd. John Kimura'd him. I mean, after his arm got all fucked up. So his right arm's all blown out, and he still uses it to Kimura him later on in the fight.
So
And then
crazy.
he's fucked up for a while after that fight. That was one of the reasons why he coached the Ultimate Fighter. Right there.
Well,
That's right.
Chael said
Chael.
see, he just wasn't training. Like he'd walk by him, Chael would be training twice a day, all full of sweat, and John would walk by, crisp as clean, just nice and showered. And he's like, "When is he training?" Maybe he wasn't.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't. Yeah,
He
Chael,
wasn't.
Chael said that's when he realized that he's just not as good as John.
He said
"I was
he
training my
got in
ass
there.
off."
Yeah, he said 30 seconds in, he goes, I wanted to get out of that ring so fast because I just couldn't believe how strong he was.
Yeah, John
hanging
Jones is
John's
no
an
goddamn
animal.
joke. Now think about him, and then think about what Anthony Rumble Johnson versus him is going to be like. Like, that's going to be the most chaotic goddamn fight.
Insane.
That's my number one fight all time.
Really?
All
Yep.
time?
Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
That really escalated.
You think why? Because he's got such knockout power, and if John
Yep.
makes a mistake,
And because I've been thinking about it, I've been thinking about all the great matchups. Like, there's been some great matchups, for sure. Like BJ Penn versus George St. Pierre when it first happened. Like, God damn, that was a big build-up, big matchup. I was
Chuck
very
Liddell,
excited.
Tito.
Chuck Liddell versus Tito. But those, I had a pretty good sense of what was going to happen. I had a pretty good sense
'Cause
that
they trained
GSP
together
was
and-
too big. I think GSP was too big. He was too hot. His wrestling was too good. And I knew that BJ just didn't. That was before the Marinoviches. He didn't have that work ethic that he had.
True.
Like, for a very short period of time when BJ was in just insane shape. Like the Sean Shirk fight, he was in insane shape. That was actually before that. But he was in insane shape for that fight. The Diego Sanchez fight, he was a destroyer.
Kenny Florian, yeah.
Who else? There was a couple other fights that he had when he was in like the best shape ever as a lightweight. But when he fought George, I was like, George is just too big. This is just not the right fight.
So
It's
this
not-
is, for you, this is the biggest
this
fight
is the one
ever.
To me, this is the one where I don't know what the fuck. First of all, I think John is the greatest light heavyweight champ of all time.
Ever.
Right?
Yes,
Ever.
I agree.
And I think he's also still growing and getting better.
That's
He's
what's scary.
spectacular talent.
Because he just
unbelievable.
moved his entire camp to Albuquerque because he used to live in New York. Now he bought a place in Albuquerque and he's training full time now.
Yeah.
He was just going to Albuquerque for camps. Huh? Think how crazy that's going to be.
Yeah, it's
the
incredible.
question becomes after he beats Anthony Rumble Johnson,
Kane.
that's where he's got to go,
if-
right?
That's the question is if. It's not after. Because I don't know what the fuck is going to happen
Right.
when Anthony Rumble Johnson puts mitts on you. I don't know who's going to be able to withstand that.
I don't see. The problem is John is so much longer, and the reach is a factor. So I thought Glover was going to be an issue for him boxing. Offered nothing because of that length. It's tough to deal with, man.
Glover is very good. I say Glover is like at a possible like stand-up challengers. When I was looking at him coming in against John, I was like, he's got like really heavy hands.
Especially
he's
at the
really
time.
experienced, especially at the time. Well, he took a step back. He's not training with. He wasn't training with Hackelman for this last fight. He did it all in Connecticut. A lot of people
Yeah, in his
thought-
own
Yeah,
camp,
he had
yeah.
his own camp that he did down there. A lot of people thought maybe he wasn't prepared as well.
When he fought John, though, there was a ton of hype, and the UFC
Fuck
pitched him
yeah.
like, "This is the guy."
Yeah.
Chuck Liddell signed off on it. Dana White, everyone
Well,
thought
I
he
felt
was the
like
guy.
it. I felt like it. I mean, I feel like guys are as good as they are in their best performances, right? So, like, if you look at him, like his best performance, like he gets clipped by Ryan Bader, and seconds later he puts Bader away.
Yeah.
You look at the way he beat up Kyle Kingsbury. That was a scary goddamn fight. The Kyle Kingsbury fight was scary. He just came out and he shows you what the fuck he can do. And you're
True.
like, whoa. You're like, whoa. And you know that Kyle Kingsbury, who's a very good athlete and a really cool guy, wasn't at the best of the best. He wasn't at that level, right? He was dominated by
Pat Cummins,
Pat
beat
Cummins
the brakes off him, yeah.
recently, yeah.
Right.
So it's there's levels, and then Rumble Johnson has bad times at 170, but you gotta think that a lot of that had to do with him starving himself.
I'm sure.
And when you're looking at him as a light heavyweight, the way he fucking destroyed Nogueira, I was just like, Jesus. And then taking out Gustafsson like that in the first round.
Well, but although I wonder because he did headbutt Gustafsson and Gustafsson fell to his knees.
The replay
it
looked
makes
like a headbutt.
it
Looks
makes
like
you
it.
wonder at that point because I mean Gustafsson's still a killer and I don't
That's
know.
obvious,
We
yeah.
just didn't get a chance to
Definitely
really
a
see
factor.
it. Yeah.
Definitely a factor. But should be a factor for both men, right? I mean, they're hitting
Right.
each other with their heads.
But I feel like every time John has a new opponent, it's like, oh, this is it. This is the one. Look
Yep.
at DC. I legitimately thought DC was probably going to beat him in a decision, 3-2. I thought he had the perfect setup, the perfect pedigree to beat John Jones. And then, I mean, John destroyed
He
him,
picked
took
him up
down.
by the hips. He
It really
picked him up
wasn't
by the
that.
hips
It
and
really
double
wasn't
legged
that
him
close of
twice.
a fight.
No.
So then now it's like, oh, here's Anthony Johnson, and I love Anthony. He's a monster. But I feel like we go through this every time
Yeah.
until
Well, we do.
until he fights Kane. I think once he does, and that's gonna happen. I bet when he fights Kane, now we're talking.
Well, I think Kane has to stay healthy. I mean, that's one of the.
I think he beats Kane.
Wow.
Really?
He might.
I do.
You never know, man. Look, he might very well beat Johnson. It might be very well one of those things you look back on it in hindsight, and you say, well, maybe I should have, figured that this could have happened or that John would have an advantage here. But dude, when I watch that dude lay mitts on
Yeah.
people, I'm
he's the
telling
hardest
you,
hitter
I-
at 205.
he's terrifying.
Hands down.
There's
I don't think-
a lot
I
of
don't
shit
think-
can happen when that guy's hitting you.
I agree.
I don't think that that John Jones is hearing a peep out of him wrestling wise, though. I think John Jones will dominate. I mean, if he grabs him, holds on to him, he seems to
This
dominate
is why you should shut the
everybody.
fuck up. Did you see him fight Phil Davis?
Yeah.
The sprawls he hit Phil Davis with, ferocious sprawls.
Yeah, but
There's
did you see?
difference,
Did
though.
you
Dude,
see
Phil
what he
Da-
did
there's
to a
difference, but
two-time Olympian?
Phil Davis is a very high level wrestler.
Not close to not like Daniel Cormier. Daniel
No,
Cormier is a
that's
two-time
true.
Olympian,
That's true.
and
That's true, but
Jones
fitness-wise-
literally. Sure, but Jones literally, I couldn't believe he picked him up by the hips.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, dumped him again, just out wrestled him. And Cormier said, "This guy is so much bigger than you think when he's
Mm-hmm.
hanging on you, whether it's leverage or whatever." And Daniel Cormier is a guy who picks up heavyweights and throws them on their head like what's his name?
Josh Barnett.
Yeah.
No
He
doubt. No
destroys
doubt.
guys.
Look, Cormier wasn't a good matchup for him. John figured out right away that he could take him down.
Yeah.
Once he took him down in the first round,
Oh,
I was like,
oh
holy
no. Yeah,
shit.
once that happens, like, oh, damn.
Yeah, holy shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a goddamn wake up.
All anybody who knew a lot about wrestling said is there's no question that Jones is going to be on his back when Cormier grabs him.
See, but
Guess
that's
what?
you know what? When you got a guy who's super fucking talented and his big derailment is a family. I mean, that's what happened. He had a kid, and then we got out of competitive wrestling because he had to feed his family. But if he had gone on, what I'm seeing out of this guy, like wrestling with people, he would have
Well,
been
he was
a
a
very,
JUCO
very-
national champ.
JUCO national champion,
Which is no
but-
punk, man.
No, not at all.
What is
Absolutely.
JUCO? I actually
Junior
don't know
college,
that.
junior college
Oh, okay,
national
okay.
champion. But I think like he would have given people fits
100%.
as a wrestler. I mean, anybody in the world, he would have given them fits.
Oh yeah.
I think it would have all been dedicated, or like how much time he dedicated to it, and how much energy he did. But if he was in a situation where he could train 100% enough to support his family, he would have been like a seriously world-class amateur wrestler.
If not the best, especially in his weight class. You look what he's doing in the UFC. If he decided to focus on wrestling, he'd be the best.
He's a fucking
With
stud.
his mentality, man.
And then, you look at what Johnson's been able to do when he hits people, man. John doesn't do that. There's a difference between the way John hits people. John fucks people up, make no mistake
John's
about
fought tougher guys, though.
it. Fuck yeah, he
at
has.
205.
100% he
Di-
has.
like-
John's fought everybody. John's
fought
everybody.
everyone. John fights Little Nog. It's
Right.
It's not going to be pretty.
No, it'd be ugly as fuck,
Yeah.
especially now.
Yeah.
He'll be so confident coming into it now. But, if you fought him back when Nogueira gave, let's think about like his best performance in the octagon.
Brills?
Maybe
Brills.
Rashad.
Rashad?
Rashad was a good one.
Yeah.
Rashad was a good one because he shut him down with his boxing.
Yep.
And Rashad was tentative, like afraid to commit. Like people don't realize, like Little Nog was a national champion in Brazil. He's like
Really
he
good boxer.
medaled.
Both
he
of them can
medaled as an
box,
amateur
yeah.
boxer.
Wow.
Yeah. He medaled in like the Pan Am Games or
Yeah.
something like that. No, he's legit.
Yeah.
Super legit boxer.
So, but Rumble at that stage, like Rumble's coming up, Little Nog is getting older.
I was in the dressing room while Little Nog was warming up because I was cornering Pat Cummings against Kingsbury in, where was that, Sacramento, I think? San Francisco. Anyways, Little Nog was warming up, and I'm telling you, man, I was like, oh, no. Someone should stop him from going out there. He couldn't even hit the mitts. He couldn't hit the mitts. He was so stiff.
Jesus.
He
A lot
just
of
sat
those
there
guys-
till Bert said his name, and then he started going.
A lot of those guys, by the time they get to a certain age, their body's gone through so much trauma, like so much physical trauma, so much damage, so many kicks, so many punches, so many takedowns. There's just micro injuries.
And they're not that
everywhere.
old.
No,
Him and his brother are not that old.
they had ferocious, especially his brother, had ferocious wars.
His brother, that fight with Bob Sapp. Oh my
Dude,
God.
he was never the same after that fight. His neck was
Picked
always
up
fucked
and-
up after
ugh.
that fight. If you watch that fight, it's hard to believe he got through that.
I know.
agree.
He got pile drived by a 300+ pound gigantic
375 pound
super athlete.
Yeah.
They offered him the fight again. He was like, no, I beat him. And
Again?
yeah, and he was like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it
I'd
does-
never fight a guy that big
He'd
again.
break his back, man. He could have broken his back. Dude, he pile drived him. I mean,
And just an all-natural Bob Sapp, just fresh off.
Are you
those
being
Cheerios.
sarcastic?
dude, you're going to get us written up in MMA magazines again. This would be
Come
the
on,
number one
man.
story.
Come on.
Brendan
If anyone-
Schaub says Bob Sapp was on steroids.
That's an outrage.
That's
This
ridiculous.
is outrageous. I should probably address this Fedor thing because people keep bringing it up. Because first of all, I think it's weird that we have to every time we have a podcast and we just talk shit, it becomes like stories.
We get in trouble.
Yeah, it's hilarious. There's stories, and one of them was that I said that it was highly possible that Fedor could have been on performance-enhancing drugs. I'm not saying that because he was cheating and everybody else wasn't. when I say that, I'm just saying it only based on the environment that guy was competing in.
Right.
Where you looked at the contracts, it said specifically, we do not test for steroids. Does that mean that anybody's on steroids? No, it absolutely doesn't mean it. But it doesn't mean the possibility is there. If Fedor comes out, but hold on a second, if Fedor comes out and he says, I never took steroids, this is a fact, I have no reason to disbelieve him.
Yeah.
But we look at the environment that guy was competing in, and there's no doubt about it. We just brought up Bob Sapp. He's the major one. He's the number one major one, where there's the best evidence you ever need that no one's testing anybody. Come on. You got a guy like this, not even a human.
375.
375 with abs.
Yeah.
6% body fat or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was
Just
ridiculously jacked. Beat Ernesto Hoost that way.
Yep.
One of the greatest kickboxers of all time. Just
Those uppercuts jumping in the air.
Donkey Konged him. Just smashed him with muscle and just test and D-ball and whatever the fuck else was in his veins. But it's like you look at, there was a lot of guys that were doing stuff back then. If you talk to the people that competed, even people that are clean, they'll tell you, man, I saw dudes that I know for a fact were doing shit. I know a good percentage of them were doing it. It might not have been Fedor. It's
Yeah,
very
but it's not
possible.
crazy to assume that.
It's not crazy.
It's not ridiculous to assume that.
Second, so first of all, the big important point, it wasn't even cheating. It's only cheating by our laws. We're calling cheating by United States laws. They didn't even have it in their contract. Like it said in the contract, we're not going to test for steroids. They're telling you
Which
you can do whatever
basically
you
says,
want.
yeah.
So it's like let's put it in perspective with this whole Tour de France thing. The big argument, Bill Burr had a hilarious segment on Conan talking about it, is like everybody was on juice, that it's a dirty sport, that our psychopath beat your psychopaths. But everyone's cheating. And he's right. He's right. That's what, if everyone just admitted what they were doing, then we would just be able to deal with it on the fact, well, to do that bike race, you need to have all this shit in your system.
Yeah.
That's the only way these
That's
guys
right.
could do it. We could tell kids that. Don't feel inadequate next to Mr. this fuck guy.
He's got scientists
Because this
working
fuck
for him.
guy's got EPO in his veins,
Yeah.
and we should tell people this is the only way they can do this and compete. But we make sure that their levels don't get above a safe amount. And then, you let them compete that way. There's a lot of people that feel like that. Like,
Right.
you have, like, such a dirty sport. Whereas, like, when Armstrong had to give his shit back, and they go back to the
15th
people.
place.
Yeah, it was like 15th place, the guy who
15th place.
didn't test positive for something.
So it's basically a level
15th
playing
place.
field.
Yeah,
it's basically a level playing
exactly.
field.
Yeah.
They're all cheating. It's just who's better at hiding the cheating,
Right.
who's got a better team behind them. I don't think that's necessarily the case with fighting. Like I've said, I would bet $1 million that BJ Penn never took shit. I bet $1 million.
I agree.
He's the guy. There's a
100%.
lot of other guys, I think, if they got injured, like this is Anderson's thing. He's saying that he took it because he was injured and he was trying to heal his leg. He still can't do it because it's illegal. Like you can't. It's like it's not in the rules because first of all, they've shown that if you do take it, I believe that you're only taking it to heal your leg. Don't get me wrong. But if you allow people that sort of loophole, there's certain steroids that you can take that they alter your body permanently. Like you're going to take steroids that they've done tests on these, and it might be a small amount, and that small amount might be not even close to like the advantage that someone like John Jones has over someone like Eddie Brill. You know what I mean? Like just insane genetics, insane athleticism. Like even if you do take steroids and you keep a little bit of it, bitch, you're still not as. He's naturally stronger than you. Like you're Fucksville.
Yeah.
With nothing,
Fucksville.
with no drugs, he's way stronger than you.
Right.
So you're fucked. But you can't let that. You can't let that be something that everybody does. Because it's not.
Because you'd get into you'd have to define what an injury is now. Suddenly, people would all have injuries.
Well, not only that, people would do it in the off season and put on crazy strength,
And Americans
and
would
lose some of it.
you.
Exactly.
The world would hate the sport if they knew everyone was cheating
Exactly.
and roided to the gills. It's just not pure. People want to assume their heroes and the guys they see on TV or gals are supplement free.
Yeah, and if we got to a point where everyone is like doing, like it's all obvious they do it. Well, like it's listed in their stats. He takes 15 milliliters of this fucking chemical,
Can you imagine?
dioxymacathate, and he tells like the whole stack that he's on, and it's all about getting the right stack.
But
when
it
you get into
really
the
raises a
octagon.
really important. But it raises a very important question, which is, as we are pushing way beyond our biology, and it's becoming exponential, and so you're going to have high school kids like Ray Kurzweil says who can inject themselves with tiny little robots that like red blood cells that basically oxygenate your blood. They can sprint for an hour.
Robots. Brian told me the other day that
Well, no, but this
they
is
have
true.
technology to create bulletproof flying dragons.
No, I was just saying.
They probably
I was
do.
just saying synthetic biology.
They probably
We're
do.
all fucked,
Yeah.
man.
No, but I mean, we're probably 100 years away from them being able to create organisms.
Whatever you can come
just,
up with.
Yeah,
Craig
anything
Venter
you
says
want.
25 years. But the point is
He's
that
probably smarter than me, so I'll go with what that guy says.
the point is that you're getting to a point where you can where biology and technology is just getting to how do you deny it?
Yeah,
you're
you
going to
can't
gene
deny
dope and do all this stuff. So then what does that mean when you're competing against another guy? Is it actually like race cars? Race cars have a whole team of mechanics that work on that engine.
But
It's gonna
like
be
race
similar.
cars, you have a very specific amount of cubic inches you're allowed to have.
Yeah.
That's true.
Everything
There's a
has a
limit
certain
to it.
amount. There's a
Yeah.
limit to
That's very
horsepower.
true.
They run it. So it's all about the skill of the driver. Like the sophistication of the team that puts it together. I mean, they have to adjust the suspension, calibrate the dampers, make sure that everything's correct as far as the weight balance and all this other jazz, and they build a solid engine. But the engine has to be like, whatever it is, 500 horsepower. You have to have you can't.
And here's a little
about
news flash for
handling
you.
at that
If
stage.
every girl in the division at 135 took steroids, they're still not beating Ronda. You could be juiced to the gills and you're not beating Ronda.
Yeah,
Hey, guys at 205, juice all you want. You're not beating John Jones. It's just
Yeah.
not going to happen, man.
Right? Isn't that strange? There's guys that, and by the way, that might have been Fedor. It's very possible.
True.
And when I say this, I have like a few all-time favorite fighters. Brendan Schaub, of course, because he's my friend.
Yes.
Well, you never saw me do Taekwondo? All right, I don't know.
Well, there's
National
some
champ.
video, I guess.
Okay,
online I
we'll
can
show you.
watch.
We'll get to that.
But the top two, like, there's maybe like 3 or 4, like that are interchangeable. And one of them's Vanderlei, just because every fight was chaos.
Yeah.
I'll be a Vanderlei Silva fan to the day I die. That
agree. You
motherfucker
have
was
to
a
be.
maniac. In Pride, when he fought Rampage and he's standing in front of him, like bobbing his head back and forth, the fucking
Valley
stare
Tudo
down.
shorts on.
And you do this fucking thing,
Axe
the
murder or
wiggle,
whatever, yeah.
the wiggle, the gloves, dude. I can very clearly remember Eddie Bravo and I sitting in my living room, cross-legged on the couch, hands sweaty, when Vanderlei was about to fight Rampage.
It was a fight.
It was fucking
Son, man.
war.
Couple of balls
It
of
was
estrogen.
war. God damn, he was good. God damn, he was chaotic. He was just so ferocious. So he will always have a special place in my heart. But then when it comes to technicians, there's 2 guys that are interchangeable. It's Anderson and Fedor. Those are my 2 favorite technicians.
Anderson fell out of my top because of the steroids.
I give him a break.
You give him a break.
I give him
don't.
a break on his past performances. I give him a break on the spectacular knockouts like the Vitor Belfort front kick to the face, choking out Dan Henderson when Dan was dropping bombs out
True.
people. I give him a break. But, before his chin went, before the Weidman fight, when Weidman caught him, Weidman fucking hurt him, dude. He hurt him bad. And if you watch that second fight, it just does not look like he takes the same punch that he did in the first fight. And they're in the clinch. He gets clipped and he goes down. And I look at him, I go, man, here's a guy who's struggling. Like, this is the end of the career. Look, he's 39.
Yeah.
This is how we look at athletes.
Right.
This is the reality. If you're going to be natural, this is the reality of athletes. They get to a certain point, especially after a few knockouts, and they're 39 years old. Like, that's what you're looking at, man. You're looking at the deterioration of the master. And at one point in time, Anderson was the fucking master. To say anything else,
The best
just
I've ever
ridiculous. He's the best.
Finished everybody.
As far as performances, I look at the way he put guys away too, like the Stephan Bonner fight. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, he did it like he's a magician.
know.
He's standing with his back up against the
Waved
cage,
him over.
waved him over, and then when he decides it's time to attack, crushes him with one knee to the
Imagine
solar
the
plexus.
confidence you have to do that as a fighter.
Bonner's huge, too. Bonner's
He's a bit-
6'4", 235.
and was on juice. Bonner
Yeah.
tested
Yeah, he
positive.
tested
for juice.
positive, yeah.
I mean, obviously, Bonner's not the best example. I mean, he's not the best fighter that no disrespect, but he's not the best fighter that Anderson's faced.
Right.
But you look at what he did to Rich Franklin. Rich Franklin's a tough motherfucker, man. Look at Rich Franklin with Chuck Liddell.
How about Forrest Griffin?
Forrest
Do you thi-
Griffin,
right,
yeah.
but do you think the Rich Franklin that fought Chuck Liddell was better than the Rich Franklin that fought Anderson? Because I don't.
No, there's no way.
No. So the Anderson that fought Rich Franklin, he fought the best Rich Franklin ever and just ran through
Dismantled
him.
him with
Stood in front of
knees.
him, dropped his hands, and let him throw kicks at him and just died. In a fucking championship fight. In a world championship fight, his hands are down. The guy's throwing kicks at his head.
It's insane.
And he's bobbing and weaving like it's not even happening.
So you got Anderson over Fedor.
I got Anderson overall. I have Anderson
number
over
one.
everyone.
Me too.
Always.
He's your favorite.
He's my number
ever.
one. Anderson's my favorite.
Has to be.
He's my
Doesn't
favorite.
have to be.
Who's your favorite?
Well, this is just my opinion. This is my
Nogueira.
opinion. And in that mix
Croca.
of those great guys is Anderson and Fedor. I say Anderson overall, but his energy. I had some fantastic enjoyment watching Fedor fights. Like what I'm saying and what I said about it being possible that someone might have done performance-enhancing drugs, it's not an accusation. I'm just highlighting the reality of the environment that they were competing in. That's it. As far as my respect for him as an athlete and as a fighter, I'm a huge fan of that guy. I've always been a huge fan. There's a video of me on YouTube with that UFC hated because I was talking about what a bad motherfucker he is. This is what he was fighting for the other organization. It's a highlight video of me just ranting about what a bad motherfucker he is. Like, I've always thought he was amazing.
I think Fedor's in everyone's top.
I have to be honest. I'm honest about everything, and even if it could be possibly perceived to be disrespectful, it's not my intention. My intention is to look at the reality. I don't know whether or not someone took a performance-enhancing drug. I don't know.
Right.
I have no idea. I could take a wild guess, but it's all bullshit unless I see it or unless we know for sure because someone tested positive.
Or his traps are ridiculously large.
Well, even then, there's some dudes that are just built a certain way.
To assume that, though, it's not crazy. No one should write a story about you assuming that.
Exactly.
That's like assuming I'm the only one that tans in here. I'm brown as shit. You guys are white.
I have
you know
a
what I'm
buddy.
saying? It's not ridiculous to assume I tan.
You know Dimitri.
Yeah.
Dimitri's Ukrainian.
Yep.
And he's built like a brick fucking shit
really
house.
is.
This dude and I have been friends since we were like 15. We competed together. We were in the same Taekwondo team. We tried. He was the heavyweight. I sparred that dude all
You
the time.
probably know him, Brian. You're on the same circuit.
I couldn't actually. I like missed a national tournament once because he kicked my shin and snapped my
Damn.
fucking not the tibia. Which the fibula or the tibia? Tibia is the fat one. The fibula is the small.
The painful one.
My point is, he's a stone.
235,
Just a big.
yeah.
That motherfucker never did anything. I know he never did anything. We were friends. We were friends back when he was competing. I mean, they didn't test anybody back then. Like, they tested you if you got to the Olympics in Taekwondo.
You would know if he was on something. Though,
He
being
wasn't
that
on
close to him.
shit. I know he wasn't on shit. But if you looked at him,
Yeah,
you would
you
say
would
that
assume.
guy's juicy to the tits.
You can't do that. And I wish the public could meet certain athletes where it's like, no, these people are actually born different than you.
Yeah.
You meet Tim Tebow. You see Tim, and it's just like, he won't take protein powder. He's worried about. Ronda Rousey. You hang out with Ronda? No, she does nothing. And she's just built different than us. She's just a freak.
Brock was at the UFC this weekend, and I shook his hands, and he picked me up in the air with a handshake.
What do you mean?
And I'm not bullshitting, dude. He picked me up in the air with a fucking handshake. I go, "What's up, big man?" I clapped hands with him, and all of a sudden I was in the air.
Come on.
Dude, I'm not fucking around,
He's a
man.
monster.
He's a monster. I mean, he kind of touched me with his left hand while he picked me up.
Wow.
But most of it was just him sack a potato in
Just
me.
a giant hand.
Just giant. My hand disappeared. It was like a laptop. It was like I was shaking hands with a laptop.
That's like Shane Carwin, who
ridiculous.
picked me up and started to squeeze me. You were there, and I was like, "Oh!" I was tapping, and he goes, I just hear him in my ear. That's 20%, bro.
Dude,
He
Shane,
squeezed my body until
Shane, we'd be on his boat. His hand's so big, we'd be on his boat, and I'd be like, "Hey, Shane, you need another bear?" He's like, "I got one, brother." Peel his hand back. I'm like, "Damn, bro."
You can't fuck with that kind of
Must suck
genetics.
to jack
So weird.
off.
You just
I
can't.
know.
You can't fuck with that kind of genetics.
No, and
it's just
peop-
guys that are just too big.
And I wish
big.
people could hang around with athletes
Yes.
of this caliber. 'Cause it's like, no, I'm telling you, they're just built different. No matter what you ever do, you're never going to be on the same
nature
playing field.
ain't equal.
Mike Tyson in his prime. I mean, just get the fuck out of here. He didn't need
Yeah.
to do shit. All he
Nothing.
was doing was working out. He was
Eating
getting up
candy
and
and shit.
I run at 5:30 in the morning because it's dark out, and I always assume that my opponent's still sleeping, and that gives me extra strength, extra confidence. He's just fucking running,
confidence.
just fucking diesel, square-headed, destroying machine,
Incredible.
fast twitch muscle
A ball.
fiber and angst, and finally in his life he's become special after years of neglect, and that special talent is knocking motherfuckers out.
And $100 million in the bank. Can you imagine him in his heyday?
He had 400 mil, I believe,
God, Jesus.
at one point. Then lost it all.
Well, I don't think he all had it all at one point in
No,
time. I don't think he had
made
400
that,
million in
yeah.
the bank. I think that's like his total that he pissed
Yeah.
away
Yeah.
over his life.
It's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, he had tigers. Charlie Murphy was on my podcast and told a story about Mike Tyson and a fucking tiger. Dude, there's a video of it. Pull the video of it. Somebody made a video. Find out who the video was made by. Some fan did it. He did an animation of Mike Tyson and his fucking tiger.
He's got tigers.
Charlie Murphy pulls up and no one wants to get out of the limousine. They're all sitting there at Mike Tyson's house. This is when his brother Eddie Murphy was fucking gigantic.
Yeah.
You know, he still is. But when people didn't know who Charlie was. Charlie was hanging out with his brother, who was friends with
Are
Mike.
they close? They're pretty close, those two.
Yeah. They're close. I ran into them just totally randomly in Maui. It was
Really?
the coolest shit ever.
Both of
dude.
them?
Yeah, I was at the counter checking into a hotel, and his cousin Rich was there. I was like, "What's up, Rich? What are you doing, man?" Because we went on that tour together, the Maxim Connie tour.
Right.
He goes, "Oh shit, man, what's up?" He goes, "Charlie's here, Eddie's here." I go, "No way." So I went and hung out with Charlie, and I sat down with Eddie Murphy. I was like sitting down with Eddie Murphy having lunch.
Cool dude.
Pretty cool, man.
He's
funny
the
dude.
nicest guy, man. He's so nice.
Because Charlie's a stand-up guy, right?
Charlie is a fucking prince of a human being.
Really?
He's a gem. I love that guy.
That's good to hear, man.
He's such a good dude. Like I hung out with that dude. We did 22 shows together, and I liked him more every night.
Wow.
He's just a solid stand-up dude. Charlie Murphy is a
Where are they
great
from,
guy.
those two?
New York. Charlie Murphy's a legit martial artist too.
Oh, really?
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Oh yeah. He's
Really?
a legit black belt in karate. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, he fought in like
Well, his dad
point
was a
tournaments and
boxer.
shit back in the day,
Yeah.
but he's well immersed in martial arts. Like you talk to him about martial arts, and
He just recently got pretty popular, right? Well, not
Charlie?
recently, but because of Dave Chappelle's show when he's
Yeah.
on there. But
That's
before
what-
then, it's like, oh, cool, Charlie Murphy. Or, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I think his dad was a boxer, and Eddie Murphy works out that he boxes. You know, I don't know if he spars.
Does he?
But yeah, but his dad was I don't think he was a pro, but I think his dad was pretty close.
Well, I don't know, but I know that Charlie's been doing martial arts since he was young. Like we had some great conversations about it, but just about everything, man. He's just one of those dudes that you listen to him, like you want to hear him talk.
I bet he has
yeah.
great
You know?
stories, man.
Oh,
Could there
the-
be anyone bigger than Eddie Murphy? At the time in his
No.
heyday,
No.
Eddie Murphy was so big.
Yeah, that donkey on what is it Shrek?
Yeah.
I think he made the movie made. They
Well, yeah,
talking about
he's
how
done
much
a lot
he's
about that,
made.
man.
He's
What
done a
about
lot.
trading
He's done
places?
just
Shrek?
fine. Yeah, he's done
Coming
just
to
fine.
America?
The voice
Shrek
of
is-
Are you a
Shrek?
terrorist?
No, he's the Shrek. He's the
Who
donkey.
are you?
He's the donkey.
Were you living
He's
in
the
Saudi
donkey.
Arabia when all this shit was going on?
No, I know who he is, but
Coming to America?
You know who he is.
No, he's
hold
huge.
on, hold on, hold on.
He's huge. I'm saying
Stop, hit the
Shrek the
brakes.
donkey is where he made a ton. He made $13
Yeah,
million
yeah,
in a
I need to
day
hit the
or
brakes
something.
real quick.
That's
Can you
a
name me
cartoon donkey.
one of Eddie Murphy's stand-up comedy specials?
Raw, which I saw live.
You saw live.
Yes,
you were in
I
the
did,
audience?
in DC.
Get the fuck out.
Yep.
That's pretty
It was
legit,
incredible.
Callen.
Whoa.
I know.
That's amazing.
I know.
How'd you get tickets?
My friend bought them for us. It was a surprise for her brother's birthday.
God.
And it was incredible. Greg Belasco and his sister Amy. And we went there, and I was probably, 18, 19? And he comes out in his leather suit.
Oh, my God.
And these are seminal moments because you could see him on the screen, too, and his acting and the things he did. It was shocking how good he was. Shocking. And they were all going crazy, and he went to one side of the room, and he put his hand to his ear, then the next hand to his ear, and I was just like, well, that's the coolest dude on the planet. And the idea that I do that in a small way, that I'm a comic, is still incredible to me.
Yeah, but
watching
for
it.
sure his highlight of his career is not Shrek being the donkey.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
no.
fucked
I was,
up.
you
You
didn't,
fucked
you didn't let
up.
me finish.
You
What I was
fucked
saying was
up.
that they were talking about how
You
much he
fucked
made
up,
for
bro.
Universal.
But you definitely fucked up, right?
No, man. Guys, hold on.
You went with Shrek?
Guys.
You don't think you fucked up?
Guys, hold on.
I'm sure he made a lot of money, but guess what? He was already rich as fuck.
Nutty
If a guy like Eddie
Professor?
Murphy, yeah, come on, son.
Yeah.
If a guy like
Beverly
Eddie
He had a
Murphy,
dry spell for a while, though, didn't he?
listen, dude, settle down. What is dry spell? What are you sitting back counting? You
Dry
found out how much
spell?
money he had. He got done.
yeah.
He probably counted about $1,000 a day, and he got bored after a while. And then he said, let me start doing movies again. And he did that movie with Steve Martin. Everybody goes, oh shit, I forgot. Eddie Murphy's one of the funniest guys ever.
He's amazing.
Ever.
He's
and
amazing.
Brian's like, the donkey. And
What'd you
Shrek."
say, Jamie? Yeah, Dr.
Dolittle.
Doolittle.
No, the
But
donkey.
those are like little kids' movies. I got to go back to like Trading Places.
Incredible.
You know, like
48 Hours?
48 Hours.
Oh.
Yeah, 48 Hours is the big one.
Beverly
right?
Hills Cop is
Beverly
huge.
Hills Cop.
One,
Amazing.
2, 3, son.
But Nick Nolte,
Amazing.
come on, him and Nick Nolte.
fucking said Shrek, man.
You said Shrek.
You didn't let me finish. I was
No,
saying
you said a cartoon voice.
Guys,
Wasn't
hold
even
on.
him.
I was saying he effortlessly made some insane amount of money just being a donkey. And
I'm
everyone
telling you,
all
he
of
got
them did.
13 million. He didn't need it.
I know.
That
He
13
lives
million,
like a
it,
sheik.
it went in a pile somewhere.
Right.
He doesn't even feel that.
Have you
A guy
seen his
like Eddie
girl
Murphy-
lately?
No.
Have you seen his girl?
She's the best looking
lately?
woman on the planet.
I'm sure. He's still beautiful.
Yeah.
I saw him at the beach.
Good-looking
Looks
guy.
great. He doesn't look like whatever old he is. He's
God, I
older
bet
than
he
me.
has great
but I look
stories.
older than him, probably.
He is also a germaphobe. He'll use a bar of soap once, throw it away.
Was
That's all
just
that's-
rich. That's
Yeah.
all. Eddie Murphy.
just
Charlie
rich
does
shit.
that with sneakers.
Really?
Charlie gets sneakers. They're in a box before a show. Puts them on. And throws those bitches to
Yeah,
the
I'm
side.
not even rich. I only wear socks once, son. I'm not even rich. I don't wear socks twice.
Play
Damn.
the video of Charlie at Mike Tyson's house because this is how fucking goddamn funny Charlie Murphy is.
Oh, I bet he has such good stories.
Oh, he's a
I've never
gem.
seen that Tyson documentary. Is it just called Tyson? What is it
I
called?
think extremely
Yeah, yeah.
powerful. You see a man
It
like that
is
cry
fucking incredible.
when he reflects on parts of his life.
Yeah.
A strong man like that, you have to realize that whatever was on him was no joke.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Right? That's a man who one
Peace.
time I went to his house and it was 6 limos and nobody would get out the limo. And I said, how come nobody's getting out the car? They said, You don't see that lion standing over there? Mike Tyson had a lion in his front yard.
Like Hangover style.
That's the only man whose house I ever went over. There was a lion in the front yard, loose. Wow. He was on the steps like this with a heavyweight belt. How come nobody wants to get out the car and play with my cat? He was like, no, man, no, that's not a cat. That's a lion.
That's fucking real.
Oh my God.
Mike Tyson had a lion.
A male lion or a female lion?
Awesome.
With a mane, a lion in his front yard, loose.
Shit.
It was walking. It was off the leash, man. It was not in the cage. It was in the yard.
Oh my God.
Then he came out and started wrestling with him. And all.
Oh my God. Damn, he
Lion.
wrestled. How big was the lion?
It was big, man. It was a lion, man.
He was wrestling with a lion.
Came over there and grabbed him and started tussling with him and all.
Jesus.
And everybody was in the limousine, so the lion could come up to a limousine and bust the window open and come in there. I'm sorry.
Easy.
He could just go like this, boof, and come right in there and just have lunch. So everybody was in the car. You couldn't back out because it was all like 5 limos. So everybody's in the car horrified, thinking that Mike is getting ready to be eaten by this lion, but that doesn't happen. He plays with him and he takes him in the back. Comes back out, and I was like, you know what? I'm never going to be around another man in life that's going to do that in front of me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, fuck.
That's incredible.
Who's the animation?
That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Slain at Telepathoid. That's the dude
So
who put
funny.
it together. So
Walking the
thank
lion
you,
back,
buddy.
the lion back, to the
S-
lion back.
SLAIN at what is it again?
Oh God.
Oh shit! That
He
was
just said.
fucking
You could just say.
hilarious.
It just say boof.
I just want to
And
give this guy his credit. What is it? What did it say at the very end there? Just want to give the guy because it's really cool. It's funny animation too. Telepathoid. So slain at Telepathoid. Okay. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for making that. But yeah, how funny is he?
I said boof, boof,
dude.
I've never heard anybody use that expression.
A
Boof.
lion.
Like,
Like
I
be a lion.
Heavyweight belt. Heavyweight belt.
Could you imagine?
That's the first time I'll never see something like this again in my life.
Imagine seeing him sitting there with a heavyweight belt.
Imagine the experiences Mike Tyson had in his heyday and Eddie Murphy had in his heyday.
God damn.
Yeah, excess, insanity.
God damn. Yeah.
That kind of celebrity brings out the aphrodisiac.
Damn.
Oops.
There's so many crazy fucking dudes in this world that have competed in MMA. So many crazy worlds that have fought. So many crazy dudes that have fought in boxing. Like their whole life stories. If you had to like accumulate the wildness of like a Roberto Duran's life
my
story.
Johnny Tapia? You ever
Oh
seen the
my
Johnny
God,
Tapia story?
yes. Oh my
Watch the
God.
documentary on Johnny Tapia.
Really?
man.
Oh
It's
my God.
insane.
Mi vida loca.
Drug addict.
Yeah.
Fight world champion.
Aaron Pryor, same thing. Just below and just.
So many of these great fighters, just crazy, wild lives. So much nuts, chaos.
Ending sometimes like Arturo Gatti getting shot and killed.
No, he got strangled. His fucking girl.
Yeah.
His girl killed him.
Yeah, set
He
him
got
up.
off in Brazil.
Brazil,
It was
man.
all in Brazil.
Set him up for the insurance, right?
Yeah, apparently he was hit on the head and choked. Yeah, and they're saying he did it to himself.
Come on.
Yeah, his family thinks she fucking killed him.
Yeah,
for sure.
She's,
Yeah.
they got a picture of her getting out of jail. She's laughing and smiling. Like that's not how you
That ain't
feel.
right, man.
That's if that is really your husband, you miss him and he's gone. You first of all you feel horrible that someone put you in jail for that when you miss him so much and killed himself. And second of all, when you come out, you're not smiling. You're
It's like a celebration
Yeah,
for her.
this ain't a celebration. You're still depressed because your husband's dead because he killed himself, and you were just accused of doing it, and people still suspect you of it. You should be depressed. You
That's
should feel
insane.
terrible. You should feel terrible that the whole world is calling bullshit on you and saying that you killed him. You should be under pressure. She doesn't look like she's under pressure at all.
I saw a statistic today that said in Mexico, if you commit a murder, there's less than 5% chance that you'll do any jail time.
Oh my god.
That's also because the people
How insane
doing,
is that?
the people doing the murder are a lot of times so well connected. You're talking about cartel violence now, where the cops are
Crazy
involved
stats,
and everything.
son. So I keep my ass in America.
Yeah, you know what, man? I have a real terrible feeling about the way our world is connected with like these borders of countries. We won't let people in and we keep people out. Like in some sense, I kind of understand what people are trying to do, trying to manage what we can with our own space. But if you're not managing your fucking next door neighbor, if you're not helping, like, say if you live next to a crazy broken down trailer and there's some and you can't move. This is like you have a permanent house.
Yeah.
This is your neighbor, man.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You gonna help him out? You know, his kids need some food. Maybe he needs a little money for gas. Like, yeah, you're doing a lot better than him. Just give him a little every now and then, just to soothe this motherfucker's life. This
Mexico's
motherfucker's
issue
shitty
is
life.
not that. Mexico's issue, though, is institutions and the integrity of those institutions.
Professor Callen at it again.
It's really true, though.
Okay, but I was making a point, you fuck.
No, but
what I
jumped
was trying to say is these people they shouldn't be like another country. They're right there.
Yeah.
They should be people that we consider, to be in a bad situation and try to help them. Whether it's help them politically, help them financially,
they're
help them.
struggling, man.
But the idea that we're separate from them, like there should be like a lot of emphasis on trying to fix Mexico and a less emphasis on fucking with countries that are on the other side of the planet.
Well, you want to fix them, you legalize marijuana overall in the United States because the cartel drug war is what's feeding all this chaos.
Drugs.
That's a
Big
big
part
part of it. That's a big part of it for sure. And there's a big part of it is probably going to be like a lot of the corruption that you're seeing. Like probably a lot of that's going to go away when things become more and more transparent because of the internet. It's going to be harder and harder for people to pull off the kind of shit they're doing in Russia right now, where you see Putin's #1 enemy just got whacked.
Unbelievable. Shot right in public.
with his hot girlfriend.
Someone just came up.
Didn't see her.
Good Lord, sir.
Someone just came up and shot him.
Homeboy's
Lord have mercy.
55, and he's got this smoking Russian girlfriend. She's 23. He's been with her for 3 years.
Russian bunny.
So it's love. So it's love.
So he's walking down. It's totally love. They're
Yeah.
very compatible. He's walking down the street with her, and a fucking car pulls up and just unloads on him.
Kills her too, or no?
I think no, didn't even shoot her. I think more than one guy shot her.
Yeah.
Shot him rather.
It was a hit.
And
Yeah.
she's just standing there while
Terrible.
they just shoot him in front of her, like bang, bang, bang,
That's
bang.
horrifying,
The dude's
man.
dead, and and now they just let her leave and go back to her country. They allowed her to.
You think
to
she
leave.
cried, or she's like, damn?
She probably was freaked out. I mean,
That's a terrible thing to see.
she's probably completely freaked out.
I mean-
could you imagine you're dating this dude and he gets assassinated because
She probably loved him. He was a really charismatic, awesome guy.
Yeah.
He was all about reforms. He was a big critic
Yeah,
of the Kremlin.
I'm sure that's why she was with him.
Well, who knows, man? It's cultural. Everybody's got a different
Yeah.
way of looking at things. Police question girlfriend. What are you doing, Jimmy?
She is. That's
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying.
That's as crazy as I've ever
It
seen.
just hit red hot.
Murdered Putin critic. That's the murdered Putin critic. Imagine if that's like your title after you're dead. You're the murdered Putin critic. Because that's all people are going to remember about that cat.
On CNN stuff.
In America,
When
at
I was
least.
doing the ice bucket challenge, I did it.
How dare you.
Benching 315 pounds, right?
You did the ice bucket challenge while benching
Yeah,
315
and I had
pounds?
Callen pour the water on me. And the only thing I was concerned with is I said, if it slips, like it falls off and hits me in the neck and I die, will it be on CNN? Will be like, guy tries ice bucket challenge, dies. That's the only thing I was worried
You're
about.
not going to die from 315 pounds.
I would have
Drop it on my
You're not going
face.
to totally drop it. Like your arm's going to stop working.
Well,
you know?
with the water, let's say it slips off. Yeah, have you seen that the
I've seen the
USC
guy.
football player?
Yeah.
It's not going to be good either way.
Yeah. That guy was benching some stupid amount of weight, like 600 plus pounds, right? Wasn't he?
No, this dude, the homeboy had, I think, maybe 400, 300 something, and it slipped because the way they would do it, they wouldn't wrap their fingers around the bar. They would just like this.
Oh God!
And his arms failed and it fell.
It just slipped off.
Oh, no. And he
takes
died?
it off the bar. No, he's supposed to be a pretty high draft pick.
Yeah.
Fell on him. Obviously, he's not really can't do anything, and it's just like jacked him up, man. He can't talk anymore. Broke
Jesus
broke his
Christ.
neck,
Oh, my
trachea, everything. Can't speak.
Oh, fuck. I saw a different one. I saw it was a white guy. It was a powerlifter dude.
Oh, I've seen that. He was so fat that I think he's good. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real, bro.
He's so fat, I think he's good.
I think he's good. There's an advantage to being that thick,
Well,
man.
a lot of guys get punched in the belly when they're fat, and the punch never even reaches them. I mean, they've got fucking 5 inches of layer.
It's crazy.
Like, if somebody punches you legitimately, if somebody, like, you could fuck somebody up with one of those Taekwondo body protectors on. You know, I've seen people get kicked and go to the hospital to the body. But if you're a fat guy, you're walking around through life with a Taekwondo body
you
protector
ain't dropping
on.
Roy Nelson with a liver shot. I'll tell you that right now. Roy's gonna laugh if you hit him to the body. Son.
Yeah, well, especially to the front of the body.
Yeah, you
like no one has
keep
ever
him
like,
to the front.
roundhouse kicked that dude in the stomach and really fucked him
He's the
up.
biggest mystery.
He
to
fights
me.
Overeem next. That's a good fight, son.
Dude, that's in Dallas.
Dallas.
That's gonna
It's
be
a big
crazy.
card. That's a good card.
What are you doing that weekend? You around?
What weekend is it?
March 13th and 14th.
I will be in Chicago at the Schaumburg Improv. And this weekend,
Sucks for you, buddy.
where will I be this weekend?
I don't know. You tell me.
Come on, man. You're supposed
told
to do
me.
my advertisement.
Well, tell me
Lexington,
where.
Kentucky. Bryan Callen, off-Broadway comedy.
Oh, is that the name of the place?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Off Broadway in
Sunday.
Kentucky.
Bryan Callen.
It's really off, bro.
Yeah,
It's very
way off.
off-Broadway.
By
It's
the
in
way,
Kentucky.
Far as shit
don't-
away from Broadway.
You don't want to do comedy on Broadway unless it's only you and you open with the exact same shit every night,
Oh,
and you
God.
do it as a performance piece.
Yeah.
You'd have to do a performance art piece.
With a
You can't-
box of wigs.
Yeah, it's for them. It's very important if you're going to do a one-man show performance piece. Like guys do stand-up. Like there's guys that have made a career off of doing stand-up as a one-man show.
Yeah.
Like that Defending the Caveman
Yep.
guy.
He's made a fortune.
Fuckload of money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, also, you might be a redneck. He did the same thing over
Did
and
he?
over, right?
Did he?
Over and over. Yeah, one-man show.
Oh,
Might
I
be a
didn't know he
redneck.
did that.
Yeah.
No, you talking about Larry the Cable Guy?
No, it's not Larry the Cable Guy.
fuck
Jeff
no.
Foxworthy.
Jeff
Oh.
Foxworthy.
You didn't even know your goddamn fellow
No,
comedian.
How
dare you.
You know, he was always
Larry
just a
the Cable
stand-up,
Guy.
I think, wasn't he? Foxworthy. He had that
Yes.
show for a while.
He's still a stand-up. He was part of the Blue
Is he,
Collar
is
Comedy
he
Tour.
still doing stand-up?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
of course
killing
he
it
does.
still.
You
Yeah.
never stop.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never stop.
Dude, well, fucking Larry the Cable Guy killed. Nobody talks about Larry the Cable Guy. He
making
flies under the weather,
bank.
under the radar.
Under the radar.
He's got a fucking. There's a picture that
got a
Josh Wolf
plane.
showed me.
Yeah.
Josh Wolf and him did a tour together, and they did a goddamn football arena.
God.
And it's him
Sold out
standing
a
on.
football arena.
Yes, it's him standing on stage. Josh Wolf took a selfie of him standing on stage in front of 100,000 fucking people.
What?
Or whatever the fuck it
How do you-
was.
And
I mean, what
just
is one of those
90% mullet.
50,000. Let's say it's 50,000.
Yeah.
How many do they get one of those things?
100,000.
Okay. Filled for Larry the Cable Guy.
What?
Filled.
Is it
Look at that, look at that.
2004?
Look at that. Look what you're looking at.
That's the
Look
craziest
what you're
thing
looking
I've
at.
ever seen.
That's Nebraska. That's a
Dude,
big-ass stadium,
are you
bro.
shitting
the
me?
Big Red.
Look at the size of that fucking crowd. Is that from Josh Wolf's Twitter feed or something?
Comedy Central.
Okay.
Dude, that's
Look
insane.
at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a sea of that's a army. He could start a war.
Yeah.
He could take those Larry the Cable Guyettes and send them overseas. They could conquer countries. One of his crowds.
I didn't know. I gotta be honest. I thought he was dead.
Yo, that's the entire how dare you. That's the entire population of Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
That is.
For reals, man.
It's 100,000.
He's killing it. I didn't even know. Honestly, I didn't know he's still doing
Dude, he
stand-up.
does that all the time.
Yeah.
He does that all over the country.
Yep.
He doesn't do that like once a year. That's not like the once a year Larry
Get
the
her
Cable Guy.
done.
No, he's dude.
You think he's that redneck when you just hang out with him?
No, it's not even who he is.
No,
His name's
I bet-
Dan Whitney. He's a real look. Pull the video. There's a video of him doing stand up, and you have to watch it. It's him before he did the Larry the Cable. First of all, he's a great guy. Not dissing him at all. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
Always cool. Very down to earth. Always has been. I met him like way back in the day in Montreal before he was ever famous. He was cool as fuck back then.
I've heard that.
We had some drinks together, hung out at the Comedy Works. Just very, very cool guy.
He might have a line at his front door.
But he had a. Oh yeah.
He's killing the game.
But
That
he's married and he's having family and all that shit now. But if he wanted to, yeah, he could. But my point being is that this guy like created a character and was doing it on the radio, and then that character became super successful, and that's just like who people think of him as now.
Right.
But it's this is him. This is him doing stand up.
Good to be here. I'll tell you what. You know, I just went to visit my grandma. She's got Alzheimer's disease, so I had to put her in a home. It's a nice place. It's called. She laughed when I told her that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I thought he was just born a pure redneck.
No.
Grandma's just like nobody gets along with her. She's just like just did everything.
It's not fair to him to play this old material, so let's just cut it right
We
there.
got the point,
Nobody
but
wants
still,
to see
man.
anybody's material from 1987.
Old
No.
school?
Still doing comedy today. When you started out like 2 years in and you're on some terrible TV
Think
show.
about when he's having a bad day and just has to play a redneck. He's like, all right, rip the fucking sleeves off. Give
he's-
me this mullet.
Listen, that dude's having fun. He's having
Yeah,
fun.
he's having.
You don't think he gets sick of playing redneck?
No, because he's
performing.
He's a character. It's a really funny character.
Super funny.
And he's got good jokes.
He's always writing new stuff for it.
I can't believe he's selling out Nebraska Stadium.
Dude, he makes
He's
over $20 million a
gigantic.
year easy.
Yeah, he's gigantic.
sure.
He's gigantic. Just doing stand up, and he's his own boss. He does whatever he
I
wants.
think the goal now is to get a lion in my front yard.
That's right.
Callen, you want to go in on one?
Yep, I do.
Go in on a line.
Yes, I do.
You can't go halvesies on an apex
Yeah,
predator.
I'll have it Monday through Friday. You get it Saturday, Sunday.
All
telling
right,
you,
good
you're
around the
gonna-
kids.
The cat's gonna have some fucking problems. It's gonna feel weird, not know where its real house is.
There's a guy in New York
Cats
City.
can't have 2 dens.
That's true.
No, the dude in New York City who had a tiger in his apartment.
He had a crocodile too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
guy's awesome.
motherfucker
Good
had like
stuff.
alligators and shit.
Feeding it whole
Snakes.
chickens.
Yeah.
Whole
What the fuck
chickens.
did you think was gonna happen? What was best case scenario with this giant alligator in your tub?
You might want to plan. You might want to plan for it.
He had to
right?
call the cops. He had to call the cops, man.
Well, the tiger fucked him up. The tiger
Did it?
scratched him. Yeah, the tiger was
Yeah.
like, "Bitch, I'm living in a fucking apartment. I need some exercise."
It was being a tiger.
Yeah, you can't have a tiger in your goddamn apartment in Harlem.
No. I
In
would say
his
no.
1-bedroom studio.
But
The lion, the tiger freaked out, son.
You could
Needs fucking
see,
run.
see some like crazy dude who like thinks he's Neo in the Matrix, and he's got some long coat on, and he doesn't want anybody to know. He's got like extra bolts in his door, and you go inside, and he's got a menagerie of fucking animals
Right.
in there, tigers and lions and shit in his apartment. I told you I got a tiger in my house. This motherfucker really has a tiger in an apartment.
His thought cloud over his head is constantly, I win. Nobody knows, but I win. I have the best pet. I have the strongest pet.
Not even that. He's like the fucking neighborhood mystery. You know, nobody wants to.
He has zero friends. If you have an alligator in your bathtub and your best friend's a tiger, a pet tiger, you have zero friends.
Okay, but let me look at it from his point of view. What would you rather have? An alarm system that you know no one's going to give a fuck because the cops are never going to answer it anyway. Like they kick in your door, your alarm goes off, whatever.
Yeah,
By the
or
time the
shit,
cops
no one gives
come,
a fuck.
you're dead as fuck. Okay, if someone's going to try to harm you and you're in Harlem, they're gonna the cops are going to stand outside until the dust settles and then move in. They're not
right.
there for crime prevention.
True.
They're there to write tickets and shit. Okay, so would you want an alarm system that everybody knows is bullshit, or a fucking tiger in your house? I'm going to say, how confident are you with a pistol that you're going to walk out with a stereo while you're holding off a tiger? Bitch.
Bro,
It
but
ain't
that
happening.
tiger, it's not like he was trained. It's like, all right, someone's breaking. I better let this tiger out. That tiger's fucking the robber up and you. No one's getting out
Probably.
alive.
Well, it'll probably, once it realizes how fun it is to fuck the robber up, it'll just want to fuck you up,
Yeah,
too.
man.
Yeah.
You know, be like, why don't I wait for this motherfucker to crack open a can of ham for me?
They just decide.
Fuck him up right now. I
Yep.
don't want your stupid chicken.
Eat that
Tired of eating
face off.
chicken.
They just decide.
Well, they want to kill things.
Yeah.
That's what we ignore when we put them in zoos. The most torturous aspect of zoos, it's like taking a man in his prime when he's just unbelievably attracted to women, right? And then putting him in like a glass zoo enclosure and parading naked women around him back and
Right,
forth. And
right.
some people say that that's an unfair example, but it's not, because nature has reward systems.
True.
And the cats are the cleanup crew. When you get a limp, when you fucked your design didn't work well. Guess what? People with thicker anchors, they survive.
Yep.
The thicker ankled people survive. You thin ankled motherfuckers gotta go. Okay.
Cankles.
Thinning the herd.
Yeah.
Cankle
Thin in the
pie.
herd. You
I
want
talked
thick
to,
fucking Samoan babies that can run fast. I mean, that's what's gonna survive if tigers are everywhere.
In the San Diego Zoo, there was a jaguar, and the woman who tends to the cats was there. And I said, if I walked in that cage, would that thing attack me? And she said, it would kill you. And I said, you didn't seem to hesitate. She goes, nope, it's a predator. It will kill you. And I said, what are the chances you think of a human fighting something like that? She goes, well, she said, what it would do is it would bite you, and it would keep adjusting its grip because its canines, or whatever you call them, have nerves where they can sense where the jugular is. So it would just keep adjusting and then get onto your jugular, and you'd go to sleep.
My boy Cody Donovan worked at he was like in the morgue in the hospital where they put the bodies in, and at the Denver Zoo, the lady at night who would feed the tigers and all that shit, she didn't lock it good enough. Like she threw in the fucking T-bones or whatever they give them, and then she thought it automatically locks, and it didn't. It messed up the door from closing. Damn. So she's wheeling the cart. This fucking jaguar sneaks out from behind. Boom! And they said she died instantly because its big ass canine went all the way through her skull, through the back of her neck. Boom! And Cody had to get the body, and he said they had to look, and it's just like this giant hole from the cat's canine, straight
Just
through.
a jaguar too. I mean, that's not even a particularly well. They're pretty big. They're a couple 100 pounds.
They're not like
compared to-
huge.
No,
though.
jags
They're
are
not huge though.
No,
they're
they're
like a tiger.
They're bigger than leopards, and they're very powerful.
Well, they think that jaguars are way bigger. And they're in South America too.
Yes.
They're gonna creep
What
up
you know
here
about a
one day
liger,
while we're
son?
sleeping? They're
I
gonna
think they
sneak
say they're
across
the most
border.
pound for pound. I believe a jaguar is the most powerful cat.
I think the most
They're so
powerful cat
thick.
pound for pound is a house cat. I think they said if house cats were big, if they were big like a lion or tiger, we would be
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, you tame them, you never domesticate them. They still have all the same traits as a jungle cat. They're just smaller.
They're very powerful. Like when you see how far a house cat can leap for its body size.
Crazy.
Well, have you ever seen that video of the tiger that jumps like 12 feet in the air to get a piece of meat? There's a video of them holding this meat like above this truck for this tiger, and this tiger just leaps through the air to get the meat.
Well, look at how high the wall was in San Francisco when those kids were shooting that tiger with wrist rockets. Tiger was
No,
like,
they were throwing pine cones at
is
it.
that what it was? And Tiger was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna. I thought what they were shooting with wrist rockets.
No, they were throwing pine cones at it, supposedly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a bit from my act.
And he
Remember
got
I
out?
had that
He got
bit about
out?
it,
It
about
jumped-
the tiger getting out and
Yeah.
the look in the guy's face when the paws hit the top of the glass.
Oh, that's right.
like you can't.
Did it
And
kill
I don't
two
care
of
who
them
you
or
are. I
just
don't
one
care
of
if you're
them?
Daniel Day-Lewis. I don't care who the fuck you are. I would have loved to have seen that guy's face because no one can pretend that. Killed one guy and
one
fucked up another one. I think one guy. I don't know if the guy tried to help his friend or what happened, but the second guy got killed, not the first guy that got attacked.
And these
second
were the
guy got
guys throwing the
killed.
pine cones at him?
Yeah,
Damn.
the thing jumped the fence. Apparently, they can jump 14 feet, but this fence was only 12 feet, and there was a big lawsuit threatened a big lawsuit. I don't know if it was settled, but because their fucking fence was too short, man. The tiger just had never jumped before. He'd never given a shot.
For sure, someone needs to map that out better.
Well, my bit was if you got a monster in a box in the middle of the city, put a top to the box.
That'd be
Like you
smart.
went through all this trouble to build all this shit this way, and you're like, is that high enough? Yeah, let's get out of here. Like someone decided the 12. Why did I put a fucking top on it? You got
Yeah.
fake rocks.
It's true.
You got a fucking pool in there for them. How about a roof?
How about
you
a roof?
fuckheads? Why make it so it could jump out? That's so ridiculous. That's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Zoos are lame in general, though, man. When's the last time I went to the zoo? I went to San Diego Zoo. That line was pissing on everybody.
Yeah.
Pissing, man. Walking back
That's
and
as
forth.
good a zoo
pissing.
as a zoo can get. But
Yeah.
I don't like zoos.
That was the most exciting part,
Yeah.
by far. Zoos suck,
It's
man.
good for little kids. I take my kids.
That makes sense.
They like to look at the animals, but it's
Yeah.
depressing. If you go,
Bums me out, man.
especially the primates, it's very depressing.
I was surprised at how poorly they actually eat, especially the primates. They're not fed the kind of food. They're not. It's very hard to feed them their natural diet, especially in certain ratios.
I don't think they feed the chimps. First of all, they give them mostly like vegetables, right?
They give them. They don't. A lot of them develop diabetes in captivity because there's no real set standard for how to feed a chimp. Like as far as National Zoo,
Well, what do they eat in
all
the
zoos
wild?
different. And I remember
kinds of
reading
shit.
about. I was so shocked at how they fed these chimps. It was not good food. It was not.
You know what they really like to eat, man? They really love to eat monkeys.
That's right. Me.
Other monkeys?
Dude, it's hard to watch. They didn't know it until the 1990s, I think. There was that guy, David Attenborough.
Yep.
Is that who it was?
Yep.
Did a nature documentary in the Congo or some shit.
Yeah.
And they followed these chimps, and they had this hunting party. They took down this monkey, and they're ripping the monkey apart and eating it alive. Little colobus monkey. They see the thing screaming, the look on its face while it's eating it like ass first. It's chewing on this thing.
Pulling it apart like
Pulling
this,
it apart, and the monkey's screaming like you can't believe it's getting eaten apart. It's one of the most fucked up, disturbing videos I've ever seen. Even like,
So I can't handle
You
those
see them
things.
looking up in the trees.
Yeah.
The main one looking up in the trees, and they're mapping where these monkeys are going, and they cut off as a group. They were they cut them off.
Like a
well,
gang.
they funnel them. They
Yes.
beat the trees and they get them to go in a certain direction, and then they box them
Like
in.
West Side Story.
Yeah,
where
and then they just tear them
eating
apart.
ass first.
They also found that the monkey, young male chimps will band together and go kill other chimps from other other
I didn't know
groups.
this, man.
Yeah, they'll even occasionally cannibalize. They'll cannibalize people from chimps from other tribes. Yeah, our ancestors are assholes.
And so are people a lot of
Yeah.
times. They do a lot worse.
Well, of course, but I
We're
mean,
a bipolar ape.
We're not killing eating people though, really.
well, we are, but
We
it's
certainly
so
are.
rare. And
Watch-
but if
watch
you look
Vice.
at the numbers, see how many fucking chimps there are in the wild, and they're doing this fucked up shit to monkeys, and then look at how many people there are. If there was as many people or chimps as there were people, it would be chaos. You wouldn't be able to leave your house. If there was as many chimps as there were people, you would never be able to
kidding
get
me?
to your car. They would mug you every
eat
chance
you.
they got. They would rip your fucking feet off and fuck your ass. They would do whatever they wanted to. They would do whatever they wanted to.
I think that would be the one animal actually you definitely don't want to have to have an
gorillas and
encounter.
chimps?
Dude.
You may as well choose a croc because they'll kill you right away. A chimp will just take your face off and your
doesn't it rip
genitals
your- yeah,
off.
doesn't it rip your-
yeah.
Gorillas
genitals
are
off?
less likely to attack you.
Yeah, they are.
Gorillas will fake you. They'll fake charge you. and you have to stand
Just
your
to scare
ground.
you, right?
It's a mock
They want,
charge.
you, they want you to get the fuck out of here. Just get the fuck out of here. You're staring at me, you crazy
And
asshole.
the chimp's gonna rip your dick and face off.
Well, we're so soft. We think it's okay to look at a wild animal in its eyes. That's how
Shit,
stupid
not
we are.
me.
Hi.
a
Hey,
challenge.
we're cool. We're cool, man. We're from National Geographic Society. We just come to make sure your baby's okay. Fucking crazy 800-pound silverback
What's wrong
bursting
with
through the
people?
trees. Gets right in your face. He's got fangs and he only eats vegetables.
I know.
And the fangs are
Shredded.
only designed to fuck you up. And you can't even imagine what an 800-pound gorilla's strength is like, because you would think of it as like an 800-pound man, but it would really be more like a 3,000-pound man.
Yeah.
It would twist your head off like this, man. Like, boom.
Rip you to pieces. Probably more than 3,000. Probably like a 5,000-pound man.
sure.
Some ridiculous number.
Look at the muscles on a 200-pound chimp, man. When they lose their hair.
Oh, they're
A lot of them lose-
disgusting.
Oh,
Troll-looking, fucking
Oh, God.
horrible-looking
I've
beasts.
stared at those muscles forever.
If we had as many chimps as there were people, everybody's always down for chimps. And look, I'm not saying we should exterminate the chimps. Don't get me wrong. But let's just be realistic. If chimps were everywhere and they had full freedom the way people do, we'd
Fuck
have
that
a
noise.
fucking serious problem.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the first problem was someone said that was okay for those chimps to fucking hang out with us, man.
And if you don't think chimps will steal babies and eat them, you haven't been paying attention to the literature.
That's
yeah,
right, sir.
I haven't been paying attention because I'm terrified.
They will
Oh, they
steal
will.
babies. Baboons will
From
steal
each
babies
other.
for fun.
From each
Baboons,
other.
I knew. Baboons are
Evil
wild as fuck.
fucking cunts.
Yeah, baboons are
Evil cunts.
When you
baboons.
carry your baby on the back on your back, it's not a good idea.
Baboons are creepy dog fucking monkey things. Brr. Nobody's got a pet baboon.
No,
in
some
New
people
York
do.
City. Do they? In
Yes,
New York
they do.
City?
Bro, I don't know about New York
well, they
City.
do in Africa. I know. There's like baboons with fucking masks
I
on.
feel like every
problem- the
time I'm
problem
in
with
here, I'm
monkeys-
terrified, man.
I know.
Every time. Last time I left, it was volcanoes. It's like, you're going to die any minute, bro.
Listen,
Volcano's
this is what
gonna
you do.
explode.
Keep away from volcanoes. Don't run for office in Russia. Make sure. make
Don't
sure
get a baboon because it will challenge you eventually.
we keep the chimp population to a minimum.
Yep.
Everybody was down for chimps. If chimps were like squirrels, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, you'd
be
you
fucked.
would be fucked if chimps were running through the fucking
Look at
park.
the muscles, look.
Oh, good.
This is my favorite.
googly moogly. Look at that thing.
Look at the muscles.
Oh my God, they're so strong.
Go to where there's a male. Where look at that.
and what's really that's
Look
the
at the
same
one
chimp, I think.
squatting right
but
there.
what,
Look at
yeah,
that.
but what's really fucked is
Pure balls on them.
He's got some balls and
that's
no
what
dick.
they all look like. We just usually see them covered in hair and we don't realize it.
That's right. Got some thick wrists on that guy, and those hands built for brutality.
Look at his nuts.
Built to pull your eyes
His
out of your
nuts
head.
with no dick.
No.
Just-
Well, no,
no
he has
wonder
a
he's
dick.
ferocious.
He has a dick. He's probably playing with it, man. He's probably holding it up with his extra long fingers.
You're not putting him in a rear naked choke.
You're not doing anything to him.
No.
Oh my God, he would laugh at you.
Bro, look at that gorilla
the
down
gorilla's
there.
a different thing.
Yeah, and it's-
What?
oh my God,
Lord.
Jesus fucking Christ,
the fuck?
he's so big. Oh my God, that thing's so big.
6 foot, 600 pounds.
Again, not messing with a very big piece, though.
Oh no, they have tiny dicks. As a
Tiny,
matter of
tiny.
fact, there's a difference. And notice how he says tiny balls too. Here's what's interesting. Give you a little science. And with primates, there's a direct relationship with the size of the testicles and the promiscuousness of the surrounding women. So the more the women are just fucking everything, buck wild up in here, the more the dude's balls get big, and that exists in cultures as well.
For sure. I live in LA.
Yeah.
My balls are
Look
huge.
Humans have the largest dicks, though, of all the primates per capita.
Yeah.
You know, per size, per
Right.
measurement.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you measured us pound for pound, our dicks are the biggest because we're the biggest hoes.
Yep.
Not necessarily like us and bonobos.
Bonobos fuck a lot, huh?
But our dicks are bigger. The thing about gorillas' dicks and balls is that the gorillas are so fucking unchallengeable. They could have little tiny puds and they still get all the pussy.
Makes
There's
sense.
no one coming along. There's no giant gorilla just stroking it, sitting by the side of the fucking pond,
No.
eating bamboo shoots with a giant shillelagh, just letting all the other gorillas know, like,
With a
listen, baby,
Shiva-like lingam.
get over, fuck this 1-inch killer you've been fucking with, because gorillas have 1-inch dicks.
That's so disappointing.
But if you look at it in a gorilla's way, a big dick is a big target. You want to
Yeah,
get your
man.
dick bit by a snake. Might be the difference between survival and death when you're out there living in the fucking jungle. Okay,
guess, but-
you want a tiny dick with a pee hole so small that one of those little ball-eating fish can't swim up there and
true.
eat your ball sack out from the inside like they're known to do.
I heard back in the
true.
day, like in the Roman times, a big dick you were made fun of. It was like looked down upon. Is that true?
No,
you guys would know.
It's the same today. It's
That's
like
what
the
I heard.
internet. It's like the internet. The Roman days were like Twitter. If if you have a big dick on Twitter, yeah, but the blood goes to it, you become a retard. Your body, it's been proven the body can't support a dick that big.
The Roman statues,
Why
was
so
considered, the
fucking
aesthetic
stupid?
was to keep the penis small because it took away from the body and how hard it was to chisel like a realistic body and foot and all that out of the marble. So you kept that area.
But I heard
That's
about
the
her.
story. I
That's
bet
the
there's
story,
a bunch
yeah.
of dudes jacking off on a statue of a giant cock. They probably took the cock and they were butt fucking the statue in the middle of the square, like backing each other up on the statue of this giant cock.
I just heard back in the day, if you had a big old dick in the Roman times, like they made fun of you, like you're an outcast.
No.
That's hilarious.
I don't think so.
Fun, make
No?
fun, boys. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Real funny, fellas.
so
Yeah.
funny
Real
with
funny,
your
man.
Sorry
dick
about my
jokes.
heavy dick.
Could you imagine if that is the one that's the one group of humans that will never get sympathy if you mock them. It's dudes with big dicks. No
I
matter
know.
what.
No matter what.
I mean, just different races, different nationalities, different genders. There's all sorts of categories where you're not allowed to mock people because it's
Right.
rude. Even white people. There's people get mad that you're mocking white people. Like, man, why don't you fucking leave us white people alone? You know, all the privilege that white people have. It's still not enough for you to be able to mock them.
Take your
But
4-pound
dudes
dick
with
and get
giant
outta here.
dicks, dudes with giant dicks, you got a green light. If you
get
can find
tee off.
something about that guy that you can make fun of, if you can make fun of that dude, nobody's gonna back him up.
We did-
Nobody's gonna come along and say, "Hey, dude with
Hey,
the big
man."
giant dick, you know, man, I feel your pain." It's the bullshit. They're mocking your giant, super fucking alpha hog, that giant dick
Super
that all the
alpha
women
hog.
want, that huge veiny monster of destruction that you're swinging in your pants.
Your giant boof.
The one thing that a dude cannot own up to. I mean, we just can't. No guy. No matter what you do, you make all the money in the world. That guy's got a giant dick, and if he bangs her, she's gonna remember.
we did a
Remember that giant thing filled.
And you can't pay for it either.
How about
There's nothing
Loveline?
you can do.
We did Loveline, and the open forum was, "Does size matter?" And literally every girl but one was like, "Absolutely."
Dudes will tell you it doesn't matter. It's wishful thinking, bitches. Everything
Drew,
matters.
Dr. Drew was like, "No, it doesn't matter."
Silly boy.
We're like, well,
Silly boy. No, he said it does matter. I thought.
well, he's got a piece on him apparently.
Well, that's what they told us.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it was
I
funny.
need proof. I need a dick pic, Dr.
Yeah,
As do
what's
I.
a piece? Yeah, you know, there's like guys. I took karate in high school. Okay,
Yeah, define- de- define
karate did you really
peace.
do? Well, I've
Yeah.
been doing martial arts since I was a kid. What'd you do? You and your brother hit a brick with a fucking flashlight in your backyard,
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
did.
Every guy exaggerates
Practicing
how
the
much they
Kubotan.
bench and how fast a runner they were. Oh, I ran a 4.5 40. Well, the NFL.
How about
really
your
fast.
friend goes, yeah, I ran a 4.6 in the 40. I went, well, no, you didn't. He goes, oh, I benched 385 though 3 times in high school.
Oh, though? Why would he say that, though? That means
don't
he
know.
said he's admitting the first one was a lie. Listen,
sure.
that was bullshit, but I'm an Eagle Scout.
I'm an Eagle Scout.
I made that shit. I did make Eagle Scout. I got a badge.
I saw a
hooked it up.
grown man who was an Eagle Scout at the airport, and he was pushing 45, and he was an Eagle Scout.
Using the full get up?
Sure was.
Oh, he's molesting kids.
Yes, he is.
100%.
Well, he's a Scout Master. He's
that
not
what
a,
it is?
Yeah, I mean, he might have earned the rank of Eagle Scout,
So
but
now
he's
he's
not
a
in
Scout
the Boy
Master.
Scouts anymore. He's
Right.
like running these Scout trips.
He can make
That's
fire
some
out of 2 sticks.
shady shit.
Oh, dude, weird guys.
Join the military.
I remember I
dude.
was a kid. I was and I was in the Boy Scouts. I was probably like I guess it was between. So when I was living in Boston, so I think I was probably like 13. That was when I was in the Boy Scouts. I was only in it for like 1 year, whatever it was, 13 or 14.
I was a
I was living
weeblo.
in Jamaica Plain, and my mom took me to the Boy Scout thing, and this fucking dude who was a Scoutmaster was hitting on my mom. Like hard, and my mom was like blushing and she was trying to be polite about it, but I remember like, this is creepy. This dude's hitting on my mom in front of me, and I gotta go camping with this asshole. And he was like, hey, what's up with your mom? Like, she's married to my dad.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
you're getting
you know?
extra marshmallows and shit.
I didn't get any extra marshmallows. I went to camp with a bunch of fucking hoodlums. It was a scary camp.
Really?
I didn't do any of the shit we're supposed to do. I hid during the day, like we're supposed to do all these different activities. Took my fishing rod, went down to the lake. I checked out early.
Joe the individual.
I checked out right
Doesn't
away.
play well with others.
He's not a
Dude,
team
no,
player.
dude. There was ricochets. Okay, dudes he gave kids 22s, and they were shooting at rocks. And we're hanging out there, but there was like an archery range. And while we're hanging out by the archery range, I hear, "Phew!" And I go, "What the fuck is that?" And someone goes, "It's a ricochet." I go, "What do you mean it's a ricochet?" They're like, someone over by the rifle range probably hit a rock. I go, "It goes all the way the fuck over here." Like, what are you talking about,
Yeah,
man?
just keep fishing, bro.
This is the Boy Scouts in New Hampshire, okay? Listen, the survival of the fittest. They would take kids, pull them out of their cots, like pick their cots up, and tie them up and leave them in the middle of the woods. And it was pitch dark. You couldn't see your hand.
I went to camp out there. I got molested.
Did you?
Yes.
What happened? Oh, you talked about
I
this.
know, it
You
doesn't
didn't tell
matter.
this story on the podcast?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It wasn't. I mean,
It doesn't
molested
matter. What are
was.
you, a girl? You gonna tell us a story?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Well,
it doesn't matter.
tell the story though. Didn't he?
Well,
Didn't,
yeah.
like
I woke
Officer
up-
Greg suck your dick? So
Well, no, I
Someone
woke
sucked
up.
your dick?
I woke up with
Yeah.
Dan. His name was with a fistful of my dong, and I
Fistful.
And I had a morning boy hard on, and I was like, "What's going on?" And he was like doing this. I was like, "I do this usually. Why is he doing this?" I remember going, "I do this. Why is he?" I didn't even it didn't occur to me. So I go to my buddy Donnie.
old were
I
you at the
go,
time?
probably 11, and I go to my buddy Donnie. I go, "Hey man, this guy, you know me." I'm like, "This guy Dan was playing with my dick." And my buddy John goes, "He's playing with my dick too." And Donnie goes, "He sucked mine." And I go, "I'm telling my mom." So I waited like a little tiger in the tall grass.
Sucked mine.
Yep.
Donnie got his dick sucked.
Yeah,
He's getting
yeah.
it done repeatedly.
He wasn't like
Real
a
quick,
violent-
Callen got molested as a kid.
Sure did. Wasn't a violent guy. He was probably a guy who he had a beard. I remember with a bald head, terribly not athletic at all. I threw a ball at him and he clapped like he was clapping at a bug. And then he just loved boys. And I went and told my mom.
What'd you
I
tell your
waited.
mom? How'd you tell your mom?
Well, my mom wasn't there, so she didn't come for about 2 weeks, and he kept asking me why I wasn't going on more trips because I was just taken. I was like not signing up for any more canoe.
Was it
trips.
just that one time? Because you were there for 2 weeks.
It was
Did you
just
get your dick sucked
no.
by
I was
Greg?
there for longer than that. I was in camp for 2 months, I believe.
Did he suck your dick?
No, he never sucked my dick.
Just
How close did he
Donnie's.
get to it?
He just had it. He just had it. Well, he was.
It was hard.
We were all in the tent. It was probably me and like a couple of guys, and he had his hand in my sleeping bag, playing with my little wiener.
Give me like a jiu-jitsu position. Does he have you in side control?
Nope, I'm lying next to him,
Is
You're
he
lying
ski
next to him.
poling?
and
Oh,
he's looking.
he's ski poling.
He's
Because
looking.
tents are small, bro.
Yeah.
There's 3 kids. He's probably like this. 2
Oh,
fistfuls
yeah, maybe.
sucking Dunny off.
Well, I know that I was looking.
You were in a threesome with Donnie.
I was I had woken up
This
like
is
this.
weird.
I was in a threesome, probably.
Probably.
And
This explains so much.
I know.
Why are you fucking rubbing your head? That's got to be an internet meme. This
I
explains so much.
Explains so much.
Callen was molested.
I was molested.
I don't know. It's fucked up to laugh, man.
Why are
Like,
you laughing at that? That's so
Hey,
rude.
there's a big difference between being molested and then being fucked, and so you know, for me, and
he
I
was
knew
minorly
that.
molested.
You're crazy if you don't
Yeah.
think Donnie was fucking him too.
No, I think Donnie.
We need to
Donnie didn't
reach
want,
out to Donnie.
didn't want me to tell anybody, and I was like, I'm telling my mom.
I almost got molested by a guy.
Yeah.
Came real close. Didn't realize that the guy was creeping on me until the very end.
Neither did I.
I thought
had
he was
that, too.
nice. I thought he was nice, but he was getting weird. He was getting weird, and he was showing up drunk.
How'd
We
you
used to-
know him?
I used to go fishing near this place called Jamaica Pond. And Jamaica Pond was this place in Jamaica Plain where I lived that had really good fishing. Like, I could walk to it. Seems weird, but that's, Boston, it rains a lot. You have like ponds and lakes and shit, like sometimes near cities. And this was a real legitimate trout pond. And we would go fishing there all the time. You catch bass there, trout, but they would stock it with rainbow trout. And I loved fishing back then. I'd fish all the time. I'd fish every day after school. So much fun. It was just peaceful. And it's fun catching fish.
Yeah,
It's like
I
one of
love
those
it
things,
too.
kids love it, When I caught my first trout, I was like, holy shit. Like, I brought it in and I picked it up and, I took it home and I cooked it. I couldn't believe I caught a fucking trout. And then it was very exciting to me. Anyway, this dude used to jog by and he used to talk to me and my friend Josh.
Brendan can't stop laughing.
We used to go fishing at this place all the time. Dude's probably dead now because it was before I moved to Newton. I moved to Newton when I was 14, so I was living in Jamaica Plain. I was probably 13-ish, somewhere around then. And he's probably in his late 50s. So he comes around and, he'd ask us about fishing, like, what do you catch? Like, sit down with us for a little bit and talk with us. Very friendly, and then he'd take off. And he kept doing it, like, over and over again. Come by, very friendly.
Softening you up.
Yep, softening us up.
Feelers.
He would offer us some food. He would give us some food, like a cake or something. He'd probably rub his balls all over it. I have no idea, right?
Yeah.
Probably give you like a cookie that just had deep in his ass. Like, I had no idea.
I
Who knows?
I ran it over my crack.
Who knows what he did, right? But I didn't know any better, man. I was 13. I just didn't know any better. I had one experience when I was younger. When I was like 7 years old, I was at a library in San Francisco. And I was looking at these books, and I was looking at these monster books. And this guy came up to me like, "You like monster books?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "I got monster books out in my car." I go, "Oh, really?" And I start going out to this guy's car, and the lady who's the librarian screams out, "Joseph, you get away from that man!"
Damn,
that man
dude.
just got out of jail. So I run away.
Damn,
I'm
dude.
crying.
He's probably going to
Who knows? Who the fuck knows?
Fuck, man.
Most likely molest me. I dodged.
If it's a good
Or
day,
kill
Right,
you.
could be killed me. Yeah, I'm
Dang,
like
man.
7 at the most. At the most, I'm 8.
Yeah, I'm
right?
not
a little
laughing
kid.
anymore.
Scary shit. So I had that in my past. Like I remembered that I dodged that bullet. So this dude, man, so stupid, man. I had lunch over this guy's house before, just me and him. This is where it started getting weird. I peed in his bathroom, and one of the things he said to me, he goes, "You're very developed," and I said, "What?" And he goes, your penis is very developed for a boy your age. That's a very good thing. I was like, oh, okay. But he didn't get creepy with me. I mean, I was over the
that's
dude's
creepy.
house. It was creepy, but you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
creepy as fuck.
He didn't try to fuck me. It was
Probably
just like he
loved
just
you.
said
Like,
that.
he
Dude,
wanted to- yeah.
whatever it was, it got real weird after that. So that was probably the beginning of the weirdness.
Hell yeah.
So I definitely told Josh. I was like, dude, he said that like my dick was developed. Like he's looking at my dick, and Josh was like, whoa. And Josh was an interesting character too. Like that kid knew a lot of shit. He knew about like weird sexual shit like way early. Because his mom was a lesbian.
There's always
His
one of
mom
those
lived
guys.
with this woman who looked like a truck driver. It was hilarious. Like he knew some shit.
stuff,
he was
yeah.
a sharp kid. He's like, dude, he's trying to fuck you. Like, this is gonna get ugly.
Yep.
And we were talking about it. Like, do you think he's a pedophile? Like, it was like some weird shit. So anyway, I started avoiding the dude. And then one time I'm fishing, and there was 2 areas. There was one area where Jamaica Pond was the big area, and then there was this other smaller pond that was off like like a few blocks to the left. Sometimes we would go to that pond because no one ever went there, and it did have some good fish in there. And every now and then, like it had different kind of fish. It had like pickerel and all these different kind of fish. So he shows up. It's just me and him, and this is kind of an isolated area. There's a lot of trees and shit. It's not like Jamaica Pond, which has this big running track. This
Is he
was
in
like
sweats?
This was sketch. This is sketch.
Yeah.
And he tells me that he loves me.
What?
And, yeah. And I don't know what to do. Like I'm sitting there fishing, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I like you too, man. And he goes, no, I love you, and there cannot be no true love. There can be no true love without sex.
Holy
And I remember him saying that,
shnikes.
and I remember going, what? Like what? And I remember I had a knife. I had a Swiss Army knife, one of those little red plastic handle Swiss Army knives, and I had it in my pocket, and I put my hand on the knife, and I didn't want to pull it out, but I wanted to have it on me, And I remember thinking I might have to fucking stab this guy.
Chop
Like,
that dick up.
I don't know. I mean, first of all, I'm probably gonna get killed. I'm 13.
Dang,
I
man.
didn't know how to fight back
And
then.
he's a big
I wasn't
dude.
big. He was bigger than me. He was an
Yeah.
old guy.
Yeah, grown-ass
He's
man.
a grown ass man.
Yeah, sweatsuit.
And if he knew how to fight at all, I was fucked. I didn't have any martial arts experience back then.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I started getting into martial arts is after this. I figured I have to know something. Like this guy, if this guy beats me up and fucking kills me and stabs me, like no one's gonna hear me. I'm in this like really kind of wooded area, and so I told him you better fucking leave me alone or something like that. Whatever words I was able to muster, being scared out of my mind at 13, and then years later, after I had moved, this is where it got really creepy. He sent a letter to my house, and I was like 16 or 17 or something like that.
Relentless.
Yeah, he sent a letter to my house many, many years later. He found out where I moved to, found out where my house was. I had never told him my house in the first place. And this guy sent me a letter. It was really creepy, man. I read this long, it was almost like a love letter to me. Oof. It was really creepy. And I just thinking, if I see this guy, Jesus Christ. This
He
is
was truly in
red
love.
alert.
Me and my buddy Michael in Saudi Arabia.
You fell in love with that dick. Let's be
He
honest.
saw my juicy dick.
That's what it was.
And that's the turning point. That's when he
Dude,
lost his
I
motherfucking
saw
an
mind.
insane
His
story,
mind.
though.
One of the
man.
most
It's
traumatic experiences for me, I was in Saudi Arabia with my buddy Michael, and in Saudi there was nowhere to play, so you would just go play in these like abandoned lots and whatever. We'd find cars that were old, but you'd break them up, as you're doing what 13-year-olds do, 14, 13. And I'll never forget, I see a guy, I couldn't understand what the guy was doing at the trunk of his car. I was like, what is that guy doing? And I realized I got closer. It was the most bizarre thing. There is a guy in the trunk of the car with his ass out of the car. So he had his
God.
ass sticking out of the trunk of the car, this giant hairy ass. And another guy had his robe lifted up, and he was standing there.
In Saudi Arabia?
Fucking the guy in his ass.
old are you at the
so
time?
I could just see an ass sticking out of a trunk, and he had his, I was 13.
How old are you? 13?
Me and my friend Michael, and he was jamming he was fucking him standing up, and I was like, I was kind of the leader of us two, and I go, I see it. He looks at me, and he didn't say anything. He just looks at me with a blank expression as he's just drilling some poor gimp in some Cadillac. And I go, Michael, let's run away. I've never run faster in my life. You know when you can't feel your legs? I was just like,
Scared, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't have any molest stories.
I do. I have
Nothing
another
for you.
one.
That's
I was
a crazy one, though. So that guy, what did he do when he saw you running away from him? Did
Nothing.
he try to finish
Did
real
he
fast?
continue?
Just looked at me with heavy eyes.
And kept banging the dude?
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Kept thrusting.
What do you think would have happened if you just stood there, like, unimpressed? Like,
Oh, that
that's what you should have done, like,
That's all you
rap
got?
style. You should have just stood him down and just went like,
Let me know when you're
friend.
done. I'll show you how it's done. Let me
the
know when you're
worst
finished.
audience member ever at a comedy club. You know, these guys?
Oh,
That's like
I
the last
bet.
thing you'd ever want to see. Imagine
Heckling
that. You doing that to him while he's fucking a guy in the ass in a trunk.
Nah, seen better.
Poor
You got
technique.
molested again,
Seen
though,
bigger.
Callen?
Weak
Well,
strokes.
well, no. I remember I met an older dude, and he was a cool guy. We hung out.
That's how it starts.
I always starts with older dude. We were in Wisconsin.
In a sweatsuit.
We're in Wisconsin, the North Woods of Wisconsin. Summertime. And I remember I meet this guy, and there was this girl there. Oh, two girls, older. And we were like,
How old
we
are
were,
they?
I don't know. Who cares? Let's say
40s?
13 or something
Oh,
like
Jesus.
that. 14. It was so hot, and I was
How old were
11,
you?
11, 10, something
Oh,
young.
they're not that
Even
old.
younger. Because I'll tell you why I know I was younger. So I'm hanging out with this guy, and
old is he?
we keep, and I was such a little pervert.
How old is he?
Well, I'll
He's
tell.
a
I don't
grown
know,
man?
but I'm going to tell you how I know he was a lot older. Ready? This is how you. This is why I'm going to. This is the point. So. I actually say we should try to have sex with those girls. I'm trying to conspire. I don't know how old I was. Or at least I was like, we should try to see their boobs. I don't know what I was saying to him. He goes, yes, that's a great plan. So we're talking. He goes, come, we have to go to the woods and come up with a plan. So I'm like,
no.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right. So we go to the woods.
God damn it.
And
No
then
wonder you've been molested several times.
the next thing I know, this is coming to me now. The next thing I know, he pulls his pants down, and I notice how hairy his ass is. So I go, that's weird. There's his dick and his ass, and he lies down, and he goes, do you want to rub on top of me or no? And I go, I don't think so. I was like,
Do you want to rub on top of me or no?
And I was young enough. I was young enough to have to think about it. I was
Imagine if that's his like fucking go-to line.
I swear
It's
to
like,
God.
You know, how do you get these kids to fuck you, dude? This is all you have to do. You lie down and you go, do you want to rub on top of me or no?
I saw-
And they always just start fucking you.
And then a couple
They
kids
just-
go, yeah, sure.
Spit on your asshole
Harry-
and start pounding away. They
But-
all do it. It's
but
like
if-
hypnosis.
But he laid down with his legs
Abracadabra.
straight. It wasn't like he was bent legs straight. He laid down. You want to rub up top of me or no? And I go, I don't think. I looked at his
just
hairy
you?
ass. Yeah, I saw the crack and I was like, do I say yes? I was like, this is vaguely sexual. And I go, no, I don't think so. So then he gets up and he goes, all right, well, just hold on for a second. And he starts, I'm going to show you something. And I go, all right. And he starts jerking off.
Oh,
And I go, all right, I've done. I tickle my tutu. I used to rub it on the
Tickle
bed.
my tutu?
Yeah, that's what my mother called it. So I go, so he's wanking off, and that was the first time he goes, hold on, ready? And I go, yeah, and he comes.
On you?
He
No.
busted in your face?
Nope, not on my face. He just shoots. And I go, what the fuck? I go, what's that white? I couldn't believe it. Seeing white stuff. It was the first time I saw somebody ejaculate.
Bro, hold on. Jesus. You were watching this dude jack off in the woods for a solid 4 minutes.
Hey, man,
and
it
you're
just came to
encouraging
me.
him. What were you saying to him?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. He goes, but
Yeah,
he kept
Jim.
going. He
Yeah,
kept
get
going,
it, Jim.
Hold on.
What do you call this, mister?
Yeah, hold on. He was like, watch this. Wait for it. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait for it.
Well, yeah. And then
What's
he goes,
gonna happen?
boom. And then we went. Then we left, and we went and spied on those girls.
You hung out with him after that.
I did. I sure did.
You
yes.
watched a grown man jack off, bust near you, not on your face.
Yeah.
Then you went to go find chicks
That's
with him.
right.
So you know what, man? When
buddy.
you're 11 years old, weird shit can happen to you.
Not to
man.
this
You don't-
11-year-old.
You got lucky.
Hell no.
You got lucky, but I'm not
Lucky.
saying that would have happened. You would have stood around while the guy jerked off. But I am saying
No.
it's possible that a guy, when you were 11, could have lied down and say, "Hey, you want to rub on top of me or no?" And you would have been like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
You would have said no, 100% no.
I didn't say.
That's what
I
you
didn't
would
say.
have
I
said.
didn't say
100% no.
For sure. No, I don't.
I thought about it because I thought that looks like
Pure
that looks
pressure.
like
The
it'd
guy'd be down there. You might be surprised.
Right.
And he'd be like,
I was like,
100%.
I
would
could-
not be surprised.
I just
might
thought
be
I could pretend that's a girl. I could rub against that and
You
pretend
can
it's a girl.
pretend it's a girl. What? Wait, hold on.
It was a crack.
Where the fuck are you revealing? Just like is this a confession thing?
Guys,
Where, like you wanted
there
to let
cameras
a
on me?
little bit of it out and we were talking about funny shit, you're like, no, I still have to add some stuff that I did that was kind of. I was thinking about
There's just a
him
couple
being
million
girl.
people listening. Biggest podcast ever.
This was last week, guys. And
What? The guy looked like the Iron Sheik in his prime. Thick as fuck.
jacking off
Big
the Callen's face.
mustache.
Monster, hairy asshole.
Oh, smells like wood and
Jesus
leather.
Fucking
I'll tell you what
Christ,
bothers
son.
me about the story is you watched him for several minutes jack off and ejaculate.
Sure did. I didn't know. I just didn't know what was
We
going to happen.
found video of the guy. We have the guy. Pull up that video of my on my Twitter feed of the Russian dude doing kettlebells in the snow with no shirt on.
What?
This is why you shouldn't fuck with Russians. They're a
tough as
different
shit.
kind of human. And everybody's freaking out about this Putin stuff, like Putin assassinated, or allegedly. Putin's actually investigating it, and he's quite upset that
He's
this
very
happened.
upset. He wrote a letter to the guy's mother.
So anyway, bottom line is, Russia is a different fucking.
Yeah.
It's a different beast.
He's
Look
still
at this
stuck
dude.
on. He's still stuck on the jacking off.
Look at
I'm
this video of this
surprised, Callen.
dude. There's a video of this dude. He's in the fucking snow in Russia, and he's doing the Man Maker. It's on the Keith Weber kettlebell cardio workout series. He does the entire Man Maker. No fucking shirt
That's a rough guy.
on.
That's a rough
in the
guy.
winter. Hard to tell how much that kettlebell weighs. It depends on the construction of it. It's either 35 pounds or 50 pounds.
Is that an on it bell?
No. This is the motherland. They don't want on it up there. It's probably looks about 50 pounds,
That
right?
dude's in shape too.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, he is. Watch him do this shit, man. The dude's stacked. He does this with no shirt on in fucking Russia in the winter. And he talks Russian to his dog who waits for him. You know what? You know
He's just
why?
a different breed,
Because this
man.
guy's throwing this fucking 50-pound kettlebell around like it ain't shit. And he's doing it over and over again. Switch hands,
If you
neck
survived
size.
Russian history, that
Dude.
was a distillation process.
This is some warrior genetics you're looking at here.
Yep.
This guy's all fucking stud. Oh, by the way, he might be 70.
Oh, and both of you are lucky. This isn't the guy who's trying to fuck both of you as
By the way,
kids.
you're damn right about that.
Well, he doesn't look like a tall fella. He's not a very big fella.
No, he's short for sure.
But this guy's a tank.
Yeah.
Because he's rattling these fucking. I mean, I don't know how much that weighs. It might only be 35 pounds.
Dude, that
in
looks
which case,
pretty.
it's not
That
as.
looks heavier than
I
35.
think that's heavier.
It looks
Joe.
like a 50 to me.
It
But
looks like a
depends on how big-
75er.
No, it would be 72, I think. 70 or 72.
That looks heavy,
I-
Joe.
I don't know. It might be.
It's the size of his head.
Yeah, but there's some ones that they make that are really
Yeah,
light.
bulky,
They look
too.
like that,
Oh, okay.
but they're really light.
I'm gonna
I've
say
used them
that's
before.
heavy.
Like if you see those colored ones, you ever see the ones that are colored?
Yeah, they're
those
like-
are light as
yeah,
fuck.
and they're big.
big. They look like you're using superhuman strength, and it's like 30 pounds.
But that
I've seen
that thing is as big as his Russian head. He's got a big Russian head.
That looks like a real like Dragon Door style or one of the On It ones. It's all cast iron. If that's the case, that's probably 50 pounds.
That dude's just way tougher than
Yeah,
me.
look at this motherfucker. He's just switching hands. Clean press. The entire time we've been talking, this guy has never taken a break. He's just throwing around this 50-pound kettlebell.
Kind of awesome.
He's
I
just
gotta take my
savage.
kettlebell workouts way more seriously.
Are those ankle
Look at
weights
the
he's
people
wearing though?
behind
That's
him.
the only thing I
No, those
question.
are fucking Let's Get Physical socks. look at the people behind him freezing,
A lot of
covered
fun to
up
live
like
there.
they're Bedouins.
That's a good time to live there, huh?
Yeah. This guy's an animal. This is the best way
What
to
else you
like,
gonna do,
stay
though?
warm
Yeah.
in the winter. Just keep doing this. Maybe this is a strategy. You know how you go to those cryotherapy places and they keep the inflammation down?
Yeah.
Maybe if you do like fucking heavy workouts like this while you're in the middle of a snowstorm, it might actually aid your performance.
Bad idea.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you think
For
about what
reals.
this guy's doing. This is all about the burnout. These are all like high rep exercises he's doing.
The blood's flowing.
Yeah, blood's
And
flowing.
It's cold. Mm-hmm. Pushing the
You know?
inflammation out.
He's doing one-arm presses and then full deep squats. So this guy, in the course of us watching him, we're assuming that's about 50 pounds, has probably done like, what, 30 or 40 deep squats
Yeah.
with that 50-pound kettlebell over his head, and he continues to do it. He's an animal.
Yeah, he's an animal.
Look at him. But doing it like this while it's freezing out with no shirt on, it makes you keep the pace up. You don't want to get cold.
Those socks kind
That's
of
a chow. That's a chow. The dog is a chow, ladies and
Your
gentlemen.
socks are perfect. He's got Olivia Newton-John blaring in his Russian-built car.
I think they're ankle.
This
They're
motherfucker's
ankle
doing
weights.
windmills, son.
Oh, look at
Windmills
this
after
now.
all this with that 50 pounds.
Oh.
That shit is not easy.
I guess that's a chow. That's one of those.
Yeah, that's a weird Russian
Russian,
dog.
yeah.
It
No,
doesn't-
it's a chow.
that dog.
Nah.
It's 100% chow. 100% chow, by the way.
Are they Russian
way.
descent?
No, they are Chinese.
Which
Yeah.
is right next to Russia.
Good point.
Well, all right.
Motherfucker, that thing wandered into his yard one day. Come with me, your friend, comrade.
Comrade.
You live with me.
Hey,
I
hey,
give you
do
scraps.
Kettlebells.
You bark when people come to me and I kill. I kill him. I feed
he's
you
struggling a little
people.
bit on this
Of course
side.
he is. This
Yeah, I mean,
motherfucker's
you're
working
washed up.
hard.
That's 100 reps deep, though.
Yeah, he's working hard, man.
Yeah, he's a stout little man.
This is a savage fucking workout for a no-shirted man in the middle of
Hell
snow.
yeah. That dude once raped kids. We're all fucked.
That dog doesn't give a fuck about the cold, by the way. Look
No.
at him. That dog might
Look
as
how
well
much
be in
hair he has
Tahiti.
on, man.
Yeah. It's pretty dope to be a dog like that and live in a place like that.
Yeah.
Everybody else is suffering. You're like,
Oh,
let's
this is
take
what
a
I was
nap.
thinking. Do you think homeless dogs have the best lives of any dog? Because they're outside all the time, and so they do feed them, but they're out. You know what I'm saying? Like
As
they're
long
free.
as their dogs are pack animals, so as long as they have a pack to be with, yes. If they're alone, no.
By the
no,
way-
no. I'm saying they have an owner, but he's homeless.
This Russian motherfucker has not stopped.
That's
Somebody needs to
crazy.
dub us talking about this guy over his video and send it to him. Respect, comrade.
Respect, dog.
Respect. We give to you respect.
It's true. He's a badass.
Fucking savage. Look at him. He's still
at him.
going.
God.
He's still going. That guy, that's a lot of goddamn reps this guy's
in
done
really
in 5
good shape.
minutes.
He's a CrossFitter
Please. Don't insult, please, from motherland.
from motherland.
These are kettlebells.
Then I drink
This
vodka.
is Russia.
I drink vodka all night.
Have you ever seen that picture of young Fedor in front of kettlebells?
No.
Maybe one of the best pictures ever of a fucking post-training session.
Oh, I need
Really?
to see that.
Yeah,
don't know if I've seen it.
post-training session, great super athlete. Because the kettlebells being a Russian invention, you know, like you see Fedor with all these kettlebells around him, it sort of signifies like this was a different
A
motherfucker.
man made from
Russian
iron.
sambo champion. Look at that fucking photo. God damn, son.
And he was thin.
Well, he had very
Not
little
that
body
thin.
fat, but he was very thick, muscled.
Look
back
at
then.
the back on that.
He had less body fat back then, but more muscle. He was a big fucker. But that's also he's pumped. Like he's probably just worked out, in which you get real thick because you're all
True.
pumped up.
You
with
don't get
blood.
more masculine.
than that, dude.
No.
How about the fact that he never gave a fuck about his gut?
He's just
Guy didn't give a
Never.
fuck.
He's
Didn't
Russian.
give a fuck. Just went in there dropping bombs.
he
on
married?
people. Yeah, he's been married and divorced a couple times.
He does paintings and shit
Yeah.
too.
He does?
He does art. Yeah, he does like drawings and
Is he
shit.
good?
It's not the best
Yeah.
shit you've ever seen.
Well, it's not bad. It does like cartoons. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird. It's like the shit like a real serial killer thinks of.
For sure.
When they're not there smashing people's heads in.
Well, his
they draw
brother's a
beautiful.
fighter and was spent a lot of time in jail, I think, right?
His brother's a maniac.
His Yeah?
brother's a
He's
different
covered
level.
with prison tattoos. Like his on his back, there's a picture of like the angel of death holding a baby.
Well, that's not good.
Gangster
Yeah, it's all
shit.
prison tattoo shit. You never seen it? Look at pull that up. Alexander Emelianenko's tattoos. He's in jail right now for rape.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know
Really
whether or
bad
not
guy.
he did it, but he's definitely an alcoholic. He definitely gets drunk, and he's very different than Fedor. Whereas Fedor is like completely composed, like very disciplined. Alexander also had some significant losses. Like he lost in Pride to Mirko. Mirko head kicked him.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is like, look at his back. That's like the angel of death holding a baby.
Oh,
It's
no.
weird. Yeah, he's got weird like he had these ones on his shoulders, but he had them taken off. It was like they had these gang tattoos on his shoulders, but he had them removed and changed to some sort of pattern.
He's a
You think anyone's fucking with that guy in prison?
Jesus
Nah.
Christ, not a good idea. That guy knocked James Thompson out in about 15 seconds.
Highly
Oh, that's
skilled.
right.
Yeah, he's a beast, dude. Alexander Emelianenko is a beast. You know, I mean, he got knocked out by Crow Cop, but he fought Crow Cop when Crow Cop was just on fire. Do you think that there's dudes that just like they hit this like BJ Penn level, like BJ Penn when he beat Sanchez, BJ Penn when he was like at his very best. Like this is only like a couple of years you can keep that intensity up.
I think it's only a couple fights. I don't think it's years.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe that's where Kane is right now? That's why he's getting all these injuries. That these
Yeah.
fucking Junior Dos Santos wars were just so insanely
On
taxing.
both of them. I think Junior's not the same after those wars either.
No, I don't think so either.
But you got to remember, too, back in those Pride days, those guys were fighting a lot more frequent. So we got to see the very best when they were, at their prime.
Yeah.
And now in the UFC, you fight, if you're a star 2 times a year, maybe 3. Granted, people would say, oh, cowboy. But I'm talking about, when a superstar, he's fighting maybe twice a year. Now, think if it was back in the day, we'd see him 3-4 times.
And you remember when they used to make these fights? They put the fight together within like 3 or 4 weeks of the fight.
Yeah.
It would what happens in the UFC when there's a fallout would happen in Pride all the time. It would
All
happen
the
in
time.
Pride instead of like you having like 8 weeks to prepare. Like they would tell you like a couple weeks out. Like occasionally there would be like a long wait. You knew like when the open weight Grand Prix tournament, pretty much. We knew who it was, but then last minute, like guys were getting added. Josh Barnett, I think, was one of the later additions. I might be wrong about that though. But I mean, you look at that lineup: Barnett, Nogueira,
Hunt.
Crow Cop, Hunt. Like Jesus
It's
fucking
insane,
Christ!
man.
those days, man.
Toughest motherfuckers on the planet.
Yeah, it's interesting when you think about that time, the Wild West days of Pride. You know, head stomps and soccer kicks on the ground. When Vanderlei fought Tamura, he was holding onto the rope and stomping on his face.
Bro,
He
when
was holding on
Krokop
to the rope.
fought Ron Waterman and soccer kicked him in the face.
Oh yeah, man. Oof, I forgot about that fight. Yeah, and Ron Waterman ate it too. He ate a couple of those. before he
Waterman
went
was
down.
one of my first training partners.
big
he
fuck,
tapped me
dude.
out with his titties. Got in my guard and just smothered me with his titties.
Whoa.
That strong, man. Almost
God
broke my nose.
damn.
You know?
Jesus.
I knew nothing at the time. My training
big
partner was
boy.
Ron Waterman and Shane Carwin, my first two training partners. And they were just rotating on me and just dismantled
That's
me.
a terrible idea. I wish I was your friend back then.
That'd been
Did
nice.
you have to? Did you have
That'd been
to?
nice.
I would have said, "Listen, man.
No one said shit.
The way to do this."
Shane was like, "No, it's making you tough, man." I'm like, "I know."
Oh.
I'm like, "I know, man," but he like tapped me out with his titties and it's super embarrassing.
Okay, the tapping you out the titties is the least of your concerns. That is the least of your concerns.
We didn't spar.
Oh, thank God.
But you know what? Ron used to whoop my ass. And then 4 years down the road, B-Shop was working on stand-up, and he comes in to spar. I'm like, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
me and Shane put it on him.
Well, he was a big guy, but he didn't move that good.
No, he's real stiff, but
Yeah.
so strong.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy strong.
Do you remember Dan Bobish?
No.
God damn. Dan Bobish was a dude who was he lost to Mark Kerr in the UFC, where Kerr got on top of him and stuck his chin in his eye socket. You used to be allowed to stick your chin in someone's eye socket. So dudes would get a hold of your head. They would shove their chin, they'd get the mount or something like that. You know, any position where they get on top of you and they can balance out. And they would get their hand behind your head and then get your fucking chin right in your eyeball and just squeeze. And, you know, your eye's on fire. You get blowout fractures of your eyes. Guys are seeing sparks and
Some
shit.
meathead shit.
Yeah, you got a giant man like Mark
I never
Kerr
even thought of that.
in
That's
his
so
prime.
vicious.
See if you could find that. It's Mark Kerr taps Dan Bobish with his chin. Yeah, I was there, dude. I interviewed him afterwards. There was the glory days.
Was
when
his eye jacked up?
Oh, he had a tap, man.
Still
He had
may
a
have
chin
the
in his
best
eyeball.
body. Still may have the best body in those American flag shorts of any.
Super nice guy too.
Yeah, great guy.
The
Steve Kerr?
nicest guy.
Mark
Mark
Kerr.
Kerr.
Super
260,
nice guy.
about
Yeah.
260.
Always a very, very cool dude. Regardless of what was going on in his life, if
Yeah.
you saw Mark Kerr, he was always
Your
super
boy
friendly.
Ken Shamrock's fighting again.
Yeah, he's fighting Kimbo.
Crazy,
He's
huh?
fighting your boy
51 years
Kimbo.
old.
Yeah, and you know what I said? I liked about what he said. He goes, I've earned the right to fight for fun. He goes,
Yeah.
I'm doing it for money, and I'm a professional, but I've earned the right to fight for fun. He goes, I don't want to go play golf. He goes, I don't want to go hiking. I don't want to go hunting. I don't want to go fishing. He goes, I like fighting. He goes, I like the camaraderie that comes with preparing for a big fight. I enjoy it. But I love the way he said it. You know, it's like very honest and refreshing.
agree.
And it's true. He
I
has
liked
earned
it.
it. Ken Shamrock's
100%.
goddamn all-time
He's a
great.
legend.
He's a legend. You know, and
Hall of Famer.
and he had some fucking great technique back in the day, man. Ken Shamrock, man. Go to the early UFC when he tapped Pat Smith and fucked his leg up with that heel hook.
Ken Shamrock's
Dropped down for that heel hook.
monster.
Yeah.
Pat Smith had no idea what the fuck was going
He
on.
was fighting in Japan, right? Way before.
Fought in
anybody else.
Pancrase, he fought a bunch of, he fought in Pride for a while. He had some good fights in Pride, man. Ken Shamrock he was developing some pretty decent stand-up. Like, remember that fight where, like the PD my heart, like he had something going on with his heart, like his heart was beating too fast in one of his fights? Remember that? Like he stopped the fight. I think it was Fujita. But he was putting it on him before that. Like, I was really impressed with his striking. Like, Ken Shamrock doesn't get enough credit because he fought Tito Ortiz when he was already, past his prime, and his knee was fucked up when he fought Tito. The first time he fought Tito, he basically didn't have an ACL. Wow. Like, he was fucked up.
I was at that fight with you.
And,
And
it was-
Eddie.
after the fight, it was crazy. Like, Tito was still mad at him, and Ken said to him, he was just real honest about it. He goes, hey, man, we made some money. We made some money. Let's let it go. You won. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And he gave him a hug, and, like, you could see Tito, like, noticeably calm down. Tito was still mad even after he kicked his ass because all the trash talking. Ken's like, but look what happens. Like, all this trash talk, we both made a lot of money. It's over. You won. Like,
Yeah,
Ken
but
was
then
like,
it rekindled.
very mellow about
Then it
it, yeah.
rekindled, though. Then the second time.
Where's more money?
More money.
Get some more money. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Get this money, son.
I remember you and we talked to Tito after that fight. Remember that? A long time ago, we went
Yeah.
there.
Well, I ran into Ken at a diner at like 1 o'clock in the morning the night of the fight. He was eating, and
Night of the fight,
I'm like,
after.
how do you before it? it's into the morning.
Oh,
It's 1
okay,
o'clock in the
yeah.
morning, the day of he's gonna fight the next day, and he's out at a diner. And he was real. He had been through so much. He'd fought so many times.
It's what he
He's
does.
like, he goes, "Hey man," he goes, "It only hurts after it's over."
Yeah.
That's
And he's
great.
like laughing about it. He's like, "So I'm gonna go fight tomorrow." Like that was his attitude about it. This is Mark Kerr and Dan Bobish. Let's see if we could see the video of him putting his fucking cheek in his eye. See, he got him in side control. Beautiful back. Look at the size of this
Certainly
guy.
did.
And Dan Bobish is goddamn enormous.
Look at it. Look at Bobish's
So
legs.
see the way he's grabbing his head with his arm? So he gets on side control, and he gets on top of him. Can you see it? Did they have a good angle? Poor production team back then. Full mount, chin in the eyeball. You can't see it in that angle, man.
Oh, maybe.
Can't see it, I don't think. I don't think they have
Well, if
a-
he goes to mount here, we'll be
Well,
able
that
to
was
see
it. I mean, that was the tap. It's over. But this is the full sequence. Let's see it. Look how strong he is. He's like,
Dude.
bitch, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Mark
I
Kerr
think
back
Mark
in the
Kerr
day.
wrestled at 188 in college too. By the way,
Well, you know what, man? He had a lot of creatine in his diet.
he certainly did.
And
he
he
said
fought
to
in
us,
Pride, and he definitely didn't take steroids then, right?
Nope.
Is that true?
It'd be
No.
crazy to assume that.
I know.
Well, you know what, man? That documentary was super brave.
Smashing Machine. Yeah.
Super brave of him.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically let them document his ascension into drug addiction.
Yep.
And a lot of that came from fighting, like painkillers and shit he got addicted to. And it was everything. Steroids, painkillers, like...
He is a
But
great guy.
I haven't seen that documentary. It's good,
Such
huh?
a nice
Yeah,
guy.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty fucking good technique here. For the day.
For
you know?
passing? Yeah, hell
Guard
yeah.
pass.
Kerr was a hell of
full
a
mount.
wrestler, big collegiate wrestler.
It's not like see, you can't really see it here, but he's got his chin in his fucking
Damn,
eyeball. Look at him
son.
grab his eye. Look at him grab his eye.
Damn.
Look at him, see?
Jesus.
Yeah, I remember that, man. That was back in. Look at the size of that
Oh
motherfucker!
my
Jesus Christ!
Lord.
He was
Jesus Christ!
jacked.
God damn, that's a big man.
Yeah, because I said you wrestled at
Yeah.
188. He goes, yeah, I put a little Miracle Grow in my cereal. I was
Really?
like, yeah.
Yeah, there's different animals.
How's he
back
doing
then.
now?
Not so good.
No.
He was selling cars for a while. Lost a shit ton of weight. He fought a few times since they got knocked out by King Mo, and he looked like really out of shape.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
King Mo smashed him in the first round.
Destroyed
It
him.
was really not fun to watch. It looked bad. He went to sleep, and you could tell like he was in a bad spot. And then he wound up retiring from MMA, sold some cars.
Damn.
I don't know what he's doing now.
I hope he's doing well.
I hope so too. He was a
Good
good
man.
dude.
Yeah.
He's always a good dude, but he definitely had his demons, man. Like a lot of those dudes. I mean, you were talking about it. You know, it hit you for a few months. Those goddamn pain pills, man. You can get those demons can fucking haunt you. You know, you can get sucked
Dude,
in.
pain pills are the most dangerous drug in the world, hands down. There's nothing more dangerous than prescription pills.
They're trying to slow that down. They're trying to cut back in America. I mean, they're starting to pass some
Too
new
much money to
legislation.
be made.
Well,
There's
when you
too much
say
money to be
painkillers, you
banned,
talking about
and there's
codeine,
also
oxytocin, what?
All that.
Oxycontin, oxytocin.
But the thing being, there's still so much profit, even if they cut back.
Yeah.
There's still
Too much money in
overprescribing
it,
them.
man.
There's just too many. I mean, I get the idea. Like, what would you rather do if you had like severe pain all the time? Would you rather be addicted to opiates and just deal with that pain and be fine, or would you rather be absolutely miserable and sober all day long? And I think you have the right as an adult to choose to be fucked up on opiates. And
Yeah, but
just,
they're addicting. Like you have to
Yeah.
depend on them. And then you also
Exactly.
got to realize when you take painkillers, it sends a message to your body. It says, "Oh, we're doing fine. It's healed. We don't need to send those receptors to heal the muscle or bone, whatever it is." So you're fucked, man. Or you could smoke marijuana.
God damn, dude. Damn. Or you can eat marijuana, you know?
Yeah,
You don't even have to smoke
whichever.
it. You can get that CBD oil that people are using to help tumors.
But it's
and
crazy
help
addictive,
inflammation.
man. Painkillers,
Yeah.
you get stuck on them, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Yeah. They're going to come up with a way to heal injuries that they don't have today. And we're going to look back at these days like it was the Dark Ages. Like, you know, how we look back at using leeches and shit.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You know, and when they had to saw people's legs off and they broke. They didn't have to put rods inside your bone. Like Anderson Silva's leg, guess what, son? We're going to have to take that sucker off.
We're going to take that.
That's
Yeah.
what they would do back then. It would fester and
course.
rot. They wouldn't know what to do with it.
You die most
Yeah,
of the time
I mean,
before antibiotics.
Then
And
they
stuff.
probably braced it, and some people survived. What are the odds of you getting both legs connected perfectly? I mean, his leg, both bones rather, his leg snapped in half.
I had an
You know?
orthopedic surgeon tell me that if you're like in the wilderness, somebody gets a compound fracture. I said, "What do you do?" And he said, "Pull." So what do you mean? He said, "Your bone wants to go back in place. Take that ankle, pull it out, and the bone will reconnect, and then splint
So you're
it."
just supposed to line it back up?
Yep. He said, "Pull that fucker right out." And I went, "Oh!" And that's exactly what they do to you. They will pull.
Really?
Do you ever see somebody, a doctor reset a shoulder when it comes out of the socket?
No, but
That's-
I had a
seen
pretty
Lethal Weapon.
significant break of my arm when I was a little kid.
Oof.
And I remember them setting it. It would freak me the fuck out. You pull your my arm went like that, like it was like bent up, like that. And
You
I
had to reset
fell. I fell on the monkey bars, and I tried to block myself with my hand, and my forearm just snapped. It just went crack.
Oh.
Yeah, it happens a lot. It happened to my daughter. It happens
that's
a
right. I
lot
was
to
gonna say, it happened to
kids.
your daughter.
Yeah,
A
it
lot of kids. My friend's daughter, it happened to. Another kid that's they're friends with happened to.
But when you're a
They're
kid, it's all
swinging.
good, right? Because they're so young.
Oh,
there's no
they
issues.
heal so quick. It's amazing. Their bones just go. They just
Yeah,
fuse up. They
yeah.
take the cast off in 3 weeks.
They're soft and
Dude,
everything, yeah.
dude, they grow like wolf. And the thing is, with little kids, what's one of the big issues is not even the bone healing that quickly because it heals so quickly. That as long as it's set correctly, it heals very quickly. But it's the stiffness. Like you don't want to lose the range of motion. So that's like what my daughter had issues with. She had to go through some range of motion stuff that takes like a couple of weeks before their motion comes back. But you compare it to like the way you would be if you broke your arm at 48.
Take a long time.
It would take a long fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
rough, especially if you don't use help, which is one of the reasons why I was willing to forgive Anderson. And I'm not forgiving Anderson. He doesn't need my forgiveness. I'm just saying, like, one of the reasons why I go, look, man, I'm judging the dude before he fought Chris Weidman. I'm judging him up to this point when he's 38 years old and he gets knocked dead by this young stud.
I agree.
I go, that guy before that is the best ever.
Yep.
And this guy is
the post-fail
unfortunate.
test. The
Sad.
post-fail test is what sucks.
I can't speak about this because I know some shit that I'm not supposed to know or that that's not out there yet. And once it does get out there, then we can talk about it. But
Cool.
the person who told me about it, legit. And
we don't have time. We can just move
this is
on.
one thing for sure. For sure, he took some shit he wasn't supposed to take to make his leg healed. For sure. Can't explain. There's a really goofy explanation. I'll explain after the show.
Cool.
But it'll all come out.
Moving
eventually,
on,
and
how
then we'll
about
be
Burt
able to talk
Watson?
about it. Yeah, that's
That
sad.
sucks,
I don't know
man.
what happened there, man. I heard a couple different stories.
I've heard story, but I'm just saying we don't have to talk details. It just sucks he's gone, man.
Yeah, he quit. Apparently, that's the word is that he quit. He got in an altercation with someone or something. I don't know what happened, or he just got tired of it. Man, the guy was traveling to fucking China and traveling
All
to
over,
this
man.
place and that place in Brazil.
He was the manager of Joe Frazier.
Yeah, he's been around a long time.
Crazy, right?
And he's
Really?
the nicest guy.
One of the best human beings you've ever met in
One
your
of the
entire
nicest
life.
guys ever. I don't know what happened.
They don't make two Burt Watsons ever.
Yeah, I agree.
Irreplaceable.
I gave him that nickname, Babysitter to the Stars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was my nickname. I
Oh,
used
wow.
to say it when he got on stage. When he would get on stage,
that's
I would
right.
say, Burt
Babysitter
Watson,
to-
babysit to the stars, because that's what he does. Man, he babysits everybody. He
Yeah.
makes everybody's experience at the UFC smooth and easy. He takes care of all your shit, and so that like when these fighters would fight, like they would have this welcome feeling of like being at home because Burt Watson was there to take care of.
You were
everything.
talking about that, how just
Great guy.
when you'd see him, everything would be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going to fight these monsters and you check into the fighter hotel and it's like chaos, there's fans, and then you see Burt and he's just like, "What's up, baby?" Everything's smooth, man. It makes you feel calm. Even back in the locker room, don't leave it to the judges. Like before I fought Trash Brown, remember that? Don't leave it to the judges, boss. Don't leave it to the judges. They made you cry last time. I told you. And he talks to you. And there's this comfort level where I don't know if anyone else in the world could do it, man. And he was so damn good at it.
He's a genuinely really nice guy.
Great human being.
So when he's doing that, he's pumping everybody up. That's his nature. His
Yeah.
nature is to pump you up to make you feel good. He wants you to feel good when you see Burt Kreischer. There's not a time that I saw that guy that I didn't give him a big giant hug.
Burt Kreischer, you talking about? Or
No,
Burt, I'm sorry.
Burt Watson. Burt Watson. Who said Kreischer? Did
You
I
said
say Kreischer?
Kreischer, yeah.
I think
Did
so.
I?
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's another one.
I was like,
love.
that's probably a good
He's
guy,
gonna be
too.
here tomorrow. He's a great guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
But Burt Watson, sorry. Burt Watson.
Burt
There's
Watson was
no-
the guy
he's
who
just
he
beautiful
would
guy.
make guys on the undercard feel like they were the main event. He would everyone. You felt like you were literally the only guy fighting that night. Like he was just amazing.
But every time you would see him, you would hug him. Just like that's what he
So
was
those
just such a sweet guy.
intangibles, those intangibles. Some people just have that quality, that sort of.
Well, you know what the problem is, man? It seems like a job that other people could do. So it says that, like, maybe sometimes people
think you'd be
don't
surprised.
appreciate. Yeah. Well, yeah. It seems like it when you look
Yeah.
at it. Like, what's he doing that's so important? Like, why is this guy? Why is he getting all this attention?
You
Like,
can't
some
write
people
it
would
down
look
on
at it that way.
paper.
No,
you can't. What he does,
Yeah.
you can't like. It's not. There's not a job description. Okay. Oh, you deal with divas and you deal with some of the toughest
Right.
guys on the planet, and you make sure their week is smooth. I get it. Yeah, I can do that. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be a beast.
Yeah, I mean, I think other people probably could do it, but no one's going to replace him. He
No.
is his own unique individual, and he's a beautiful guy to be around. Like, I just think that's worth something. I don't know. I would have never let the
Some
guy
people
quit.
have a weird, like this guy who used to train American Bulldogs. for attack training. And he had this dog on a leash called Axe, and we went and saw all his dogs because at the time I was thinking about buying an American Bulldog. And he said, "You can't go near that dog over there." I said, "Oh, okay." He goes, "Yeah, he's by training. He's a mean boy and everything." And then they were talking about how there was a guy who just could walk up to every single dog he had in that whole lot. And he had a bunch of them. And at one point, Axe was just the only person that Axe lets near him is this dude. And they didn't tell him not to go up to Axe. And he walked up to Axe, and the next thing you know, he saw the guy get down on his knees and open his arms and hug Axe. And Axe was wagging.
Oh, no.
Axe was wagging. And
Axe
he said
didn't rip his
he
throat
just had a thing with dogs.
That's Bird,
no matter
man.
how, yeah, same
That's
thing.
Bird.
Some people just have a. I wonder if it's a.
They're retarded. The dog recognizes they're too stupid to know any better.
Yeah.
your
So the
guy's
dog doesn't
crazy.
bite their face off.
God, man. Who knows?
Yeah.
When I was going to do a movie, a long time ago, I can't remember the name of the movie. It actually got released, and it was about a French soldier in the desert who meets a leopard, and they have directed by a woman named Lavinia Courier. And I had a meeting with her, and she said, "Well, we're looking for an actor. The only issue is that the leopard will either like you or it won't like you.
God.
If it doesn't like you, it'll never like you. If it likes you, you'll be fine." And that was a huge part of getting cast in the role. And I said, "What is it? What is it? How does it know?
enough.
How does it know?" And she said, "We don't know. It's maybe a scent or however you move, but it likes you. You get the part." Yeah, so getting the part's one thing, and then you have to go through the leopard test.
Oh,
And I was
fucking
like,
Christ.
Very interesting.
Did you go through the leopard test?
Sure did, and I didn't get the part. Not that good an actor.
So what were you thinking when he gets on his knees in front of the dog?
I'm sorry? I didn't see that. I didn't see it. I was just told the story.
That
Yeah.
leopard, as soon as
I
you
don't like
walked in,
those
the
stories
leopard.
that you weren't there for. Don't
Yeah.
tell those.
Yeah, I know.
Tell
tell
another
those-
guy's story.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
not good. You know why?
He's all-
Because they
yeah.
might be bullshit.
I know.
I hate those
No,
stories.
because
You're
somebody
freaking
else
me
was
out, man.
there.
Yeah, but it might have been exaggerated.
I
The
saw-
dog might have been super friendly.
I saw video.
It was a wiener dog,
I went
so
over
there's
my
no
friend's-
threat at all.
I went
saw
over to my
videos.
friend's house, and they're like, "Yeah." Everybody's like, "Oh, his dog's scary." I'm like, "Why? Because it's a German Shepherd. It's a
Yeah.
friendly dog.
Yeah.
Comes over wagging his
Yeah.
tail.
Everyone thinks
They're
pit bulls
sweet.
are
Well,
scary.
you
Yeah.
and
Those
I
are
were
sweet
talking
dogs.
about the difference between a liar and an exaggerator, right?
Yeah, you just took me down a journey where you don't know.
Sorry,
if, you have
man.
no veracity.
You're like
I'll tell-
you're Brian Williams of the podcast.
Damn it,
man.
no, man.
Did you
Guys,
see the
Guys, hold on.
meme of
Rhonda?
Brian Williams
Yeah.
saying he escaped one of Ronda Rousey's arm bars?
It's
oh,
great.
really?
Yeah.
Guy's fucked, huh? When you're a news
He's only
guy,
out 6 months, man.
what the fuck ever?
It doesn't
Dude,
matter.
it's over, son.
Yeah.
You think?
Fuck
Yes.
yeah,
You guys
it's
are
over.
crazy. America, forget him.
Oh,
He'll do a press
yeah,
conference.
because no one can do that. Listen, if I wanted to be a fucking newscaster tomorrow, if it wasn't for my checkered past, if I wanted to do it tomorrow,
You ain't doing it, son.
tomorrow.
You gotta have a clean record.
Yeah,
Listen,
there's way too many like endorsements of illegal drugs of mine online.
Yeah, also,
of
you
various things,
and
but-
I are friends. We're friends. If you found out I told a major lie like that.
Like that dog story, the Taekwondo
Yeah,
one.
or the
We're still
Taekwondo
cool.
one.
I mean, I've told a lot of stories, but if you found out that I was just a liar,
Right.
there's a big difference, man.
Yeah.
That's where you go.
I think Brian
I've got to reassess everything now.
Brian Williams is doing it for ratings. Like,
don't
there's a lot of
care.
competition out there, and he went, "Yeah, I was in this helicopter." He heard of a helicopter crash, and he just put himself.
He didn't
on
need
a
the
helicopter.
ratings. He didn't need ratings.
I think you're giving him too much credit. I think you're saying that he's like, this is a calculated move, but that's stupid. You know why? Because the true story is still awesome. Okay,
I
here's
agree.
the true story. The true story is he's in a helicopter. There's a helicopter convoy of 3 helicopters. The one in front of him gets hit with an RPG. They have to force land in a fucking sandstorm, and they're stuck in the sandstorm for 2 days. That story's awesome, and that story's true.
No,
That's a true
it's
story.
not though. What
It's
you're
not?
missing, what you're missing is
Yeah.
he was 3.5 hours behind the one that hit
Yeah,
with
I heard it
RPG.
was an hour.
But this is what the pilot said. The pilot said that's not the case. The pilot said they landed an hour late because they had to get rid of their cargo. They had a full load of cargo. They landed, they got rid of their cargo, and then they met up with the other helicopter that got hit by the RPG. That's why they were an hour behind it.
Yeah, that's
They
a
were
dope
all-
story then.
But this is the guy says they were all in a convoy, and the helicopter pilot even said that the helicopter that Brian Williams was on took small arms fire. Okay, then when he landed. Then when he told his story, 2 other people came out and said no, they were the guys that were flying Brian Williams around, and he didn't fly him around. And so he's like, you know what? I don't even know anymore. He said, I have suppressed this so much. And this is a guy who's a totally legit guy. And he said, I'm starting to get nightmares again. And I had already put this behind me. Now you're making me relive this experience from 12 years ago. And I'm starting to question my own memory, which is super common in traumatic situations.
Yeah.
Like for Bryan Williams, let's be real. I don't know that dude, but I guarantee you he's a pussy. I guarantee you,
100%.
if you're alone,
He's never been in a fight in his life.
the way he apologized, the way, I mean, I mistakenly told.
I
Listen,
conflated the two stories.
maybe you did, maybe you didn't. That's not the way a goddamn man apologizes
I
for
agree.
fucking up.
I
What
agree.
he should have done was, instead of doing it online or that way, where you're in some constricted time of 15 seconds they allot you to try to clear your name, you should do it on a YouTube video.
Yes.
You should put a goddamn camera in front of you, and as long as it takes to get your full thoughts out about how this possibly could have happened, or that you did lie, or what it was, or that you got caught up in it and somebody repeated it, and you almost forgot because you kept telling the story, whatever the fuck it is. The actual story is pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
At least according
Yeah,
to the
it's
helicopter
legit,
pilot.
man.
The helicopter pilot said that and then the helicopter pilot came out the next day and said he's not even sure of his own memory, and so he doesn't want to talk about it anymore, which is that guy's fucking prerogative.
So what do
right?
you think should happen to Bryan Williams? You don't think he should
Never!
report?
It's over!
No.
Get out of here with your news. You're not telling me the news. You're a bullshit
Really?
artist.
You
yes,
lied.
do something else,
You
man.
lied.
Go host a talk show.
Yeah.
Go host a talk show.
You
don't-
think he's the first one ever to lie?
No,
I
but you
don't
can't
care.
get caught. You can't get caught as a news liar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
lied.
It's like
He's the face of NBC News.
Okay, how about this? What if you found out that a dude was pitching for the World Series and he got paid off by some gambling organization to throw the game? Would you ever trust that guy to fucking pitch a legit game again? Would you ever?
No, but Anderson Silva told me he didn't take steroids. He's still your number one guy. But Bryan Williams can't tell the news these days.
I think it's fundamentally
Anderson
different,
Silva,
though.
at the end of his career, definitely did take steroids.
Yeah,
at the end of
it's
his
a
career.
It's also
different,
and,
though.
It was when he had a broken leg, and he's 39 years old.
Yeah.
Which you heal slow as fuck. And I'm with you.
I
It's
get it,
all,
man.
You
Yeah, but-
shouldn't
but-
do it.
but-
It's totally illegal. I'm with you. What I'm saying is, when I say Anderson's the best of all time, I'm not taking away his previous accomplishments because he fucked up when he was 39 years old. What I'm saying is, if I look at him in his prime, from Chris Lieben all the way to Vitor Belfort to fucking Stephan Bonner, if I look at his fights, Dan Henderson,
and we assume he's clean.
we assume he's clean.
All right.
We do not know. Okay. We obviously
We
don't
do
know.
not know,
We
yeah.
do not
I'm not
know.
saying he did anything.
If he really was clean, I give him the benefit of the doubt. He never failed a test, and I say that he was the best ever.
So
I
Bryan
also
Williams
give
had this
Fedor
one
the
mess up.
benefit of the doubt. But Fedor has more benefit because Fedor never tested positive.
True.
Even though he was in a dirty league, I mean, we could call it a dirty league, right? Pride,
100%.
100%,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
We know
amazing
this.
fighters.
Legit.
When we say dirty, we don't mean it disrespectfully. It was
No.
the environment that they were competing in.
I say awesome.
Okay? So Fedor has way more benefit of the doubt because he never tested positive, but he wasn't even tested until he came to Strikeforce.
Bro, all I'm saying is, so Bryan Williams basically tested
affliction.
positive for this one time.
No, hold on.
So we're just gonna assume all of it's bullshit?
Wait,
No, it's not that.
You trust Bryan Williams to deliver information. He is a journalist.
Yeah.
And
That
a
people
journalist-
tell him to
A
deliver.
journalist's credibility and an organization's credibility is everything when it comes to the news. When you're a journalist and you have a story, you have to have. I think they depending on where you're at, they cross-check your
Sources,
references. You
yeah.
got to get very, very good sources, and I think an editorial board has to okay it. That's why we trust the news. In my opinion, when someone like Bryan Williams lies, and he blatantly lied, and it was self-aggrandizement. It was
Yes.
about making himself look not only like a sympathetic character, but a grandiose character.
He
Say what you
exaggerated.
will.
He exaggerated.
It's more than an exaggeration. It's a lie. It's an
No, it's-
absolute blatant lie. And everybody uses these euphemisms. And like, well, he wasn't forthcoming. No, it's okay that you lied. I
What if he's
forgive
dumb
you
as
the
fuck
lie.
and he really thought that he was in the helicopter that got hit by
He
the
might
grenade?
have been
Too
like, oh
bad.
shit.
Too bad, though, right?
Right,
Too
right.
bad.
But what if it's like the O.J. Simpson thing? Like people thought that O.J. Simpson literally believed at the end of his time as a free man that he hadn't killed his wife. There's people that knew him that had said this in interviews. They said, I really believe that he doesn't believe he killed her. Like he got it in his head. Like he
I mean,
twisted his
technically,
brain
he
up.
did though.
But then,
Who knows?
but that would be.
But not civilly. The civil lawsuit.
That's true.
But the courts have recognized that too, right? They recognize that's the degree of mental delusion or whatever it is.
All I'm
and
saying,
take
Bryan
it into
Williams
account.
shouldn't be out of a job for lying.
I don't want to
once.
hurt the guy. I don't think he's a. You know,
I don't think he should be
wish
banned
ill
for
him.
for news.
let's be honest about this. First of all, he made a dossier of Bryan Williams' lies, investigating his expense accounts. Okay, there you go. He's done. If they're doing that, what's the date on that again?
Well, so Wait,
month.
so he's lied more than once?
That's what it looks
Oh, then he's
the dossier of
screwed.
But that's
All
how
right,
it
he's
always
screwed.
is. That's how it always is.
Well, I
That's
thought maybe just exaggerate this one time.
People
Let's
don't
give
do
him
it
a
that way. That's not
pass.
human behavior.
Yeah.
That's not human. When people steal, somebody steals money from you, they go in and they take money.
They're
I
a thief
promise you,
forever?
they got a history of that.
I disagree.
Well, and when
You don't know
someone
the
makes-
situation. You don't know if they're
You're
stealing
right.
money.
You're right. Sometimes there can be an
We don't know
exception
his
if he's
situation.
desperate
Right.
for money. I can understand that. I'm just saying that typically, when people behave a certain way and they get caught, they've probably done something like that in the past.
I disagree. I don't think you know the situation.
It's very possible that he has, but it's very possible that he hasn't. But if they do have a dossier of lies on him, then your suspicions have kind of been confirmed.
yeah, he's screwed.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Yeah.
But it's like it doesn't mean that he can't work. And by the way, he was making $10 million a year.
He's balling.
Okay?
just fine.
He's making a lot of fucking
Just
money.
fine.
That guy's gonna be fine.
I
part
really
of the
don't give
reason-
a shit if my newscasters are.
Oh, you're crazy, man.
Crystal
I
clean.
don't want that to bull.
You-
It's
you
going to make you
should,
angry.
Brendan. You should,
You're going to
Brendan.
watch this puppet, this fucking state-run puppet.
All of them are
spout the-
puppets.
but they're not. They're not all puppets.
Dude,
they're not.
CNN and Dateline. You
he
think
makes
all those
10
guys?
But
Brendan, he
there
makes
are
$10 million
people-
because you trust him, because he's a face of credibility. The reason Brian
Yeah.
Williams made $10 million a year is because he was the face of NBC News, and when you brought him into your living room, like everybody did, what happened was you do that because when you get news from him, you believe it.
Well,
That's
see,
why
I
you're
don't.
watching the
I didn't
news.
trust him
You're not
from the
watching
get-go.
fiction.
I didn't trust him from the get-go. I don't assume these are world-class, great Americans deliver us the
Well,
news.
well-
You're a dummy for basically a corporation. We're telling you what to say. You
It's
exaggerate.
not how the news is. No, I mean you're
Okay.
also being sympathetic, simplistic about this.
Okay, but he's not really, because all Brian Williams' credentials. I mean, what does he need to be able to do that you can't do, or that you can't do, or that I can't do? So reading off. I'm not good at reading off teleprompters. There's
I know what you
evidence
mean.
online.
I know what you mean.
But that's all he has to
He's
do.
telegenic,
you
right?
get
He's-
used to doing that. He looks like someone's dad. He's a
Yeah.
good height. He's got good facial
There's a
structure.
reason for that. That's what they hire.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
his speeches, but he's not particularly a brilliant guy. I had a conversation off the record once. I won't say the guy's name, but he's one of those news guys, and I was shocked at how dumb he seemed. Like we were having a conversation about, and I questioned him on a couple of things. We're just like throwing some, just shooting the shit back and forth. And I forget what came up or what the subject was, but I remember thinking, this guy's he's not that bright.
What was it? Was he hesitant or what was it?
Clumsy, like clumsy in his thinking. I can't really tell you what it is,
Right,
then you'll
right.
know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay.
He's not a bad guy.
My
But
favorite's
they
Anderson
read off-
Cooper.
He's good, but he, look, Anderson Cooper is another one. He's,
Well,
he's
Williams
on
though, was
television.
considered by people. I've only read this. I don't know, and I can't give you examples. He was recognized by a lot of people who wrote about this afterwards as a pretty good journalist that got him to where he was, got him to be an anchor of NBC. He was a credible journalist who did good work, who wrote good articles and did good investigation, and that's why it was such a bummer for so many people.
See,
and
that's
by a lot
not,
of
but
accounts,
other
I don't
accounts,
give a
that's not
shit.
true. Other
Yeah.
accounts, it's not true. There's other people that said that he was an asshole, that he was pretentious. I mean, who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Whenever something like this happens,
It's two sides
You
every
can,
time.
you're going to
Sides.
get bullshit on
Right.
both directions. I mean, but all I know is we don't really need those guys. We don't need someone that's a credible voice.
I agree.
We need information. That's what we need. And it's almost worse when it comes from a personality, especially if we think that personality could potentially be manipulated. It's that charismatic father figure that's reading you the news
Exactly.
is actually kind of creepy in a way.
Yeah.
you know?
weird.
But a free, honest, and open press, and knowing that you can trust the information you get, say, from the New York Times, because they have they work very hard at making sure at least that the stories or the information, not the stories or the slant, but the information presented. So for example, somebody gets shot, a 12-year-old gets shot. We know that's true. We're not going to say they're making that up. There has to be a certain amount of non-cynical trust in a society where we just give people the benefit of the
But
doubt.
you can't go through life believing that CNN and Dateline is the best source
No,
of news,
no.
and they have no
No.
hidden motivated.
Absolutely
Well, they
not.
certainly do, but here's the other part of the problem. The format is incredibly flawed and antiquated.
Yeah.
The format of getting the entire world's news in an hour with 18 minutes of commercials is ridiculous.
Yep.
You can't get it that way because they're going to pick and choose the things that are exciting. It's an
Ratings.
entertainment show about events. That's what it really
Infotainment,
is.
yeah.
It's an an entertaining show about events.
Yeah.
And that's why you have this asshole with a tie who speaks like your girlfriend's father. Like, oh, this fucking guy again. You know what I mean? Like, this is who he is.
And
He's
there's a
this
reason
weird-
Kim Kardashian posting a selfie, signing a deal for $100 million is the start of the news. That's the
If it
capture.
bleeds, it leads. You know,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what they say.
And there's no doubt that political leanings by journalists bleed into the news. I mean, there's
I
no
think we give them
shitty-
too much credit.
It's a shitty.
I don't assume they're
it's
good
a shitty
people.
way to get information. That's not how
I
we should,
agree.
any of us should get information. They
No.
shouldn't have it anymore. It was important back in the day when they didn't have fucking reading. You know, when they would get on TV and nobody. I mean, you'd read your newspaper in the morning, and then in the afternoon you would listen to the news, or you would watch the news. It became on television, and that's we are at war with Japan. What did you hear on the news? We're at war with
Yeah.
Japan. Now you would get Twitter alerts like way before that shit would happen.
When you see Walter Cronkite back in the day, it was just very matter of fact. He got on and read the news. And one of the things, there's a famous story I think about the guy who ran 60 Minutes, and he came in and he said, good news and bad news. Good news is got very high ratings last night. Bad news is we got very high ratings last night, and the news will never be the same. So in other words, we now have a lot of pressure to get ratings. What does that mean? Sensationalize things.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Focus on what's wrong, not what's right. Sell fear, all these
Negative.
things.
Well, not only
Scared
that,
America.
it's a disproportionate and a non-accurate view of the world. Because by only focusing on these negative things and not focusing on the fucking hundreds of millions of positive things that are happening all the time, all over the world, you're getting this distorted version of reality that threatens people and makes people alert and react to stress. You're reacting to danger.
A sense of
Like,
fear all
constantly.
the time. ISIS, I feel like ISIS lives next door in Marina Del Rey.
And more importantly,
I better get a
more
fucking
importantly,
lion.
You
Hey,
don't
Rant
get
Killer, let the guy fucking rant about ISIS. Jesus Christ, you just can't stop.
Rant Killer.
He's trying to do some
trying.
comedy here, and you're just tripping all
You're
over
trying
like
to go
you're not
after
listening.
ISIS.
No, you got this, man. Carry
The
on.
guy's going on about ISIS in fucking Marina Del Rey. You're like, yeah, about my uncle.
No, I was going to say that what I think the damage done is that you don't get any real information. Like I was having a conversation with somebody who really knows the Middle East, and they were like, nobody ever talks about the biggest problem with two things. With first of all, the Middle East is the Sunni Shia schism. The idea that you start there, we don't even know where to start with the debate. We start talking about ISIS, we start talking about the problems that bother us, and we don't actually really know where the source of the problem is. We don't know how it started because we're not. You don't get it from what you were saying. You don't get it from
You
watching
get it from
TV.
CNN and Dateline,
Well,
and
you're
you
not
assume
supposed
this
to.
guy's the.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to. You didn't. You know, it used to be you had to wait for the news to come out. You had to get a newspaper, and then you got alerted to the important stories in the radio or on the news on television. We don't need that anymore. It's just antiquated, and it's dangerous because it gives you a version of the world that's not entirely accurate. It's very slanted because that's what you're scared of, so that's what you tune into, so that's what they can sell advertising. Hey, we scared the fuck out of 100 people. Did you see Nightcrawler?
Yes.
It's fucking excellent.
No.
It's
So dope.
excellent. And it's all about this. Nightcrawler is all about this.
Yep.
First of all, Jake Gyllenhaal is a bad motherfucker.
How did he not win he should have won an award. He's a beast.
I think awards
are stupid. I agree.
He's
Political.
just excellent. It's an excellent movie.
It's
It's
amazing.
really well
and a
done.
dope ass Dodge Challenger makes an
Yeah, isn't that
appearance,
sweet?
right?
Yeah, it's not even
When he
a
starts
Hellcat,
balling?
it's SRT.
Yeah.
What
Once he
is
starts
that?
balling, he gets a
I don't know
nice
anything.
red Challenger with black
To get there
stripes.
faster.
Dude.
I love how he talks to his sidekick.
Yeah. It's an amazing.
He's like, Jeremy, if you
don't spoil it.
wanna
He's
see
never
it.
too
See it.
good.
He's
I am
never
gonna
good.
see
But
it.
folks that are listening, there's people listening.
Oh my bad.
It's goddamn.
I'm a
good.
spoiler alert. And I see every movie.
He ruins
I
my-
ruin shit for
Yeah,
people.
you ruined my time when I go, don't tell me about the fights. Whatever you don't tell me about fights.
I'm just disciplining
14
you.
seconds. That's all I'm gonna say.
It pisses me off
what he
when he
does.
misses the fight, so I text him all the results.
He's such
you
an
know
asshole.
that's part of your job is to pay attention. To
I'm aware
MMA.
of that.
And
But
when he doesn't see it, I'm like, fuck that
I
noise.
like this.
I-
I'm aware of
I
that.
tape it. I tape it. I'm taping
His
it.
defensive stance.
'Cause
I'm aware of
because
it.
I get
fucking cobra.
He's bracing for impact.
Because I get mad. I'm like, Brendan, don't tell me anything. We're on our way to play volleyball. I go, don't tell me anything. He goes, Cain Velasquez ends up winning. He punches him in the face. I'm
I
just like,
gotta
"You son of a-"
discipline you, man. I gotta teach you.
He runs through the whole thing.
How do you not know? What are you doing? You out there in the wild?
Yeah, dude, my workouts are at night a lot of times.
Whoa,
so
what
it's
do you
hard.
do? You run
Just-
the beach? Think
I
about
do-
death?
No, I do the Alexander Emelianenko workout, not the Fedor one.
What's the difference?
Just a lot of back work and crime.
A lot of crime, chin ups and crime.
Just crime. Just do crime.
Oh
Damn
my
you.
god, that's hilarious.
Yeah. How about Brendan's part?
It's beautiful. It's got a goddamn full head of hair. If I had that much hair, I'd do weird shit.
You know
too.
what, man? Because I've been taking a break from training, and I haven't grown my hair out since I was in, I don't know, man. So for me to
cutie
be
pie,
able
huh?
to grow it out, 'cause you can't have really hairstyle and train a ton. Putting gel in your hair, feel like
Dude, I've been. I don't know. I know you had a neck injury for a while.
Yeah.
I've been getting this dude does rolfing, and he uses. He's got this fucking crazy. It's like this metal piece that's wrapped in like a soft plastic, like a thin sheet of plastic around it. So it's like semi-soft on the outside, but underneath it's iron, steel, whatever the fuck it is.
That
and he
shit
breaks
hurts,
up scar
son.
tissue. Woo!
That shit hurts.
Doggy.
Okay, so now here's my
God,
question.
You're a
Damn.
beast if you can sit through that. I had it done on my
I
hamstring
get
once.
it done once a month or once a
Dang,
week,
you're a
rather.
gangster.
Not once a month.
You
once
know,
a week.
you know what's weird is people be like, "Oh, Schaub, your neck hurts," and this is my fault. I'll have random people like, "Oh, let me see it," and I'll just sit down.
And they start cracking it.
This random girl was grabbing my neck. She's like, "Your ribs out. Your ribs out."
Oh,
I'm
God.
sitting there. Her weight's on my shoulder, pushing on my head.
my
I'm thinking, I don't know this woman. I let her do it.
You can't do that. You can't do
I know,
that.
But
man.
what do we know? You know a lot about this stuff. What do we know about like so if my lower back hurts, is that a function of inflammation?
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
You don't know until you get an MRI.
Right.
You need to get an MRI.
Okay.
I got an MRI recently because I wanted to get a look at my back, know exactly what's going on, and everything's cool. Just some disc degeneration, minor disc degeneration, a little bit of
Yeah.
soreness and inflammation.
There's really nothing you can do for that. Though.
No, not much you could do. So it's all fine. Like it's fine to push myself, but you got to know that you're fine to push yourself.
Yeah.
And
But
if
I mean,
you
how
don't-
bad's your
but if you-
back?
No, I'm
But if you
fine.
don't, you say that, but if you don't know, it's just guessing. Like people that have sciatica, they keep going, "Oh, my sciatic nerve." Well, do you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's a bulging disc that's
Yeah.
pushing on your nerve. Like you're making it look like your nerve is acting weird. Your nerve is
a
being
big deal.
squashed by your fucking the soft shit in between your bones and your spine is pushing into your fucking nerve. Like that's serious shit.
Yeah.
And people that ignore that or try to work through it, like you can fuck yourself up. I know 3 dudes that have had significant neck surgery because of impinged nerves where it was causing atrophy to their muscles. 3 dudes very close. Guys from my gym. I know one dude that he can't do jiu-jitsu anymore. Can't roll, can't do anything.
It's a fine line though. Like a lot of guys, they'll be messed up and like, nah, I'm not gonna see a doctor. And then now, with the UFC insurance policy, I'm like, damn, my wrist hurts. I get an X-ray. I'm like, damn, my
Smart.
nose hurts. I get an X-ray.
You should do that.
The
You're
people-
a fucking professional fighter,
The
man.
people at the UFC must be like, fucking Schaub, man. What's wrong with me? Jammed his thumb.
Hey,
He's
look,
calling
man,
again.
you're not the only one. A lot of dudes are doing that, and they should.
Yeah.
They should. That is a giant part of what you do for a living.
They probably have awards
You got to know.
behind our
you got
back.
to know whether or not it's
biggest
serious or
pussy
not.
of the year,
They're
Big
silly.
Brown.
They're silly. That's silly. You look. This is what you do. Like that's antagonistic sort of relationship with people when they have injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very fucking tricky thing to be.
It's
'cause, like, what
weird though, man, because you know back in the day it's like, oh, I want to be tough. So now like even and it's my own ego. When I have to call my manager, be like, dude, I gotta get MRI or I gotta get my neck checked out. It takes usually 3 or 4 weeks for me to talk myself into getting the doctor because it's like this ego thing where you're
Sure.
like, God, I want to be a bitch, man.
Being a guy.
Like Mitch Rowan was in town. He's like, you want to train? I really can't go real hard wrestling right now. And I want to with him and Barnett.
Yeah.
I just can't. And so I was like, I'm busy, man.
Well, that's smart, man. When
Yeah.
dudes try to ignore pain,
I know.
there's a lot of dudes that try to ignore pain. Their bodies wind up falling apart.
True.
We had John Wayne Parr on, and he was talking about Ramon Deckers. Ramon Deckers, they got him
Ooh,
to
he
a
was a
point where they fused his fucking ankle to his shin bone because he had broken it so many times. Just full power kicks. He would kick so fucking hard and smash into elbows and knees and shins, and he shattered his ankle so many times from his right kick that they had to fuse it. So he would hobble when he walked, and he would tape that fucker up and get in there. And they told him, they're like, you can't kick with this, or we're gonna have to fucking amputate your leg if you break it again. And he would wait a little while, fighting in a southpaw, and he'd say, you know what, fuck it, switch stances and just start attacking with it again.
gangster.
Dude, fused.
That's a bad motherfucker.
His
right
fucking
there.
ankle didn't bend. And he's
Good
still
God.
just
Did he
fucking
pass
kicking
away?
him.
Yeah, he passed away, right?
At 43.
Oh no.
Died of a heart attack at 43.
Oh, boy.
Riding a bike, apparently. And he was one of the all-time great
Oh,
kickboxers.
phenomenal. If you don't know who he is, research.
That's a compromise against
Research
your arteries.
Ramon Deckers. Woo! He was good. Woo!
Dude.
It's just
Ramon Decker.
savage, so aggressive. And he was like, a Dutch guy, but the Dutch people are very big.
Yes.
Like the average height for a Dutch man is 6 feet tall.
Tallest people in Europe.
Yeah, the tallest people in Europe,
Oh, wow.
and a lot of big. And he was little. So he had to be tough, and he was one of the first guys to go over to Thailand and beat the Thais in Thai boxing.
Well,
He
think
was a
about how
monster.
tough he is. Your ankle's fused to your fucking leg, man.
Your
Bone.
ankle, yeah, your foot and your
What?
knee and your like all the way down is one piece.
Yeah, that's not good.
Get the fuck
Don't
outta
use
here.
it.
That's
Don't use it, and then gets in a fight and fucking
It's
use
definitely
it.
a guy who doesn't know what to do with his time. Like he's just not going to quit.
They
That's
tell him
just,
we might have to amputate your leg because you've shattered your bone so many times. The whole thing's like
I gotta be honest, I'm
lying.
just not that tough. I'm like, cool, man.
no. It's
Just
kind of how I
fucking
feel
kick.
about Madonna at 56 showing her ass off like an old fighter who won't quit. Just take a look at this. I won't give
first
up.
of all, how dare you make that comparison?
Sorry,
Well,
guys.
he fucked the whole thing up with Eddie Murphy Shrek thing.
Yeah,
That
but this
was-
might just be just as
damn.
bad. Madonna's an oddity at this point.
I think
and
so,
When people go to
yeah.
see her, it's an oddity. She's a 60-year-old woman in her underwear who's dancing around with a bunch of gay guys following her everywhere she
on.
goes and hanging on her every word.
She got yanked off stage the other day. Why I know
happened?
that, I don't know. I think fucking Brian Williams told me.
What happened?
She was dancing. The thing was supposed to like yank the cape off, but it like got her neck.
Oh my God.
It yanks this bitch right off the stage.
Damn.
Is there video of that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got to see that.
Damn.
Play it for us.
Yeah.
Play it again, Jamie.
She gets decapitated.
She'll be 80 showing her body off. She's
You
just
best believe
not-
that dude
she
got
ain't
fired.
quitting.
Whoever made that cape,
Probably
fired.
dead.
Yeah, he's probably dead.
He's probably dead. She probably beat him to death. Remember Madonna beat someone to death with a hammer, and you see the body just scooting out the back door. It was like the 1930s.
Just a little hammer.
It was the 1930s.
Oh,
and
no.
She just had a carpenter's hammer, just fucking impaled him in the head.
that's
oh
not good.
shit! Let me see that again. One more time, please.
Look at this, bitch. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh my God, she's old, dude. When you fall like that and you're old, you could break a hip.
She
Wow,
got up
she's
though and
walking
keep
off
on
like a
keeping
champ. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Where was that? Oh.
She handled that really well.
Yes.
By the way, she fell really
She's
well.
a professional.
She really did.
Yeah, she could have got her.
Fuck that tailbone up because she has zero ass.
She could have got her.
She got some muscle on her ass.
I was filming this movie with Kevin James, Zookeeper,
Yes.
in Boston, and we had a bike chasing scene. We had a bike chasing scene, and I kept hitting the front brakes on the bike because the front brakes were my left hand, the back brakes were my right hand. And I'm riding this bike, and I'm hitting them with this thing. And I hit the front brakes and go flying over the handlebars on
Ooh,
the concrete,
damn.
like tumble into the grass. I did it like 3 times.
So you did your own stunt, in other words.
Yeah, I did all of it.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
there's one where a guy made a bike jump where it was a stunt man.
Right.
Like where he had to ride down this hill and then hit this ramp and jump over this flight of stairs and land on the ground. And he did that. He was like a stunt jump
Sure.
guy. But all the other shit I did. And they wanted to have a stunt guy do the fall. Like, because that's what would eventually happen.
Yeah.
Was he was supposed to jam his flag into my wheel, and then I go flying, and then he takes off. But I fell so spectacularly that they used my
Dude.
actual fall in the
Let's see
actual
this. Look
movie.
at the body. And did you do a judo roll or what happened?
Yeah, I
gotta
just
see this.
rolled.
Look at you.
Sick, man.
I think I rolled in one of them, and one of them maybe
this is
I fell a bunch
awesome.
of times. One of them was cool because I landed in the grass, like I hit the curb and went flying.
I got to
into
see
the
this
grass.
movie. I can't believe I
Kevin
haven't
James is
seen
a
you.
good dude, huh?
He's a very good dude. He's a very, very,
Kevin's
very
a great
good
guy.
dude.
Dude, how about stuntmen? They're fucking crazy, man. Stuntmen are crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I have people tell me all the time. I'd probably say once a week, dude, you should get into some stunt work.
No.
What are you fucking
Well,
crazy?
that's how Boss hurt his neck. It was
Yeah.
one of the things I was going to get to is Boss, when he was on, I think, Sons of Anarchy,
Yep.
one of those shows, he did a stunt, and he's doing his own stunt work, and they landed him on his head. And bang! And it just fucked his neck up, and then he had to get his discs fused.
Didn't you have a friend who does stunt work and he like was in a coma for a grip?
Yeah.
Can't taste
Well,
food anymore?
Yeah, he hit the back of his head and lost his sense of taste and smell and has never come back. And his testosterone went vroom, so he had to go on. He had to, but I was doing the Goldbergs, and this girl had to fall down on her back, and I said. She was a girl, and it was on a linoleum floor, like a real cafeteria floor. And I said, "How are you going to do that?" And she goes, "Just fall." And I said, "I know, but..." And she just boom, just hit.
Hit
and
her
she
head?
did it 5 times. No, she was a stunt woman. 5 times, and I said, "How are you doing?" She goes, "I'll be sore tomorrow." She was falling. I remember when I did Death Valley, and I had to judo flip this
That's not
giant
that
guy,
big of a
Joe
deal.
Arnaz. This guy, Joe Arnaz, who is well, this was crazy. This guy, Joe Arnaz, who's a giant stuntman on Death Valley. And awesome, works all the time, just big judo guy. And we had this desk, like this thing, and he's a vampire. He jumps on me, and I had to flip him over. And I thought it was going to break away furniture. It really wasn't break away furniture. It was as hard as it gets, and I just would throw him, and he would flip over me and throw himself and fall on his back. He did it over and over, and just
Do they get paid well to do that?
Yeah,
They get paid well,
Not
but
well enough.
not well enough.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
It depends on what you have to do. I mean, if you have to do something like that, it's definitely not well enough.
Yeah.
Oftentimes they wear padding and they
Yeah.
do their best, but look, they're taking bumps no matter what, and their head's getting jostled
They're getting
around.
concussed.
No matter what.
being dragged by a horse, they say, is the most dangerous.
Really?
Dude, fuck that.
Yeah.
And they have to do that for some fucking movies, man. There's not much
Multiple
you can do
takes,
about
too,
that.
right?
You get dragged by a horse, you got to do it very specifically. And you got to be really careful because they can't really stop the horse. They got to be. How do you control the horse? You control it with another horse, but you got to let that horse go for a while.
Oh, my
And they
God.
spook the horse. The horse is trained to run, and you get dragged. And that is they consider the most dangerous.
Well, how about car shit? When they're doing car chases and shit? Like, fucking
Can't be
Christ.
safe.
Guy in The Hangover 2.
Who was in?
Was never the same.
Someone was in a movie. Oh, Jake Gyllenhaal. They were saying that fucking movie that was not CGI. When they did those car accidents in that movie, all the car accidents in Nightcrawler, I'm pretty sure it was him. See, please Google that.
There
just in
wasn't.
case.
He wasn't in too much crazy.
What about the fucking high-speed chase? I don't want to say anything more.
yeah.
I'll say that one time,
that one
there's some serious shit.
Yeah.
Enough so that you're like, get the fuck out of here. Like, this is real? This is not CGI? Apparently, that was one of the things that the director wanted to do. I'm pretty sure that's the case in
I
that
know
movie.
people clown on Tom Cruise for kind of being a sissy, but he did all his own stunts in Mission Impossible. I heard when he hung from that building. That's pretty gangster.
He does his own driving stunts, too. He
And
does,
running and everything. He's a powerful
He did
kid.
whatever the fuck that movie was that he did with Cameron Diaz. He had some crazy movie with Cameron
Oh yeah,
Diaz.
whether yeah.
Oh,
I
I
know what
like
you're
that
talking about.
movie. End
All-
of Days or whatever it was. No, it was,
No.
That's a great
No,
movie.
that's a great movie too. But
And, no, The Edge of Tomorrow.
Yes.
That's
a great
very
movie.
underrated. That
That's
is a
very
good movie.
That's a movie that almost suffers from him being too wacky.
I agree, man.
Yeah, man.
That's a beast of a movie.
Yeah, like if that movie was like someone else, like Will
Yeah.
Smith. Will Smith's a little wacky too.
the
but less
Cameron
wacky.
Diaz one was
He's
night
less wacky.
and Day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Night and Day.
Good
Night and
movie.
Day. Yeah, if like who would have like Tom Cruise killed it in that movie, by the way, Edge of Tomorrow. He killed it.
So good.
Killed it.
Oh, yeah.
But if someone else did an equal job of killing it, like okay, here's
John
perfect example.
Travolta.
Daniel Day-Lewis. If Daniel Day-Lewis was
He's
in that
too
movie.
serious, though.
Too serious for
Way
a
too
fucking
serious.
sci-fi crazy movie. That was a realistic sci-fi movie, though.
Yeah, it was.
It was
wasn't.
good.
You know, I mean, it wasn't like so stupid that
You
thought
put
it
you
couldn't
put that
happen.
heartthrob from Thor in there. That thing's gonna do well.
He's
That boy's
stud.
a beast.
But I'll tell you what, man. Tom Cruise. I did a reading with him, and I
reals,
took
man.
his body in. I spent a good 4 hours with
Tom
him.
Cruise.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
tiny.
I spent a good 4 hours with him.
Well, he'll tell you he was there.
We talked
How
wrestling.
tiny is he?
He's not as tall as I am, but he's very stout. He's got wide center of gravity, thick hips, thick shoulders,
What's his dick
sloped
taste
shoulders. I'm glad you asked. I would make out with him. 'cause
Would you
then-
make out with him
Well-
if it all went down? If you were like on
Here's
a,
the s-
on a canopy, like
Well,
under a canopy,
you gotta
like in
push me. You gotta
backyard,
me in a
you're
corner,
drinking
don't you?
wine together,
You got to put me in a corner, don't you?
and you're playing a gay lover in a movie. But in the movie, you don't ever make out.
Right.
But he wants to make out with you just one time, just so you could like pretend. I mean, that this way we're gonna look. When we're together, we're gay lovers.
Well,
this is our movie.
I after I did the reading, I see him 6 months later at this big hoity-toity party. I talked to him for a good hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Did you wake up with your pants down?
That means 10
I
minutes.
remember saying to myself,
That means
Brendan?
5 minutes.
Brendan?
Tom
that means
Cruise
he,
have an hour and
that
a
means
half
he
to
went.
talk to
Yeah,
people.
right. Tom Cruise like, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
How does he have
exactly.
an hour and a half by himself?
just we talked
Who's
about
talking
we
to
were talking about-
Brian one-on-one for an hour and a
talking about
half at a
kids.
party?
Talking about our kids.
For an hour and a half.
Oh, I kept him
You know
there.
how long that is?
Dude, I kept him there.
Are you lying a little bit, though?
I got a
Probably a little
witness.
bit.
An
We'll give
hour
about
and a
40
half?
minutes?
We'll ask Jeremy Piven. You tell him. Anyway, he's got a funny story about it. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
But we're sitting there talking for 15 minutes, and he. And I remember looking at him going, he was complimenting me on my job I did in the reading. And Jeremy
Did he
goes,
have his hand on
he
your
said you
leg?
did a good job 13 times. I said 13. He goes, yes. I said good. So we talked for a long time. We talked about kids, everything else. And I remember thinking to myself, this is so lame. And I was a grown man. And I remember thinking to myself, I go, I just really want to be his friend. I hope he says, let's hang out again. I remember saying, I would love to just, I was so starstruck and I really liked him. And he was so nice. And I figured, you know what?
That's what
We're
happens when you
friends.
get
We're
molested.
kind of friends now. I kind of know him, kind of. That didn't happen. And I remember
So
I
you
said
thought
to
it
him,
was gonna happen?
I looked at him, I go,
You thought it was going to happen?
this is what I said to him. I go, so how you been? What's it like just to be the king? Is it just generally boring or a lot of fun? He just looked down and he went, it's, it is what it is. And we started talking. I tried to make him laugh, and I did.
I've seen him in
That's my
person.
Tom
He
Cruise
was
story.
the first time I've ever been like, I was at this party, everyone was there, athletes, and I was going to the bathroom. I wasn't expecting him, and I saw him. I just went, oh, first time ever went, oh shit, Tom Cruise, and he was tiny,
Like
not a big
5'6"?
dude. Yeah, 5'6",
160?
5'5". Yeah, tiny.
I think thicker than 160. I think I give
Not
him
a
5'8", but
chance.
then again, he's in shoes.
Probably might have some weird shoes. going on.
Probably.
100%.
But he's thick. He's thick. He's got a.
Hey, I'm a fan, man.
Run the cock?
I'm a fan.
He's got a dick on him. Guy's got a kiss. We did take a piss together.
What about
we
his
took a long
obliques?
piss together.
Yeah.
At
Sculpted
the.
obliques.
You didn't look at his dick.
I
I'm
didn't because
disappointed
it was.
if you
I was
didn't.
at the urinal right next to him. We were talking about.
He took a long piss together. What the fuck
Yep.
does that even
We
mean?
talked about Dan
How do
Gable's
you
wrestling
remember
camp.
how long your piss is?
We talked about Dan Gable's wrestling camp because I went to Dan Gable's intensive wrestling camp in Iowa, between my junior and senior year of high school, and he said he would have loved to have, but he couldn't afford it. And we were holding our dicks, and I remember thinking, I'm pissing with Tom Cruise.
I pissed with Dennis Miller once.
It's not bad.
That's my story. He's right
pissed
next
with
to
him.
me. We're somewhere like NBC or something like that. Hey, Joe, you got a hip on your hands there. It was like Fear Factor first got on the air. I'm like, oh shit, I'm pissing right next to Dennis Miller. I wanted to ask him, man, what's with all this fucking George Bush shit? Your buddies with George Bush? I didn't have the balls.
No.
I wanted to ask him. It's when he became George Bush's buddy.
Is there anyone now that would startle you or make you starstruck?
Yeah, a lot of people. Man,
Really?
for sure. Yeah.
Anthony
Because you
Bourdain,
meet
you were
everyone,
excited,
right?
I got weirded out when I met Anthony Bourdain. That was a few years back, but I got weirded
He's
out.
at all the UFCs now, a lot of them.
That guy trains jiu-jitsu every day.
Wow.
He trains jiu-jitsu every day. He does 2-hour classes every day. He does an hour of classes all over the place, even when he's on the road.
Really?
He was rolling in Budapest, Hungary.
I'm a bigger fan
put
of
a
him now.
picture of him on Twitter with his fucking white belt and a gi showing up at this fucking jiu-jitsu place at Carlson Gracie's place.
Wow.
He told me they were doing all Top Game. He said he was shitting out bone fragments.
God damn.
He said they all have old school Carlson Gracie Top Game.
Oh my
And he
God.
said, I'm
Just shit
shitting out
balls.
bone fragments. That's the message he gave me.
So you were a little starstruck with him. Who would you be starstruck with, though? Because you see everybody.
I got starstruck when I met Arnold Schwarzenegger and he knew who I was.
Oh, he did?
Nice to meet you, sir.
Oh my
And I
God.
was like, what's up, dude?
I got that
I
dinner with him.
enjoy
I was
your
so
work.
starstruck.
You
Fuck,
do
really?
a very good job. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
Arnold-
Arnold's he's a UFC fan. He's a UFC fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Arnold's one
Yeah.
of the. I mean, yeah.
That was a big one. If I met Clint Eastwood, even though I think he's a silly bitch, you know, that thing he did with Obama when he's talking down to him in a chair, it's still Clint Eastwood. I mean, he's a crazy old man now, kind of.
It's Clint Eastwood,
Still
dude.
Clint
You
Eastwood.
give him his props
Outlaw
right now.
Josie Wales.
One of the great movies, period.
High
Dying
Plains
ain't much of a
Drifter.
living boy. Oh, High Plains Drifter.
Come on, son.
I got to be honest with you guys. I'm a lot younger than you.
Yep.
Clint Eastwood's not that big of a deal.
Oh, dude.
I know.
If you're
it's a
fan-
shame.
If you're a fan
Million
of
Dollar
films,
Baby.
though,
Million Dollar Baby.
Unforgiven.
No,
Did you ever
way
see The
before
Unforgiven?
No, I didn't.
Dude.
The good, the bad, the ugly. It just goes on and on.
Yeah,
It's
no.
a different
I'm way
time.
younger than you guys.
No, it was before our time, man.
Yeah.
And Clint Eastwood's old as fuck, dude. Don't try to put it in as
He's
Clint
old as
Eastwood's
fuck.
character.
But in
He
his
was old as
heyday,
fuck.
you guys
Dirty
were,
Harry.
When we were kids, when we were like little kids, Every Which Way Was Loose. Every Which Way But Loose was the big movie,
Yes.
which meant that he was already so old he wasn't doing the cowboy movies anymore.
Yeah.
He was like this old school bare knuckle boxer.
Killer.
Dude, back in those days, oh my God, he put his girlfriend was in every movie. He had this chick, Sandra Lockhart. Was that who
Yes,
she
yes,
was?
with the blonde.
She was in every fucking movie he did.
He's a
Every
beast.
movie he did,
Dirty Harry.
that was his girlfriend. The motherfucker had this one girlfriend who was an actress, and he put her in every movie. Every
Amazing.
movie
Yep.
was him and his girlfriend until they broke up. And when they broke up, like part of their breakup was that he had to get her some sort of a development deal, and then she sued
Hell of a
him.
deal for her.
She sued him because she said that like. Allegedly, I should say this is all allegedly. I'm reading this online. It could all be bullshit. But she thought that he was blocking her movies from being made. And
Damn.
yeah, it was like it was an ugly
He
breakup.
composes
man.
his own music, all the jazz and all the
Yeah,
music,
probably
the
not
scores.
anymore.
Sure he does. He composes in what's the movie High Plains Drifter. That's his score.
Have you seen
Really? Are
interviews
you
with him
sure?
lately? Have you seen interviews with him
Well,
lately?
he's very old now. I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying. He did American Sniper. That's what they say. Or was he on set and they just gave him
No,
credit?
he directed it. He
directed it.
directed it. You know, he's not so old that he can't do that. I
amazing,
mean, that's
dude.
what
He's
he
not
makes
all up in
movies.
there like freaking.
Excuse
You
me.
think he's all
Excuse
up in
me,
there?
sir. Are you American, right? Mind your P's and Q's about Clint Eastwood. Do me a favor. I'll
You
take a
hated
hand.
on Chris Kyle, motherfucker.
Well, I think he lied.
Well,
you guys didn't lie.
Hold on a second. It's not hating on someone to tell the truth. It's hating on the rest of the population to pretend that truth doesn't exist and to not take those facts into consideration when you're discussing a story.
I
can't say
get
hating.
that, but he's the
I
greatest
get
American sniper ever. Ever. Whether he's lying or not, that's true.
Okay.
Those are facts.
Okay.
What do you know about that?
I know what America tells me. What do you know about Clint Eastwood directing American Sniper? What do you know about it for sure?
It's a movie.
That's
first
what
of
they
all,
tell us.
and it's a good movie according to some people.
It's a
and
great movie.
I haven't seen it.
You want me to tell you what happens?
Ari Shaffir fucking hated it. I have a video of Ari Shaffir and Tom Segura arguing. Tom Segura says it's amazing, and Ari Shaffir says it's retarded.
I listened to Ari on your show hate on it.
Yeah.
He's fucking crazy.
Well, it
He
sounds
should
like
join
he's got
ISIS.
if what he said was true, does he not have a point? Was there a rubber baby that was like obviously a rubber baby?
Not really. Not really. I thought it was a real baby. Not really.
It was a real
Jamie,
baby.
Jamie, you have something to say to him?
I don't go to the movies and be like, God damn, that baby looks fake. This is ridiculous. Clint Eastwood, come on.
That is splitting hairs.
Well, that's just one thing. I mean, Ari
That's
had
the
a bunch
least of my
points.
worries
Look,
when I go to the movies.
The fakest baby. The fake baby?
The fake
Okay,
baby.
let's
Come on,
see the
guys.
fake baby.
That looks real. to
Hold
me.
on, we'll see. You just saw it for a brief second.
If you're staring at the baby,
Okay,
you're
here's the
fucking
fake
crazy.
baby. Right now, that looks like a baby. I'm
There's
cool with
Sienna
this.
Miller. I'm
this
really
seems
cool with
fine.
that.
This seems fine. I'm not really paying attention to it. Okay, that was it?
And
Oh,
your
there's
boy
more?
Ari's hating on it.
No, there's more apparently. There's some real fake baby shit going on later. Oh, here it goes. Okay, that's fake as fuck. Look at his thumb.
Oh, come
That's
on.
fake as fuck. It doesn't look. You don't.
That's like going.
you don't notice it.
That's like going to Jurassic Park and being like, that T-Rex, man. I'll tell you what. That thing's just
Look at
not
this.
real
Come on,
enough.
son. That's not ridiculous. You're being dishonest. You don't think it's ridiculous looking at his thumb moving that rubber baby?
That's a
They
cute
didn't
baby.
show that. Yeah, that's from the set. That's from
so
the
mean.
set.
No, it's
son.
not even. That's a joke. That's someone being silly. They're joking around because it's a fucking rubber baby.
Oh, come on.
Look, the baby can only work a certain amount of hours, and they got union rules for
So,
babies.
so it's a bad movie because that baby looks fake.
I had to work with babies. It's a pain in the ass.
Listen, I don't think it's a bad movie because I don't think it's a bad movie because I didn't see it. But I definitely don't think that just look. You got. I don't want to pay attention to the baby, but apparently the baby was only one issue. Ari
didn't-
thought,
that's-
Ari
that's
thought the
for
acting
sure
was
just looking-
terrible. He
I didn't
thought
see the movie.
The movie was
Yeah.
implausible. Was ridiculous.
I was just disappointed that
I
I,
didn't see
found
it.
that he lied a lot about certain things.
I don't
and I think
give
that's a bummer.
fuck. He still is the greatest American sniper ever.
Okay.
That's a weird thing to say though. Like you don't give a fuck. So you were not willing to.
I'm
like,
overlooking
give Anderson
that.
Silva a pass on doing steroids for a broken leg.
That's interesting.
That's
I'm
interesting.
giving Brian Williams a pass, though.
Yeah, that's true. You're
You're
very
very
inconsistent.
That's me.
That's so weird. But it's like
we goes with the wind.
there's kind of like a
That's my
blind.
entire career.
A blind
Okay.
patriotism to that, right? Like you recognize that he's the greatest American sniper, so all the other stuff you just don't want to talk about.
No, I'll talk about it, but him being a great American sniper is the biggest thing. That should trump all of it. Yeah, he lied. He didn't take out people during that whatever he said, Katrina. Yeah, he didn't do that.
He
All
also
right.
didn't beat up Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I know. Cool, man. But you killed 160 terrorists. Yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm gonna overlook some of that shit. You're still a great American.
They're both true. I mean, if it is true, I don't know what's true. Obviously, I'm talking about interviews and people's books and all this different shit. I don't really, unless we were there, we really don't know what the fuck actually happened. But they can both be true. Like I've met people that were movie stars that were also tremendous liars. I mean, I don't want to name names, but the dude was a movie star and he's a tremendous liar. Just makes up stories about all kinds of things, and you would never believe. You're like this. The stuff you know is just a complete fabrication. Things that never happened to him, and the guy's worth millions and millions of dollars.
But one thing we do know is he was a Navy SEAL and he was a sniper who killed a lot of people for America.
Right.
He risked his life for
But
America.
hold on.
So he's okay with me.
Hold on.
For sure, relax.
Yes, he went through Bud's training. Yes, he became a Navy SEAL. Very difficult to do, and he's really good at killing people. That's a skill set as a sniper that I'm sure takes a lot of things I don't know about. I don't think that necessarily means, and I'm sorry to say this, and that means he's a good guy. I don't think that necessarily means that
Heroes aren't good
gets,
guys.
It doesn't mean he gets a pass for lying and making up stories about not only killing looters in New Orleans who are stealing stuff, which is already illegal and considered murder under the laws of this land.
But he didn't do it, so.
Well, but
not
that's
that
what he was
bad.
saying he was doing, which is very strange. I haven't read the book, so I don't want to talk too much. And
You
I
haven't read
seen
the book
movie.
or the
So,
movie.
yeah.
All you do is
Okay,
know his name.
Let me
So
play
you're out of
devil's.
the
Let me
game.
play devil's advocate here, just as a person who, like, let me just be completely objective. Take a wild shot at this. Now, this might not be the case, so I'm just put that out there in advance. What if he decided to tell all these tall tales because the book would be better? And he wanted to sell a book and make a lot of money selling a book, and he didn't understand the kind of media storm and how that these checks, these stories are going to be checked and double checked. And what he decided to do was add a bunch of fabricated shit to a real story, because first of all, he's probably psychologically damaged from shooting 160 people. Like, I don't think you get away from that for free.
No.
I don't think you go to war, and I don't think anybody rides for free in war. I think you take in a
100%.
lot of psychological damage. Everybody says that. So it could possibly be that the guy just said all that shit because he wanted to sell books. It's possible.
And is that crazy? Does that make him a bad guy? Because
I don't know
the
if
U.S.
it does.
government's
Yeah.
not paying him very well, right?
Right. It's a good point.
He's not making much money.
Sure.
So he fabricates these stories. His book is a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah.
He gets all this money. Is that
It's all
bad of a
possible.
deal?
It's all possible. All I'm trying to say is this: I don't know Chris Kyle. I don't know anything about the guy. I don't know if he's a bad guy, a good guy. I tend to be pretty patriotic.
Well, you
and
know what he did
criticize
for
sports,
America,
so
though.
usually, yeah. So usually he gets a lot of leeway with me when you're a soldier and you went to Iraq and you did all that stuff. Yes, for me, that's how I am. But I do think that I still have to, at least like what Joe was saying, when it's found out that you made up these stories, that's kind of a bummer for me. It's just disappointing that he did lie about something like that.
I don't give
That
a shit.
sucks.
Trying to sell books.
And for whatever the reason,
It could very well have been that he was trying to sell books, and it could also very well be that we were talking before. Maybe we need to understand a little bit better, since none of us went to war, what kind of mental toll that takes on a person, and that you kind of shouldn't expect them to be completely fine with everything when they come back. And some of them are going to make shit up, and maybe they're making shit up because reality is so fucking crazy that they don't want to deal with it anymore.
Or maybe he's
And
so
they
fucked
just-
up he thinks
yeah.
it's real. Maybe he
could be.
maybe had a situation where he was in
Right.
New Orleans and he thought about shooting, didn't happen, but he goes to war, something happens, he's like, did that happen?
Yeah, well,
it's good for
and-
the book.
Right, and no one could understand what the fuck that guy's life was like except for him. No, you
I
can't.
agree.
And it's not even giving him an excuse. What we're saying is we're just looking at the possibilities.
Right.
Like, instead of saying, hey, this is a guy that was full of shit and he lied about that and he's a bad person,
Right.
like, this is a guy that was forced to do some anti-human shit for the government.
people
And
are
that's what
complicated.
it
You
is.
and I have talked about this. People are complicated. A lot of people, we know certain people that are high-profile people that get criticized a lot and they're hated on. And you know them pretty intimately, and it's like, yes, they've done some things. They're also complicated people. They also do incredibly good things for people that nobody knows about. So there's no question that people generally are not black and white. They have a bad side. They have a good side. I know I do.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
I do. I
you're
know
not
I have a
Chris
lot about.
Kyle.
I know a lot of things about myself. I'm not that proud of. So it's
This
not
is
to
black
say
and
that.
white. This is very black and white. If you didn't like the film American Sniper,
Wait a minute.
you're a fucking terrorist.
Brendan,
This is easy.
Brendan.
Ari Shaffir is a Jew.
That's what they should
There are
do.
no Jew
At airports,
terrorists.
they should. This is how they should check if you're a terrorist or you have a bomb. Did you like American Sniper? No. Go to the right. Did you like American Sniper? Yes. Go to the
What
left.
happens when you go to the right, though?
You don't get on the plane.
Damn it, Brendan.
Ari Shaffir would chew you up if you guys had this conversation.
Bring
He
it,
gets,
son.
He gets so angry.
Bring it, son. I get angry, too.
You want to hear him ranting with Tom Segura? It's hilarious. The two of them together. I got to eventually put this online. But they get so fucking in each other's face about it. They're like yelling like it's something like really important to talk about.
I
It's so
do
fucking-
think it's important to be charitable about just how complicated human beings are. Yes. It doesn't mean you don't call somebody out on line.
In the bar, just so contrived and awful.
The fact that they didn't show him getting shot was actually a good choice. You
2 hour and 17-minute movie, and then at the end, they're like, he was killed that day in writing.
listen, you communist fuck.
I will play the whole thing. I'll put the whole
That's
thing up
awesome.
on Twitter somewhere.
Listen, you
But they-
communist fuck. That's Tom
That's
Segura.
Tom Segura. They go at it. They go at it for like 10 minutes.
So
in front of the
he
ice
was
house.
mad that at the end they don't show him getting killed.
He was mad about everything. He thought it sucked. He brought a bunch of people from his Twitter feed to go to the movie and heckle, and they all went.
What's
and
his
they
deal?
Filled, they filled the audience. The entire
Oh,
audience.
I would have got
Ari Shaffir's
arrested.
friends.
I would have got arrested.
beaten him up.
They were like UFC fighter beats the shit out of Ari and his friends during American
This is
Sniper.
not the time to get arrested. This is not for you. Don't do that.
Nah.
Beat up a bunch of chubby
Chris Kyle
comedians.
forever, son.
Chris Cal forever.
You're a terrorist.
Hey, man,
Terrorists.
I can be
very black
swayed.
and white.
Did you see the movie?
I didn't. I haven't read the book or anything.
He knows nothing about
I know
it.
nothing. I only read. All I've read is that I looked at all the stuff online, and I was like, well, it's interesting. But I haven't read it. I don't know. I haven't
That's a credible source.
Haven't formulated an opinion on anything.
That's
You
super
got to think
credible.
that when someone has killed that many people for the government, they give them a green light to kill that many people and to kill 160 people.
Yeah.
Like the idea of like telling a lie about something, it's like really no big deal.
That guy killing 160
Probably
people, doing all
sell
these
books.
tours, you know, in war, should get $1 million from the U.S. government for the rest of his life. He should be financially set for the rest of his life.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Like how much do they actually get when they retire?
My
Not much.
buddy's Delta Force was Delta Force, and he said that I heard, and I don't want to say online but it's so pitiful. It's called hazardous duty pay. You don't make any money. You don't have enough to live, and if you go through a divorce, half of that money goes to your wife.
Oh, in your personal life, you're fucked because their divorce rate's like 96%.
It's not cool, man.
Well,
They should
it's-
definitely get more money.
It's the
in my
stress.
opinion.
The same with cops.
Yeah.
Stress. That stress is insane. It's like it's an unprecedented level of stress. It's so hard to deal with.
It's also really hard when you're a sniper. I don't know this, but I do know that a combatant can be even a child running munitions to a mortar. And if that child's doing that, or a guy's looking at you with binoculars and trying to get a beat on your position, you take him out.
Yeah,
And
son.
that's hard.
It's war.
That's hard for a soldier who gets command. Take that guy out. Shoot that kid. Shoot that woman because she happens to be somebody
Chris
who's
Kyle
aiding
had
the
to do
enemy.
that, if you watch
Yeah.
the movie.
And it sucks.
The word hard is not even it's not a good enough word.
No.
It's not that it's hard. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible to reset from that and
Yep.
be a normal person.
Yep.
Without some help.
I'm sure.
Without some
Yeah, you go from doing that to fucking walking through Radio Shack with your wife. What the hell?
Yeah. That's why, all these guys coming back from war, that's one way to make America a little bit more polite, running into a bunch of people that just got back from killing a bunch of other people. Because, people have a different attitude when you've been to a war. There's a different mentality.
Yeah.
And we have to respect that. And I think we have to consider that. That's important as a culture, as a society that sort of wants to gloss over war and wants to glorify it and make it out to be all this John Wayne shit.
Yeah.
We have to look at what the fuck is really happening to these people psychologically.
Absolutely.
The same thing with cops. Everybody wants to shit on cops because cops occasionally do bad things. And for you that have been done wrong by these cops that couldn't handle that job, I 100% feel for you. I 100% feel for you.
I feel bad
but
for
I think
the cops.
We also have to consider the fact that being a cop is this insane job. Some people become fucking insurance salesmen. Some people sell cars. Some people become artists. Some people become cops. And you're out there and you're fucking pulling sideways. A guy's shooting a rifle out of a fucking window and taking people out. You got to figure out how to sneak into the building. You're calling the SWAT team. You're hiding behind your car. You're hearing fucking bullets bouncing off the street. Cops have to deal with some insane
getting shot at,
shit.
And they don't have
Getting
much
shot at.
experience. A lot of them don't have much experience.
And you know how few of them know how to fight?
Yeah,
That was the
not
thing
many.
that always shocked me when I would train with guys who had been police officers and they didn't know how to fight. I'm like, this is insane. Like you don't know any jujitsu? You don't know
Horrible.
nothing?
Horrible.
Like if you get in a scramble with somebody, what do? Do you know how to get out? Like they don't know anything.
Yeah.
They freak out.
You could sign up for being a cop. You could be a cop and you have to just be in reasonable shape and not completely insane. That's it.
Yeah.
And then they get in trouble because they get put in these. Listen, I'm not defending all cops. Some cops are scumbags. I get that.
No doubt.
But in general, they're good people, and they get put in these situations
Well,
where
I think in general, all people are good people.
I agree.
Most people
but then
are
you get
good.
put in these situations where they have no experience. They don't know if this kid's gonna shoot or not.
Yes.
So like, dang, my life, his. They shoot, and then there's this big uproar.
It's similar to what we were talking about earlier with referees. If referees make a mistake, you're making a mistake, and a guy is going to take some fucking punishment because of that mistake. You're not designed to handle those high-pressure situations, or you're not qualified because you don't understand martial arts, or you're just not good at your job. Like, for whatever reason, not focused, whatever the fuck it is that makes you fuck up. But if you fuck up as a referee, it's way worse than if Bruce Buffer fucks up as an announcer.
Yeah.
If Bruce Buffer mispronounces Bryan Callen, you're like, oh, God, that's not my name. It's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? If a cop fucks up, someone gets shot and dies, or he gets shot and dies, or he sees someone get shot and died that he could have prevented. All that stuff is too much for people.
It's a tough job.
It's too
man.
much. And to have that go on day after day, what do you have to look forward to? When you're 25, they give you a watch. And you look at all the friends that you've had along the way that have blown their brains out or drank themselves to death or fill in the blank, done all kinds of crazy shit.
My buddy was a SWAT team sergeant, and he said he knew he had to get out when he was sitting down next to a body that they had shot, and the coroners were doing all their investigation, and he started eating a sandwich, and it didn't occur to him. He was like, I'm sitting right next to a body, and I'm this not phased. I've become so numb
And
to my job.
The view of cops too. It's not like most America's not like, oh hell yeah, cops, man, sweet.
Right.
Most when they drive by, most people, especially the ones I hang out with, are like, man, fuck cops.
Americans don't
That's
like
how
authority.
people are.
Americans always have a problem.
Well,
with
it's a
it.
There was
tough
an
gig,
interesting
man.
article that I put up the other day. That again, I don't know if it's true, but it was that this town in Texas hired a private security firm, and crime dropped by 61%, and that with no financial incentive for there to be crime, because they were just compensated for their job, for what they do, for the hours on the job, they found less crime. They also patrolled areas that had the most crime instead of just arbitrarily deciding where people went based on whatever the fuck it was that they had decided on before. They targeted it like very tactically, and they cut back on crime by 61%, and it cost less money.
I'm confused. So they hired a private security agency.
They fired the cops in 2012.
Right.
They fired the cops. They said, this police force is retarded. Yeah. This government police force sucks. Yeah. We're gonna hire our own security force. We're gonna vote to do this. So they decided to do this. They hired a security firm to become cops, and because these guys don't have the incentive to write tickets, because they're not getting it actually costs less.
Yeah.
It costs them less. It costs them less, and there's less crime. They're not getting as much revenue from it, but they're also not arresting people for fucking nothing. So it's gonna adjust the attitude of the people that live in the city. They're not gonna be upset at cops all the time because they're not gonna think that cops are just trying to pull people aside because they have they have criteria they have to meet. They have quotas they have to make.
Which is
they
insane.
did the same thing
It's
with
insane.
they did the same thing with road signs.
Jamie, see if you can pull that article up because it's on my Twitter feed. It's pretty fucking interesting.
There was an intersection in Holland that's really, really busy, and the guy took all the road signs out, and because there were a lot of accidents, said, "Watch this! I'm going to take all road signs out," and people figured it out on their own. And he does this experiment where he puts his hands behind his back and walks backward into the busiest intersection, and of course never gets hit, because people figure out how to navigate that crazy space on their own.
For sure that guy's going to get hit. For sure that guy's retarded.
He hasn't.
Terrible story.
And I was there.
It's not the best story.
That's terrible story.
Look at this.
I was piggybacking.
61%. SEAL Security Solutions. They hired a bunch of fucking people that were former SEALs and shit.
Oh, well,
and they gave them a job.
That makes sense.
Shit.
Of course it makes sense. It's fucking
Those
smart,
guys have
man.
experience.
Look at
in
that.
high stress situations.
Reduce crime by 61% in just 20 months. And also then you're not going to deal with the militarization of the fucking police
And this is
department.
legit shit?
Yes, it's legit
Or is
shit.
this written up by the Operation of the SEALs?
I don't know. I'm just reading what I'm reading online. I've done very little actual research out in the field. I didn't take any plane trips down there. I'm not on the ground.
When you
privatize,
privatize an area,
Look at that.
the solution goes, when you privatize an area, it tends to be policed better a lot of times than if the government has
Right,
to do
but now this is where fucking some Alex Jones shit comes up. This is what you want, America. You want former military guarding your streets, holding a gun to your children's head, and who do you think who do they listen to when the shit hits the fan? FEMA, goddammit. You got plastic coffins out there in the field. I've seen them with my own eyes. Look at this. Look at the guy with his babies. We support our troops by hiring many employees who have served our country.
Dude, I'm not mad at this at all.
It's not bad. Look, if it works, I think that there's a lot of things that they do better when you take out bureaucracy, when you privatize them, when you offer them an incentive to be successful, and when they have the support of the community because the community actually likes them.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's possible.
For sure, get a better
a lot of times they
picture
live
of
in
it.
the community too.
Those are fucking sloppy, out of shape cops.
Yeah, for sure.
You need
Don't give me
some
3 out of shape.
yoked up, roided up dudes ready to take care of business.
I want 3 Ronnie Colemans just jacked. Ain't no one doing shit.
Yeah. I would go like more of a thinner, but like Ian Freeman.
Yeah,
Ian the Machine
I'm with you,
Freeman.
man.
Damn, I like
That'd
that
be
they have
dope.
dogs. I like those big canines. They can smell out anything.
Yeah,
man.
it's a good idea. Use canine. You look, they have bomb detection, drug detection. Look, boys, drop the drug detection. All right, let's let that slide.
Yeah.
Cut
Let it
this
slide.
shit. But I think that I think there's a lot of things that could be taken care of better by the private sector. Look, that's what you see with education.
Yep.
I mean, you get a way better private education in most schools that where you deal with really high level private schools. They're going to have a better education than the best public schools. That's
It's about incentives, man. It's about incentives.
And the teachers are more qualified at the private schools, right? And
a lot of times
they get paid more.
A lot of times,
right?
there's some really good public schools out there. Don't get me wrong, but if you had to look at them all per capita, like what's going to be the most formal education, what's going to be like the most comprehensive education? There's a lot of people that have a lot of money to take their kids to private schools because they think that their kids are going to get a better education.
That's
there.
college too. You look at the private universities, man. Those are the beasts.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about universities is that people can get scholarships scholarships if they prove, academically that they're superior, that they're excellent.
Or athletically.
Yeah, or athletically. Those are good things, too. They get an opportunity. But, privatizing shit. Well, that's the thing that I had that guy on the podcast. What the fuck is his name? Peter, fucking Peter Schiff. Very, financial genius. And he was saying one of the big problems with college is the reason why it costs so much is because it's all subsidized by the government. Mm-hmm. And because it's subsidized, these fucking loans have these ridiculous interest rates, and everybody gets roped in this incredible payment that they get stuck with. You get saddled up in debt before you even get out of school. You get out of school, you already owe tons of money.
You also have to have, the good thing about privatization is you can innovate according to your circumstances. A lot of times when you have top-down, a bureaucracy telling you what to do, regardless, it's hard to innovate. It's hard to move. You see it with huge corporations versus smaller companies. You got to be able to change with the times.
You know where I'm torn, though, man? I think every kid deserves a private-style education. Every kid deserves it. I know it doesn't. It sucks. But I think that's where the problem is. I think every kid deserves the best possible education. But we said, the best way to make America great. Everyone's like, let's make America great. Let's guard our borders and keep our criminals out. This is the best way. Make less losers. Less losers.
I agree.
Put shit tons of money into community programs and education and counseling, and try to help people that are in bad situations. People that got a shitty
that's been
cards.
society's problem from day one.
It always will.
What do you do with the people that not losers, as in you're a loser, but the losers in society, the people who don't get a piece of the pie? That's always been the issue. It's the issue with the Middle East.
We're never going to solve that.
It's the biggest issue with the Middle East. You got a group of people who have angry young men, nowhere to place their energy, and you want to go through the list of why? Fine. It's essentially governments that are not representative, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's a major problem. What do you do about it? I
think what you do about it, if I'm obviously not a fucking financial planner, but if I had to look at the country, as far as allocation of resources with tax dollars and, how much money do we have, what do we spend it on, I would say let's triple, quadruple, even more the amount of money that goes into education. And anybody who wants to go to college should be able to go to college. The idea that you go to college and get saddled, and it sounds contradictory from what I said earlier, because the best schools, a lot of them are private today. But still, I still think that the public education should be so much better than it is now, and being a teacher should be worth so much more. It should be like a very prestigious position that's difficult to get, and it should be worth a lot of money.
And you may not need more money.
Even a PE teacher. What about a really good one? What about a really good PE teacher that teaches you about physiology, about explosive, fast-twitch muscle fibers, that shows you how to get better at sports?
What about the one that teaches you kickball and fucking
Why do we have to have that, though?
Because it's awesome.
But why can't you have that kind of shit where you have a little kickball game with kids, but you also explain to them, this is what's going on when you're getting tired. This is what's going on. This is the food you eat has a different effect on the way your body performs.
Right. And a lot of it doesn't take money. A lot of it sometimes just takes a change in approach.
Give them some fucking money.
They've given
There's teachers out there that get paid 50 cents an hour.
There has to be a standard, though.
Reallocate
there has to be a standard,
the money.
right?
Yes. Reallocate the money.
There has to be a standard. You can't have every dumbass in school, about private school.
It's not easy to be a doctor, right? It's fucking really hard. It's really hard. You got to go to school.
A lot of schooling, yes.
A lot of fucking education. A lot of education. It's difficult. Most people fall out. They don't hack through it.
Big commitment.
It should be like that to be a teacher. It really should.
Finland has probably the most, according to a lot of ratings, the best school system. They don't test. I think they have one test a year. The teachers are responsible to a large degree in making their own curriculum. They don't have this core curriculum. Everybody has to learn the same thing.
You better have some good teachers, man.
And more importantly, they pay their teachers, and their teachers have a great deal of esteem in the society. And Finland's school system is always outperforming almost every other country. And when I had the guy on who wrote this thing called Finnish Lessons, a book, he said, I don't even like talking about rankings because that's already the wrong way to look at it. And the problem with testing is that's what happens is you, instead of focusing on understanding, and the other really interesting thing is he said, we focus on teaching people how to solve problems as a group. Because if you think about it, you do a lot of that when you work in a corporation.
You have to test at some point. Because if the teacher's always, let's say they're teaching for a year, and it's like, well, let's see if these kids learn anything. Well, no one's learning anything. You have to test at some point.
Well, actually, they do, because they have to rely on each other to solve problems. So they'll give them a problem, and then they'll kind of let them solve that problem. And they try to mimic as closely as they can the real life situations and problems that they're going to come across when they are, for example, working for a company like Toyota or Nokia.
I don't like just that. I don't like that new age teaching, man.
Why?
It's not new age. It's more practical.
I think it's more practical. Yeah. I think you still have to have history. They still have to learn all that stuff.
They do, and they do have testing, but not nearly as much.
Oh, so they do have some.
Yeah, they have. I think they have 2 tests a
Well,
year.
you said no testing.
Yeah, for the most part they don't, but I think
But
they have
that's
2
just
tests
Bryan
a year.
Callen, the way he talks.
Yeah.
No,
well, I took it literally. Like, no testing.
I said they
then
have
you
a
have kids
test.
just
I think-
afraid of shit.
No, I said they have 1 test a year, maybe 2 tests a year.
Well, there's
But
a lot
that's
of
not
people
where
that
the
do
emphasis
think
is.
that you shouldn't have that. That shouldn't be your incentive to get a high score. Your
That's what
incentive
kids-
should be to absorb knowledge, and then it becomes
That's
confusing.
what stupid people say.
Well, it becomes a competitive thing. Like my daughter got a 98, and my daughter got a 100. Sorry,
Right.
I bet you thought your daughter was
Competition,
smart.
man. You need competition.
Sometimes
it's like
you do.
sports too. It's like you can't play tag anymore. You can't play dodgeball anymore.
Well, they don't want losers in certain games. My daughter played softball and no one lost.
That's
I'm like,
ridiculous.
I watched people
Fuck
lose.
that noise, man.
How come no one lost? But they were 4 and they're barely hitting the ball. And
No,
everyone's
getting-
having a good
I'm the
time.
dad keeping score.
Yeah.
1-0.
That's real life.
2-0.
That's real life.
Janine, you're out. Yeah, get the fuck.
Well,
you only get 3 swings.
They don't learn that losing's okay because that's how you try harder because it feels bad to lose. Like no one wants their kid to feel
That's
bad.
life.
Everybody wants exactly.
Dude.
You're preparing them for life.
That's
yeah.
that
Everybody-
Calabasas shit, man.
It's not Calabasas, dude.
But
This is
Calabasas-
not going on out here. This is
Life-
going on across the country. It's
Fucking-
little kids, the way they treat
Shit,
little
not
kids.
in Aurora, Colorado.
Life-
Fuck, you
life-
struck out. You struck out and got made fun of.
Well, today,
Calabasas, it's all good.
I bet there's places today in Aurora, Colorado, and all over the country that employ these ridiculous ideas. I don't
Yeah.
think it's local.
I don't know, man.
Life is basically, I think life is, if you look at your life, life is working really hard to get to accomplish something and losing to a degree anyway.
Life is about
and
failures, yes.
and learning how to navigate
Well, those
that. And
failures are what motivate you to never feel that shitty feeling, so it gets you
True.
off your ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why people who are born rich or they win the lottery early, they're fucked.
That's why
All-
we hate those people.
The motivation just slides away.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
does.
there's very little motivation if you're already wealthy.
Dude, it's
hard.
hard for me to relate to a dude who just grew up super rich and he's never had any struggles.
Yeah.
It's hard to sit
weird.
down and have dinner with that dude.
I feel bad for them.
Me too.
Yeah.
I feel
Me too.
bad for them.
Because they have no idea.
Especially you know any friends that are rich that were raised by like their nanny and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Where the mom and dad are both working 20 hours a day and no one's ever home and they're fucking weirded
they're
out.
lost, man.
They're
You see a
fucking-
lot of that.
Oh yeah, those rich guys who are surrounded by yes men and they come up like wearing a shitty holiday sweater and you're like, nice fucking sweater, and it ruins his night. You know, like no one ever hangs out with these guys, man.
No one ever busts their balls.
Yeah, no one ever busts
That's
their
so
balls.
true,
yeah.
man.
Sweet,
When they get
sweet new
actually
haircut.
angry.
That's
They get
so
actually
interesting.
angry if you
Yeah.
fuck with
Oh,
them.
it ruins their night, bro.
Dude, we were
Ruins their
playing.
night.
We were playing this silly game, like running charades, like a group of us, and I made fun of the guy's boyfriend, the girl's boyfriend. We said that's not a word. He had some stupid like movie, and he dropped the hat and threw his hands in the air and went off in the balcony. And we're like, "What? This
Guess
is
what?
awkward." He went out and sulked, and his girlfriend goes, "He just gets really sensitive." Well,
not my friend.
I'm gonna have to
Not
smack
my
that
friend.
guy in the mouth.
That's what happens when you don't keep scoring shit.
I was on a sitcom once, and this guy was ad-libbing to something. It was an actor. It was a couple comics and an actor, and the actor tried to ad-lib something, and it wasn't funny at all. And we stone-faced it. We were like, what? Like, he just wanted to try something different. How about I say this and that? But he was not a bright guy. And I remember we just looked at each other and we're like, no, I don't think that works. He throws the fucking script up in the air and
They don't do
storms
well
off the
with it,
set.
man.
All we said is, I don't think that works. You tell that to a comic, they go, yeah, something
Yeah.
fucked up about it, right?
Kidding?
You tell it to even a lot of funny people.
told
Just
that to
people have
Brennan.
good senses of humor.
We started laughing so hard. Brennan pitched an idea for this thing we're gonna do, and I was like, "Oh!" And then let me guess. Then I go, "Let's get out of here." Was that your? And I go, "That's."
I couldn't stop laughing.
I was like, "That's not funny at all."
I couldn't stop laughing.
And we do all that, but we bust each other's balls. The only thing I won't stand for is if you guys make fun of my taekwondo. That's the only thing I put my
It's not
foot
good.
down.
It's
Yeah,
not good.
you're lying.
Have you ever gone back and read your notebooks from like your first years of comedy?
Sure have.
Dude, I have a notebook from when I was driving limos. I found it the other day.
That's amazing.
Must have been awesome.
It's unbelievably bad. I should have
yeah.
quit.
I bet it's awesome.
I
though.
can't believe I kept going.
Look at
Me
you
too,
now.
bro.
I should have fucking retired.
I
It was
cringe.
so bad.
I
It was so bad. Like my
cringe.
ideas. And to this day, like sometimes I'll write ideas that are dog shit. But I write the ideas that are dog shit, hoping like, man, there's something there. Let me
Something
just
will come out of
write
it, right?
down like a half a concept, and then I'll sit down and start working on it.
Yep.
So it might have been that, but more likely I was just a 21-year-old retard with a pen.
Nah, you gotta start
Scribbling
somewhere, man.
nonsense.
God, I want
Yeah,
to
you
tell
have
a story,
start
but it'll
somewhere.
make me sound bad.
Too late.
Ah, damn it. Or I'm just going to tell it.
We
Don't
only had
judge
like
me.
2 minutes ago.
This
So
better
let's-
not be someone
let's
else's
not-
story.
I was in
I will
Jamaica.
punch you in the
I was in
dick.
Jamaica. I
long-winded.
don't do drugs. I don't. I'll smoke
Is
weed.
this
I
the you
don't.
getting high in Jamaica story
no,
again?
I know.
Lindsay
I don't,
Lohan in
no.
a
Jamaica?
few times.
See, I don't want to tell it now.
No, go.
All right.
If it's someone else's story, I'm gonna
All
punch
right,
you in
look,
the dick.
I don't condone. I don't condone.
Try finding it.
I don't condone cocaine use at all. I was in Jamaica and somebody gave me some. I may or may not have done it all night.
Wow.
And I wrote all night and kept waking up my girlfriend, who you know, my old girlfriend, and telling her what amazing bits. And she was like, huh? I was like, and God's a Rastafarian. And I was high. I was doing lines and writing. And I looked at my notes and it was basically one long bit about God being a Rastafarian. And I thought it was the greatest thing I've ever written in my life, and it was just fucking chicken scratch. And the motto of the story, kids, is
Terrible
don't do
story.
cocaine in Jamaica because you are never going to write anything funny.
Bryan Callen will be appearing at some club in Lexington, Kentucky,
Comedy
with
off Broadway.
way better jokes than he just
He's
slung.
gonna have a Rastafarian God joke for you, Kentucky.
Yeah, this is a setup. It's one of
Guys,
the best bits ever. It's a
best
setup.
bits ever.
He just wants you to like
I'm
really
your
lower
creator,
your expectations.
man. I'm your creator.
Exactly.
Everything gonna be all right.
The
Still not
Fighter
funny.
in the Kid podcast is kicking all kinds of ass. You
Yes,
guys got to
sir.
be happy about that.
Yeah,
you guys
that's
are
great.
storming the fucking sports charts. You're the only thing that's on sports that's funny.
We try, man.
It shouldn't be. It should be a comedy podcast. You're cheating by being on sports. You know
I
that,
know.
right?
Yeah,
This is
we
bullshit.
barely talk about sports.
Yeah, you guys need to move over to comedy and
That's
talk
that
about
part.
sports occasionally because if
That's
people
what we
think
do.
they look for funny shit, they miss you. They
Yeah.
might miss
That's
you.
a good point.
man.
Yeah,
That
because
was
people,
Fox's idea to do
Fox.
sports.
you got to cut that tit.
We may have to
Gonna
break off.
that
The Fighter and the
umbilical
Kid
cord.
Shop.com. We're killing it with merchandise.
Kill
too.
it,
Buy our
kill it
shirts.
with the merchandise. Go buy the shirts. Go download the podcast. For sure,
right.
subscribe on iTunes. For sure.
I'll tell you my story if you do
Yeah.
a bonus.
Brennan Schaub on Twitter. Bryan Callen on Twitter.
BRYAN.
That's it, you dirty fucks. Tomorrow, Bert Kreischer. See you then. Until then, much love. Big kiss.
Peace.